Breaking news, Nico Harrison has officially been fired as reported by Shams. We are going to talk all about that. We're going to talk about why he got fired, which we all pretty much know. But we're going to talk about why he got fired. We're going to talk about what this means for the Dallas Mavericks. We're going to talk about why they came down to the conclusion on why he got fired. And quite frankly, we are just going to dive deep on the Nico Harrison firing that just happened no less than 20 minutes ago. Before we do that, though, also, we're going to get into a lot. You guys see the title of the show. The Pistons are rolling right now. We're going to talk about Cade Cunningham. Him and Jokic both got Player of the Week. And Cade Cunningham had a career night last night. The Pistons are on a 7-game winning streak. We'll get into that. Desmond Bane, Andrew Wiggins, they both hit game winners last night. We had some overtime games. And we just had some master classes. Shout out to Luka. Shout out to Wemby. We got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to cover. But fellas, we are going to start right here, right now. Nico Harrison is out of there. The first question I got to ask is, did he deserve to be fired? Yes or no?
Nope. I don't think
Boys, I don't know.
I don't think he deserved to be fired. But Anthony Davis do look super fat though, boy. I tell you, boy. Something about them Dallas women and them Dallas food, that Dallas food, boy. Cause god damn. I think that was the nail in the coffin when he traded away Luka for being fat or whatever the case it was. And then you see Anthony Davis fat and not playing. But it's like, brother, yeah, something else. You know, yeah, that was the nail in the coffin, Ox, right there. That was over.
If they was gonna fire him, to Marshall's point, they should have fired him when he traded Luka. That was my only thing I was talking about yesterday. If you were gonna fire Nico, you had to fire him then. If this is about that, since you didn't fire him, then I think they should have waited. I think they should have held on through the rest of the season. He not, you know what I'm saying? He's not coaching the team and he's not on the training staff, you know. So, but he's gone.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Ron, so one of the things that I found out in the NBA is winning cures everything. No matter what it is, winning cures everything. People get amnesia when you win. So when the Dallas Mavericks are in the NBA championship and you trade Luka, the short game was what the idea was, right? And this was something that had to work right now. This isn't something that had to work, even though the plan was like over the course of 3 years, which also is a short game, right? No doubt about that. But with that being said, it still had to work. Don't worry about that. I got people coming in and out of the house. So,
okay.
It was the short game, and this was something that had to work right now. We saw what Anthony Davis looked like that first afternoon when they played in Houston. And this looked like this was something that could work. We didn't anticipate Kyrie Irving tearing up his knee. No, we didn't anticipate that. The anticipation of Anthony Davis getting hurt, okay, he's got a history of that. But if he could stay healthy, we're going to change the dynamic of the team, and this is the short game. We're going to get people to forget about what we did with Luka because we're trying to win right now, and we're going to win in a different way. That's the idea, and we're going to do it in a short period of time. And if we're able to do this, remember, if we're able to do this, people will definitely forget. They won't forget about Luka, but it won't be as much. The blow won't be as much. Well, then Kyrie Irving tears up his knee. In the process of Kyrie Irving tearing up his knee, Anthony Davis gets hurt. This just gets compounded with him coming into camp this year out of shape. And then they go from being in the NBA championship the year before, to now being in last place. That's all people remember now. It's not the fact that they traded Luka. They went from first to worse. That's where we are now with them. And yes, Nico definitely is the scapegoat in this because remember, I'm the general manager. That's my job. But there's people who sign my checks, which means that I have to go to these people before I do anything. I got to go to the president of basketball operations. They have to go to the owner, and they got to sign off on all of this. This isn't something that I'm just going and doing. And you know what? I'm going to trade Luka, which also, by the way, isn't something that he just came up with that day. This was a process between both him and Rob Pelinka in Los Angeles. This was something that's been going on for months. This wasn't something that just happened. This was something that's been going on for months, and they finally made the deal. But I think that if these guys would have stayed healthy, if these guys would have stayed healthy and the Dallas Mavericks would have made a run last year, which the way Anthony Davis was looking, if they would have made a run last year, and coming into this season, possibly championship contenders again, I don't think that this thing would have happened. But the fact that they're as bad as they are, no.
I mean, obviously not. Obviously not. If they were making a championship run, then you wouldn't fire him. But at the end of the day, Nico gonna get a goddamn documentary for this shit. But I just feel like he made a decision. He lived with the decision. The key thing is, did he make that decision on his own, or was management behind it pushing it? Because if that's the case, then what they fire him for? Because I know the rumor was around that before Luka was traded that the Mavericks didn't want to pay that money anyway. Like they just didn't want to pay that money to Luka Doncic anyway. Not specifically to Luka Doncic, just new ownership didn't want to spend that type of money. So I don't know. You know, I know people keep saying Nico is the fall guy. I'm not sure if he's the fall guy. Now I don't know. That's what we want to kind of get to the bottom of and figure out. Because if management came together, I know Mark Cuban said he had no idea about that, but what is he supposed to say? But if management came together and said, hey, we need to do something because we don't want to pay this money or whatever the case it may be. Dallas is that, you know, that type of market, not this type of market like LA where they can go over and spend and shit like that. Then it is what it is. But if not, if Nico made a decision on his own to do that, then like Ox said, they should have just fired him then. Like,
but Jordan, remember what you're saying. Jordan, remember what you just said. Nico made a decision. Well, the decision that Nico made, it wasn't like something, you know what, we trading LaMelo Ball tomorrow. Well, this is something that came up over time. So
over a week.
No, it wasn't. I think it was way longer than that.
That's what the Rob Pelinka thing was saying. He said it was like over a week.
I think that
he mentioned it and he came back to the table.
Well, I mean, Jordan, they could have been thinking about trading him for a week. The conversation with the Lakers could have been.
That's what I'm thinking.
They could have been thinking about trading him for a year. The conversation with the Lakers.
You can make your face like that all you want, man. This dude is fat. No, hey Jordan, don't let this dude off the hook. This dude is fat. This dude is out of shape. This dude doesn't play defense. This dude is fat. This dude is out of shape. He doesn't play defense. He's up for an extension for $350 million. So if this is what we're getting from,
I heard that they didn't want to pay that.
If this is what we're getting from him right now at age 31, we're going to be on the books with this dude for $70 million. Are we interested in doing that? Is that something that we're interested in doing long term?
Yes.
Logically, that does make sense to me.
That's what I heard, that they didn't.
Logically, that does make sense to me. Right now, at age 26 years old, hell no, it doesn't make sense because you got arguably the best scorer in the game. You got a top 5 player in the game. But if you're looking downhill and you're looking at what this contract is going to look like in 5 years, and this is what I'm getting from him, a guy who's fat, who's out of shape, who doesn't play defense, we're getting our ass kicked because of him defensively, even though he has a lot to do. In fact, he has solely what to do with what we're doing, getting to where we're trying to get.
But yeah, I don't think it has anything to do with Luka Doncic. I just think they made it that so they could trade him. I heard that the Mavericks just genuinely didn't want to pay that money. Like they didn't want to be responsible for $350 million. Like that's what I heard it was about. Now, if they want to blame it on all that shit and say, you know, to justify trading him, because realistically, you really can't justify it, to be honest with you. I mean, I know we're looking at hindsight, but even during the time, it was very hard to justify that. So yeah. I feel like they just didn't want to pay that. They just didn't want to pay $350 million. Like
it was something that
that's a lot of money. Let's look at the Celtics. The Celtics end up doing it. They won a championship out of it, but essentially the whole ownership group got out. They out, and the new owner said, "We not paying his salary." So they traded away pretty much all their pieces and kept the two that they, for now, you know what I mean? Like for now, them two together. But realistically, like that's a lot of money coming off them books.
So a couple things right quick. Penn and Mars, I want to hear from you guys. Chat, I just ran a poll and I asked you guys, is Luka Doncic really worth the Supermax? Mars, is he really worth $350 million? So you guys answer that poll and you tell me. But we got some new information from Shams, and I'm just going to set the table for everything. So word for word, the Dallas Mavericks and owner Patrick Dumont are expected to fire general manager Nico Harrison at 10 a.m. Central Time today in a meeting. Obviously, that was 12 minutes ago. Nico Harrison is officially hired. The Mavericks are firing Harrison 9 months after his jarring and stunning Luka Doncic trade, a move which the owner, Patrick Dumont, took accountability and accepted as a mistake in a courtside interaction with a fan on Monday. We will talk about that. If you guys seen, he was sitting next to a fan that was wearing a Luka Doncic jersey. I don't know exactly how he took accountability in that, but we'll talk about that. Also, the Mavericks and Patrick Dumont have a 10:30 a.m. Central Time meeting to appoint executives Michael Finley and Matt Riccardi to lead basketball operations, and in interim, sources have confirmed. So
remember that was a big deal when Mike Finley was taking drinks from Luka and stuff like that. I don't know where Michael Finley's feelings were as far as that. I don't know if y'all know if he spoke on it, but I'll be curious to know if he was with the trade or if he was against it. That's something I'd be curious to know. But I mean, that's you can't cry over spilled orange juice. You know what I'm saying? He's gone. Got to let it go. You know what I mean? Just move forward.
Penn, are you gonna let spilled orange juice be fussed about?
Or spill Gatorade bottle on a fan?
Look, man, trading an all-star should get you fired. Like, if you trade an all-star and what you trade him for doesn't get you back some, it should get you fired. Okay? Trading an all-NBA superstar, future MVP in his prime shouldn't just get you fired. It should get you banned from the league. Now, this is a PR stunt. Let's just be real for it. Like, this is a PR stunt.
Banned from the league is crazy.
No, banned. You don't get to do any more roster moves. We don't want you running drafts. We don't want you doing trade calls. We don't want you courtside. We don't want you in the arena. We just want you gone. Okay? Damn. We want to forget that you ever did this. Now, I don't think Nico Harrison did this on his own, but I do think that he's taking the fall for it on his own, and I do think that's unfortunate. But that's the way the business works, unfortunately, man. Sometimes you got these meddling ass owners, and they come in and they say, this is what I want. I don't want to pay this guy, and I want you to go draft this guy. And my daughter, who's been watching basketball for 12 minutes, she watched a TikTok highlight of this draft player. You got to draft him in the second round. Some of these owners be like this. Vivek Ranadive, shit, man, 17 years, I think he's been in Sacramento, or however long he's been in Sacramento. 10 years. He's been like this.
I don't think that's why he drafted some of the guys he drafted. I think he drafted him because he's too deep in the analytics shit.
I want Stauskas. Yes, that dude.
Too deep in the analytics shit. That's
what he Buddy Hield. Yeah, he's the next Steph Curry. Yep.
Too deep.
We didn't draft Buddy Hield.
That was New Orleans drafted him. Right?
But they wanted Buddy
Hield. We didn't draft Buddy. It doesn't matter if we wanted, we didn't draft him. But go ahead, keep going.
Y'all had made a promise to CJ McCollum and Damian Lillard to draft them. Broke those promises to draft whoever the hell y'all drafted that year. I think it was Ben McLemore. So my point is, organizations sometimes run this way. There are certain owners that are going to just meddle out. They're going to hire the right people. They're going to let them do their jobs. And if they don't do a good job, they get fired. There's certain owners that are going to make the GM do what they want to do, nudge them in the right direction all the time, basically holding the job over their head, and then fire them when it doesn't work out. These are egomaniacs, and I think that's what happened to Nico Harrison here.
I don't know. I just know. I just know.
Imagine.
For the most part, he made a decision. Shit happened. Didn't work out the way it's supposed to work out, and you bank on players kind of lighting that fire. He banked on AD getting the fire lit in him. Shit, AD lit the fire. Lit the damn barbecue pit because his ass can't stay off the ribs. So. I don't know.
Mitch Kupchak should have got fired for trading Shaq. He was going to lose. He was going to lose Bryant, by the way. So he had to make a decision. So should he have gotten fired for trading Shaq?
No, this is a false equivalent.
Lamar Odom came and balled out. So.
How old was Shaq when he got traded?
They didn't get back Lamar Odom, or they didn't have a Kobe Bryant to lean on. Kyrie was there, but they don't have Kobe Bryant to lean on. Yeah, but at the same time,
he got fired.
Nico made a bad decision. I don't think it was just him, though. I think that's just collectively, because there's no way Nico brought that shit to them and they said no, and he did it anyway. Like, they said, we don't want to pay the bread.
Wait a second.
I don't understand how we're blaming Nico for getting Cooper Flag. But
that's
we already know what that is, right?
That's
we already know what that is.
No,
you just said to me, Penn. The reason why I brought that up,
it was on his watch.
because you just said to me it's not the same. It's a false equivalent. No, it's not. You just said to me that anytime you trade a superstar, anytime you trade an all-star, you should be fired. Shaq's
No,
first
I
team
said if it doesn't work out, you should get
literally
fired.
just told us 5 seconds ago.
Took a long time to work out.
When you trade an all-star, when you trade an all-pro, you should be fired. That's
And
what
it
you
doesn't
said.
work out. It doesn't
Yeah,
work
but
out.
it took a long time for the Lakers thing to work out. It took 6 years for
But
that to work
Shaq
out.
and Kobe were never going to work together after that point. They wanted to be on different teams, and Kobe asked for him to be out. Did he not? Now, chill. It's interesting you brought up Shaquille O'Neal because there might be a point in Shaquille O'Neal's career that does mirror this. Can you set the record straight if you are able to? Did Shaq want to leave Orlando, or did Orlando not want to pay Shaq?
It's the latter instead of the former.
That's what I thought.
If they would have just matched the deal, he would have stayed there.
This is the point. Orlando is a cheap organization. They have been a cheap organization for a really long time. So when I say that you lost the best player in the league because you didn't want to pay him, that is very similar to this Nico Harrison situation and the Dumont situation in Dallas. So yes, the Shaquille O'Neal, to Luka thing does make sense only when you think of it from the Orlando perspective, not the Lakers perspective.
Right. Do y'all think that maybe, obviously, and Mars said this yesterday, and I kind of just, repeated that a little bit. But Mars, you made a big point. Like as soon as he brought up trading Luka Doncic, you would have got him out of there. You would have told him to pack his bags. You would have packed his bags for him. You said that yesterday, right, Mars? So I'm just saying, like, the fact that they didn't do that, doesn't it seem like they should have just kind of held on a little bit? Like, I don't understand. It just seems like a weird time to fire him right now, yo. Like, and I know that the team looks really bad right now, but it makes sense to me that they look bad right now since everybody's hurt. So it's just, I'm just really confused about why they decided to do it right now, as opposed to either doing it once as soon as his life was getting threatened in Dallas, and as soon as he made that trade. Like, why did they not do it right there on the spot unless they were complicit, which, of course, they were complicit. You can't trade Luka on your own. So it's kind of like, if they weren't going to trade him then, why didn't they just wait to see what this team looks like in, February and March when you got Derek Lively, when you got Anthony Davis, and you got Kyrie Irving? And I understand that Klay Thompson's very frustrated because he signed up to play with Luka and Kyrie, but I know they're not trading Nico Harrison because Klay Thompson's frustrated, right? So it just seems pretty weird to me. Like, were they planning on doing this from the jump? Were they just like, oh, we're gonna get rid of his ass too? Don't worry about it. He can get this money off the books for us. We'll let him do the trade, and then we'll get rid of his ass later on. Like, that's the only thing. So once again, y'all know how I felt about it when the trade happened. And I'm not walking that back, but I'm just kind of curious, like, what happened to make them decide, okay, we'll fire him in November. That just seems like a weird time to fire him.
Right quick. Hold up, y'all. Right quick. We haven't heard from Mars yet. I would like for Mars to speak into this situation, how he feels about it, and ultimately just answer answer Ox's question. Why do you think that they chose now?
I don't know. I don't know why they chose anything. I don't know why they chose not to fire him when he suggested the trade. So I can't project what I think's going through the Mavs ownership mind. Some people say it's about a casino. Some people say it was their idea and Nico's the fool guy. I don't know. I think it was a stupid trade. Firing him now is better now than never. Better now than later. I'd rather it should have been in February, but then it wasn't in February. It should have been when Kyrie tore his ACL, but then it wasn't when Kyrie tore his ACL. It should have been when AD showed up to training camp fat, but it wasn't when AD showed up to training camp fat. If it took them losing to the Bucks last night for them to finally do what was right, cool, I'll take it. Better late than never. Like, I don't know why it took so long or why they didn't hold on for this season, but you guys had a lot more faith in this Mavs team than I did. Right. So that's why I guess you're looking at it through a more optimistic lens. I didn't think this team was that good to begin with. Well, last year, I thought they were good before Kyrie tore his ACL. This year, I had them in the play-in at best anyway, so I wasn't that high on this team. And
so, quick follow-up, Mars. If everybody gets healthy this season and they turn it all the way around, then what? Like, are they like, oh, damn, we were kind of early?
No, them firing Nico is what spearheaded everyone coming back. It brought good vibes to the organization.
In Mars's eyes, even if they win it, you don't come off the 25, 26-year-old all-pro all-star for the next 5, 6, 7 years. No matter what happens with Dallas, you don't trade Luka Doncic. Period. Even if we are looking at this, thing in the aspect of winning right now, and the Dallas Mavericks are looking at Nico, and the Dallas Mavericks are looking at Luka going, we ain't winning with this dude.
Chill.
It doesn't make a difference in the eyes of Mars.
Luka had done more winning in the
eyes
recent history than AD had. So, like, Luka was driving more winning than Anthony Davis was. 17 months ago, the Mavs were in the finals.
They were just in the championship. Yes, they were.
The way we talk in NBA years, like people talk about it like OKC won the championship last year. No, they won a championship 5 months ago. Dallas were in the finals 17 months ago.
Correct.
They're now damn near at the bottom of the Western Conference. It's them and the Pelicans. Luka Doncic, since 2022, has been in the conference finals, missed the playoffs, gone to the finals. Anthony Davis, in that same time frame, has missed the playoffs, gone to the conference finals, lost in round 1. Luka Doncic had drove more winning in the recent history than Anthony Davis had. Luka Doncic already was a better player than Anthony Davis was. Luka Doncic was 6 years younger than Anthony Davis was. That season, even bad fat Luka, in my opinion, was playing better than Anthony Davis was. Like, for me, the trade was dumb from every single angle. If you want to win in the short term, Luka's a better option. If you want to have the better player, Luka's the better option. If you want to have the better future, Luka's the better option. If you want the fans to be happy, Luka's the better option. The roster was built for Luka. Like, every single step of the way, Luka made more sense for this team. From the way the roster was already constructed, from the future of the roster with the 25-year-old, from the fact that he's the better player than Anthony Davis, the fact that he's been more impactful towards winning than Anthony Davis, the fact that he's less of an injury risk than Anthony Davis, every single step of the way would say Luka makes more sense for this team. And yet they decided to trade him. And not only did they decide to trade him, they decided to only enter negotiations with the Lakers. They didn't even shop Luka Doncic to see what his price was. He went straight to Rob Pelinka and said, hey, Anthony Davis. No, not, let's see. Maybe, hey, let's ask the Spurs if they're willing to get off Wemby. Let's ask the Bucks if they're willing to get off Giannis. Obviously, they're going to say no because they're competent.
They did ask Milwaukee.
But the fact of the matter is, if you're only going to like 2 teams and saying, hey, Luka Doncic, you're not even exploring the guy's value correctly. So you didn't even approach trading him in the way that would make sense. So you made a dumb decision, and you didn't even make the dumb decision well. It was just stupid.
I think there was a short list of players that they wanted back for him, and one was Giannis and one was Anthony Davis. And I think that what that tells you is they had tunnel vision about defense. They had this idea that defense had cost them the finals. They didn't think about all the offense that got them there, and they said, we need to get one of the best defenders in the league. Now, chill. I need to ask you a question. We're on the same team. We're down 1, okay? You give me the ball, 8 seconds on the clock. And for some reason, down 1, I take a half-court shot. Brain fart, Chris Childs moment.
What are you doing?
But it went in. But it goes in.
Yeah.
Are you dapping me up, or are you looking at me real funny in the locker room like, what's wrong with this dude?
I'm definitely dapping you up.
I'm doing both. I'm doing both.
Yeah, I'm definitely dapping you up. But I'm also thinking as I'm dapping you up, like, what the hell did you do that for? Like,
I'm dapping you up, but saying you better never do that again.
Yeah, we could have got something better than that. Like, what were you thinking when you did that?
Right. So the point here is that probability locks in at the point of the decision, not afterwards. Right. This whole talk about what if the Dallas Mavericks win a championship, what if they had won a championship, is irrelevant. At the point of making the decision, you can't know that. If right now I decide to trade 6 first-round picks to the San Antonio Spurs and I get Wemby, that's a dumb decision. It doesn't matter if 10 years down the line, one of those picks turns into a player that's better than Wemby. At the moment that I make the decision, it's a bad decision. Now, conversely, if I trade for Wemby and I trade 6 first-round picks and all my young players for Wemby and everyone's ripping the Spurs, and the next day Wemby tears his Achilles, it doesn't suddenly become a good decision like, oh, I got off the guy before he tore it, because I didn't know that. So you can only make a decision with what you know. And that's where I'm at right now with this chill, is like the decision is dumb from the perspective of the moment the decision was made. The reasons the decision was made. It doesn't matter what happens after. It doesn't matter that you got Cooper Flag. It doesn't matter if you win a championship. It doesn't matter if you win 2 championships.
Sure.
It doesn't matter. And all that matters is how you feel about it after. Right now, not only was it a dumb decision, but you also kind of feel bad about it. It's not like Cooper came out of the gate and looked like a superstar out of the gate. He might become one, but we don't know that yet. It's not like you came out of the gate and you went right back to the finals with Kyrie and AD, and you can sell your fans on, look, we're still there, we're still good, and we got Cooper. You can't do that either. And it's not like the Mavericks came out to some blazing
Wait,
hot start
and
this
stay right
season.
there. What
What's
you
up?
just said, what the thing that you just said. So this is how thin this line is, right? When we're talking about fans and when we're talking about organizations. Because Mars, you just made a very good point. More times than not, when you trade in somebody like Luka, I mean, Jabbar got traded. He was 28 years old. Shaq got traded. He was still awesome when he got traded. When you're trading somebody like that, more times than not, you're not going to get back what you gave up, right? When Kevin Love got traded, you're not going to get back
It's
what you
always
gave
55 cents on the dollar.
That's why the line is so thin. So with that being said, we know how fans are. We hear fans in the stands all the time. Fire Nico. What happens if this team gets back to the NBA championship and they win it? On the premise of what they were trying to do. Are we still firing Nico? Because this was the plan. Again, this was a short-term thing. And we know how quick fans turn on you, right? So if this thing turns around where you end up moving off of Luka and they end up winning the NBA championship solely predicated on what the plan was, which was defense, are we still saying fire Nico?
Yes, because Joe, what you're talking about is the equivalent of putting your entire life savings on 23 on a roulette wheel. Like, that's what you're saying.
So if
you're
it
saying,
hits, though, if it hits,
but
man,
that's
a
the
good
difference,
choice,
Ox,
man.
is like, I think what Mars and I are saying, and if Damian was up here, I'm sure he would agree with to some extent there, is that it doesn't matter if it hits. Betting your life savings on a roulette wheel is stupid regardless.
It matters if it hits. It 100% matters if it hits. It could be.
You'll feel better about the bad decision if it hits.
I get what you're saying, Pin. I get what you're saying. Yes, that is a stupid thing to do. I would never do that, and I hope none of you would ever put your life savings on a roulette wheel for no matter what number you put it on. Don't put it on black. Don't put it on red. Don't put it on 0. Don't put it on 00. Don't do it. But if it hits, it hits. You know what I'm saying? I'm curious though. I want to ask, how many games have we seen Kyrie and AD play together?
Like 5.
That's part of the argument.
Well, injuries happen. Injuries happen in basketball. They played a couple together. So I'm still stuck on that. Yo, I'm sorry I can't come off of that. I just need to see them, play together again this season when they're healthy. And that's like, once they get back together, things are gonna look so much better than they do right now. I just hate when people make major moves in times of desperation or just when things are looking bad. Like, this isn't the Dallas Mavericks aren't really in that bad of a situation right now, if you ask me. I don't know. I feel like right now Cooper Flash getting time to struggle, time to play and just get loose, get get used to the NBA and whatnot. And so I'm like, this thing is gonna turn around so fast. Like, no, it might not. Obviously, Anthony Davis isn't Luka Doncic, but this thing is gonna turn around so fast. And I know that y'all see where they are right now, and you can't see through it, and you can't be optimistic about all the players that are not playing. And it's just, to me, it's so obvious. Like, when you don't have Anthony Davis, Kyrie Irving, and Derek Lively, you're not going to be good. But once you have those 3 players, you go from the worst team in the West to one of the better teams in the West that fast. I don't understand why this is such a, so crazy to you.
But this isn't a video game, though. This isn't.
It's not a video game, exactly. I'm talking about real life. I'm talking about real life.
So look, here's what I'm saying. I have never been a fan of a team that did something like this. The closest I've come is watching the Raptors trade Vince Carter for Eric Williams and Aaron Williams. It's the closest I've ever gone. And when I heard Jalen Rose's thoughts on it, that told me everything about how players react to a deal like this when it goes so badly optically. You got to look at the perspective of Klay Thompson, Kyrie Irving, Derek Lively, Daniel Gafford, everyone in that locker room who looked at themselves and said, we did what? Like, they were messing with Luka. They loved Luka. Okay. Luka loved Dallas. So when you trade a player like that, who's so fundamental to your organization, had just brought you to the finals and was so integral to his teammates in terms of getting them shots, in terms of how they played, what Mars brought up, like Klay Thompson went to Dallas to play with Luka, right? Daniel Gafford and Derek Lively. They had success repetitions with Luka. Now we got to do everything on the fly. Anthony Davis is like a really great player. It's not to take away anything from how great AD is or that he's a better defender. It's just there's a human component to this, not only from the fans who are screaming fire Nico at every single game, but also the players in that locker room that are saying, if they could trade him, are we on a ship that's about to sink?
I mean, I think everybody understands that. Like, that's not something that they think about. But at the same time, I feel like you took the human element out of Nico making that trade. Like, I think he made a decision based on his gut feeling. Like, his gut feeling felt a certain way. Now, was his gut feeling wrong? Yeah, it was wrong, but he also didn't suspect Kyrie to tear his ACL or Anthony Davis to, be unhealthy. Anthony Davis got hurt the first game he played too. So I don't think he expected that. Same with the Lakers. Luka got hurt too when he got to LA. So
he was already hurt when he got traded.
Yeah, so I think you're taking a human element out of people just making decisions to try to win. Like that's the main thing. He trusted his gut feeling and it didn't work out. But it's not that big of a deal for you to say like it's stupid. It's stupid. Like trusting your gut feeling isn't stupid. Like a lot of times your gut feeling is right. So
Jordan,
he just made a mistake.
Karma is a.
I don't think that's karma.
Karma is a fat.
It's a
fat what?
It's a bitch.
Yeah, but I don't.
What they did to Luka on his way out.
Skinny. My bad, Mars.
I'm gonna tell you this. Why would that
be karma?
Because what y'all did to Luka's reputation when he left. Oh, he's lazy. He's a drinker.
He already had that reputation.
Nah, bro. What they did is they took that reputation and they put kerosene on it.
They tried to justify.
They tried to justify that shit. They tried to pull some PR stunt about how he showed up 270. He's lazy. We don't want to pay him. Oh, he's your problem now.
Were those things true?
That's not.
He just brought them to the finals.
I'm just asking if it's true or not.
You bring a team to the finals while being lazy.
I'm sure he's not perfect. I'm sure he's got his demons. He
answered your question. Yes, it was true.
He went through a lot of shit with his mom.
Yeah, but that ain't karma though, chill. That ain't karma because
Ox, you an empathetic dude. You bring your mom too.
There's no way you think that's karma.
You an empathetic dude. If you had to fight your mother in court, like that shit'll drain you a little bit mentally. You know, like you know what I mean. Like Luka's been through some stuff.
That's a part of life. That's a part of life, Penn.
Yeah,
I can't give you $350 million because you and your mama got problems.
Okay,
like that don't got nothing to do with me. Y'all need to work that shit out at Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? Like that's between y'all.
This is a projection business. Okay, you get fired for being wrong about your projections. Okay, we project that Marvin Bagley's great. You get fired if he's not. You project that James Wiseman's going to be great. You get fired because he's not. Okay, so you project Luka is 270 pounds and he's going the wrong way in his career, and he shows up on Men's Health magazine. He shows up looking like the way he does for the Lakers.
He showed up like that due to what happened. He wasn't looking like that with the Mavericks. Yeah, mind you, Penn. I'm not trying to go back, Penn. I'm not trying to go back and forth with you about if the trade was good or bad. Okay, like that's not really, to me, that's over with. I'm just more so talking about the timing of the firing of Nico Harrison is weird to me. Like it does to me. If the trade was good or the trade was bad, that shit is done. Like I said, spilled orange juice is spilled orange juice. You know what I'm saying? We can't put it back in the carton. It's over. So I'm just saying, like, once again, I'm just curious to know why would they do it in November when these guys are hurt like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, Nico made the trade, but he didn't.
I don't understand why they.
You know what I'm saying? He didn't hurt Derek Lively. He didn't hurt Kyrie Irving. He didn't hurt Anthony Davis. So for me, it's just kind of like it would have made more sense to me, Penn, if they waited this season and those guys came back and they were healthy. If these guys come back together and they're healthy, and let's say for the last four months of the season, it looks terrible still. It's bad. They can't get it together. Then all right, Nico, you tried it. It's terrible. Bad job. Get out of here. You know what I'm saying? But since they didn't trade him when Kyrie got hurt, when he traded Luka or whatever, then it's kind of, to me, it just doesn't make sense to do it right now in November. That's my only point. Once again, if you guys feel a certain way about the Luka Doncic trade, you have every right to feel that way. Luka Doncic is amazing, but Luka Doncic was not looking like this until
he got traded.
That trade happened. Luka Doncic was absolutely up. What?
He reconnected with his dad. That's what happened.
Yo, fellas.
I'm cool.
Fellas, we got to transition right quick, fellas. But Before we do transition, while we're still in the segment, I do just want to say Luka Doncic had a hell of a game last night. 38 points, 7 assists, 6 rebounds. We will talk about what Luka Doncic did last night. We'll also talk about what Wemby did last night. We'll also talk about Andrew Wiggins' game winner in overtime against the Cleveland Cavaliers. We'll talk about Cade Cunningham's masterclass. We'll talk about the players of the week. It was another game winner last night too, right, fellas?
Yes, there was.
We'll talk about that game winner. Y'all, we are going to talk about everything, but before we do, I got to tell you guys about a beautiful place called Splash Sports. Now, what you guys need to do is stop playing against the house. That's what Nico Harrison did, and that's why his ass ain't got a job no more. You got to play against other fans because, well, when you play against other fans, you can still win even if you miss a leg. You see, Quick Picks on Splash Sports is their new peer-to-peer daily fantasy sports contest where you pick more or less on at least 2 player projections. And then you get matched against other players who, well, that pick the same amount of buy-ins or pick the same amount of picks and pick the same buy-in amount as you did. They have fair matchmaking. So once again, you'll be competing against other people. You won't compete against the house. They have a diverse range of lines that will allow you to outsmart your other opponents. And above all, once again, you don't have to have the perfect card. You just got to pick correct more than the other people in the contest, and then you'll win cash. So here's what you need to do. Download the app, use code PLAYER, and Splash Sports will match up to $50 that you put in. So if you put in $10, they'll give you $10 too, and you'll have 20. If you put in 20, they'll give you 20, and you'll have 40. So then you'll get 40 to rock with. If you play 50, they'll match your 50 and you'll have 100. So then you'll have $100 to go in with. And on top of that, they'll give you 100% boosts on your first entry. So hit that link in the bio, build your quick picks, and let's see who really knows ball. As a matter of fact, we're going to do it right here, right now. Big Ox, what you working with?
Let's do it. Today we're going to keep it light, y'all. We're just going to take 3 picks, y'all. 3 picks. I'm gonna start here with assists and rebounds. I'm gonna go with Chet against Golden State. I think we're gonna get more than 8.5 assists and rebounds from Chet Holmgren today, y'all.
His skinny ass better get more than 8 rebounds. I'm not even talking about the assists. I'm just talking about rebounds.
Y'all know it. After that, we're gonna take it to the PRA. Y'all know where I go with the PRA. The man that never ever lets me down. OG Anunoby. He's never lets me down. This up? Never lets me down. Never ever. And when DeMontis is healthy, y'all know I'm going back there with him as well. For the third and final pick, we're going to 3-pointers made. And we're going to take less than 1.5 3-pointers made from Scotty Barnes today.
You're wrong. Okay.
That's okay. I've been wrong before. Let's not ruin the segment. Let me take my picks and we could talk about it later. Those are the 3 picks.
Hold on. Check the available promotions. Right there. That little gift right there. Right below the money count.
Available promotions. There's 2 of those.
Yeah, what we got?
We got a 10% NBA boost. Let's get
snatch
that. Let's do that.
I need all my bread.
No doubt. We'll put it. We'll keep it light today with $5. You know, it's just a warm up. See what happens, y'all. See what happens.
5 turn to 33. Yeah, we'll take it. Hey, better than nothing, right?
That's the hustle. Let's submit this entry.
Get it, got it, good, y'all. We are in the game with Splash Sports. Y'all go ahead and download the app, and y'all do what y'all do best. Play against the house. Well, don't play against the house. That's what amateurs do. All right, y'all. We got a lot of super chats. So we are going to address these super chats and what you guys have said based on what we said. I'm going to start with these orange super chats. These are the highest donations that we've got. The first one is a $20 super chat from Willie Bobcat. Willie said, 20-year Mavericks fan. Now I'm an ex-fan. Tuck Nico, he is an egomaniac who couldn't control Luka and traded him. This wasn't a bad decision. This was a colossal fuck up. Fuck him, fuck the Mavs, and fuck anybody who wants to take it easy on them.
Damn.
Is anybody up here taking it easy on them? Because Willie Bobcat has something to say to you.
Yeah, there's 2.
I mean, bro.
Fuck you too, Willie Bobcat.
Yeah,
Yep.
goddamn, y'all motherfuckers
I
get
feel the
too
same
y'all
way.
motherfuckers get too in
Well,
y'all
this is-
feelings about some shit that ain't
Think
got
about where we are though, Drenchy. Like that's all you listening to. Fire Nico. Okay, so fire Nico. So Nico got fired. No problem. You got what
You
you
gonna be
want.
saying
Nico,
the same shit.
yeah,
Fire
Nico got
Michael
fired.
Finley.
Well, yeah, because
Shit.
it's not gonna bring Luka back, obviously.
No, it's not going to.
And you know what, Willie Bobcat? I'll tell you another thing. Never mind. It's a family show. My bad.
Man, I mean, like, bro, like y'all, I think, like, bro, the idea that y'all like really like taking this shit to heart, like y'all know Nico, y'all don't know what the fuck went into Nico's decision. Y'all don't know nothing. Y'all really don't. You're just sitting up here speculating that he made this brass decision, and that they went with. At the end of the day, the motherfuckers that fired him agreed to the shit. They agreed to it. It is what it is. Like, I don't get why y'all want to be like this anti-Nico shit. Like, it is what it is. I don't agree with firing GMs during the season anyway. I don't even really agree with firing coaches during the season anyway. In football, I do, but in basketball, I don't.
Do you think that Kevin Love for Andrew Wiggins, you think that was a fair trade?
You talking about for
And Anthony Bennett? Don't forget Anthony.
And Anthony Bennett too. I'm sorry, Mars.
Talking about for the Timberwolves,
And two number one picks. Yeah, two
mm-hmm.
number one.
And two
I
number one.
I thought it was a fair trade at the time. I thought
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Love wasn't gonna give Minnesota shit either.
Mm-hmm.
It was a fair trade. Like Kevin Love, what Kevin Love had gave them at that point was all he was gonna give them. That was all he was gonna give them.
And if I'm not mistaken,
Kevin Love
at that
was
time,
absolutely balling.
Yeah,
I was about to say,
he
I
wasn't
mean,
gonna give them a
He was
championship.
cooking for
Right.
them.
and at that time, if I'm not mistaken, I think Kevin Love in 2014, I want to say he was like 25 or something like that, 26. He was arguably the best four-man in the game. It was him, it was Blake Griffin, it was LaMarcus Aldridge. Like we can make the argument he was the best four-man in the game. So we trade him for Andrew Wiggins and Anthony Bennett. Should that GM should have been fired for that?
Not fired chill necessarily, but they lost though. Like they lost the trade. But every trade isn't gonna be even Stevens. So sometimes you gotta take a little less to get what you want.
Sure.
So I don't know exactly what their plan was and if they wanted the wing and Andrew Wiggins, if that's how they wanted to build. But Kevin Love was absolutely was far better than Andrew Wiggins was at that point and for the Timberwolves. But it's part of the game, man.
Yeah, but I just don't think he was gonna move the needle for them Minnesota anymore. Like they got what all they was gonna get out of it. It was over with.
Mm-hmm.
So
the next super chat I got is from Nash Incognito. Another $20 super chat. Nash Incognito said, "Chill. Stop equating the Luka trade to the Shaq trade. Trading a player in his 30s who's past his peak is not the same as trading a player who's 25. In that case, the Lakers were siding with their 25-year-old star, not dealing him."
Well, one, they were going to lose Bryant if they didn't come off of Shaq. That's number one. Number two, Penn said anytime you trade an all-star, an all-pro, you should be fired. So Shaq at that time was an all-star.
It doesn't work out.
Right. But you didn't mention that part, though. That's the
I
part you didn't mention. I didn't hear you say if it doesn't work out. No, you didn't. I didn't hear you mention that part. That's why I said that.
Well, no, that would mean no all-star could ever get traded. Of course, that's implied. If you trade an all-star, you should get. If you trade an all-star and it doesn't work out, you should get fired, and that's what gets you fired. Typically, that's what gets you fired. But as I set that up to say, if you trade like a superstar like Luka and it doesn't work out, you should be banned from.
How many superstars get traded though? That's the $1 million question. I mean, when I think about just over
Carmelo
the last
Anthony
20,
got traded.
Okay, Carmelo Anthony got traded,
But he wanted out.
Tracy McGrady got traded.
I was talking about
that was way different.
including superstars who ask to be traded, because there's a lot. Like James Harden.
Okay, so all right. Let me clarify. Let me rephrase the question. How many players the caliber of Luka have been traded like Luka was traded?
Nobody. It's never happened before. No.
Okay.
Nobody as good as Luka has been traded as young as Luka ever.
Did Tracy McGrady ask for a trade in Orlando?
Interesting. That Jabbar was 28 years old when he was
remember.
traded. He was the best player in the league. So.
The Pelicans traded him.
Kareem asked to leave the Bucks though.
Anthony Davis tried to force his way out of the Pelicans.
He didn't try. He did.
New Orleans.
Yeah, he did force his way.
He did.
Yeah.
He 100%. And
what
he wasn't hurt
what
that
about
year. They
Tracy
shelved
McGrady
him
in
to
Orlando?
preserve him.
What about that one?
Time for a good old Google search.
For Steve Francis, Coutinho.
Steve Francis did not want out in Houston, by the way. He didn't. It
course.
was Jeff. It was Jeff thing.
He wasn't.
It was
Yeah,
Jeff
well,
Van Gundy.
when
It was
According to the internet, T-Mac had a falling out with Orlando's
Yeah.
GM, and that's why he asked out. This is also after Orlando won like 20 games in 04.
they were
I'd
terrible.
want to leave
Yes.
that. I'd want to leave that situation. If I'm leading the league in scoring and we win in 20 games, yeah, okay.
Yeah, just fired Doc too.
Right.
Yeah, we went to Boston.
Oh no, he might have went to commentating before that. For real.
Yeah, Doc Rivers. Yeah,
When
Doc
did he get to
Rivers,
Boston? 05?
Yeah, he was in the
I thought
middle
it
of
was
that.
06.
And so he was in Orlando,
Six,
and in the
okay.
middle
Okay.
of in the middle of Orlando and Boston, he was in the booth
Yeah, that's what I
doing
thought.
games. Yes.
Okay, yeah.
I'm just thinking about players of that caliber. Like, am I thinking about anybody who has ever been traded at that time that were that good?
Right.
Technically, even though this is not the same thing, it's not close to the same thing. Technically, James was traded in 2011, but he really
a
wasn't.
sign and trade.
Yeah, he technically he was traded, but yeah,
sign and trade is
technically,
crazy.
I
but
guess
it's not the same. No, it's
yeah.
not
Well,
the same.
well, chill. Y'all keep bringing up because we said Anthony Davis, said T-Mac, said these guys, Carmelo Anthony, and it's like, oh well, they wanted out. They were frustrated with the organization. So why isn't it the same thing if the organization is frustrated with them? But you know what I'm saying. Why can't it go both ways? Why does the organization have to deal with frustrated prima donnas? You know what I'm saying? But the frustrated prima donna gets mad.
They don't have to.
But that's what I'm saying, no Mars. But that's I understand they don't have to, but that's not how we're looking at this. We're looking at it like, oh, well, it doesn't count because the player wanted to get out. Yeah, but what about when the organization is tired of the player? Like, I don't care how good, get your ass out of here.
We were just comparing situations. There's never been a situation like the Luka situation where a
There
superstar
has
doesn't
been.
want to leave.
Right?
but
No,
they-
not in
I
basketball.
understand, Mars.
Yeah,
I understand, Mars. I'm just saying, like,
But players
when-
get
when we
criticized
talk
for
about it-
asking to leave teams all the time. We're not going to act like that doesn't happen.
No, I'm not saying they don't. I'm not saying they don't. I'm talking about in this particular instance when we're bringing up players that have been really good or all-stars, even superstar levels to get traded. We say, oh well, no, it's not the same because that player wanted to go. Yeah, well, in this situation, the franchise was tired of him. Like
In the summer of
Chubby ass outta
2022,
here.
in the summer of 20,
That's a big difference. The franchise not wanting you versus you not wanting to be on the franchise is like a total 180. That's two completely different things, which is why it's
but
different.
Ox's point
Both can
is-
be valid. I'm not arguing the
Right,
validity.
right.
That's
Yeah,
fine. But they
I
are
understand they're
different.
I'm just saying, like, I understand there's a difference, but at the same time, it's just like it's the same thing. Like you don't
In the
you
pantheon-
don't wanna
in the-
be
in the
here,
pantheon
and
of
we don't want you
players.
here. Same thing. It's like, oh,
In
you're
the-
fired. Well, no, I quit. Like, get out.
Hey, I got a question though. I got a question.
Right quick, Jordan, because Chill was about to say something. Then I got to get back to these super chats. Go
in
ahead.
the pantheon of players in 2022, where was Donovan Mitchell? Was he a top 10 player in the league at that point? In 2020?
Nah, he's not a top 10 now, so he wouldn't top 10.
No,
I ain't even talking to
don't
you,
think so.
Jordan.
I don't.
I'm not
I
even
don't.
talking to you.
I
You talking to me.
I
You're excluded from this
humbly
conversation.
don't
You out.
think Donovan
Yeah,
Mitchell
I
is
mean-
out there.
I can just say that comfortably. Like, there's no way he ain't top 10 now.
Yeah,
He ain't top
in
10
my
now.
opinion, he was not top 10. I'll say that.
What about
Sure.
DeMarcus? What about when DeMarcus got traded?
When
What
he
about
got traded in
DeMarcus?
2018, right? At All-Star?
Yeah, and he was the best. He was the best big man in the league.
Show. I have
Sorry.
I have been thinking about this for many months.
okay.
What is the closest thing that I have seen to Luka Doncic getting traded? And I have an answer for you. But it isn't from basketball. This is the most Canadian thing I've ever done. It is actually Wayne Gretzky getting traded. So Wayne Gretzky got traded from the Edmonton Oilers
At what
to the
point in his
Los
career?
Angeles Kings in his prime. In his
Oh.
prime, after he was already considered the best player in the game, after he'd already won multiple MVPs, delivered a Stanley Cup, at the age of 27, he was traded to the Los Angeles Kings. So
Which
apparently,
he did not ask out.
he did not ask out.
He did
He
not
did
ask
not
out.
ask out. And then, so he spent from the age of 27, 28, all the way till about 34 with the Kings. And then he got, he had 1 year off. And then, he retired
did
with the
you
New York
know-
Rangers.
I don't know if you know this, Ron, but Wayne Gretzky, when he got traded, not only did he not ask out, but the owners of these two organizations, they got together and they just was chit-chatting about him. The next thing you know, we go from chit-chatting to you know what? He's kind of a prima donna, and do you really want him on your crew?
History
You
repeated
know what?
itself.
You might be right. You know, I don't know if I really like him. The fact that I'm
Let
going to
me- let me just say
so
this.
essentially what it is, Ron. So Ron, essentially
what
what it is me and you talking, and me and you talk. Your girl don't want out the relationship, but me and you talking. You know, Ron, I seen your chick downtown at the such and such spot. Well, you know what, chill. You know what? I heard that she kind of been in the streets a little bit. Well, you know, if you ain't really feeling her, maybe we can have a conversation about you coming off. And next thing you know, y'all breaking up.
No, that's crazy.
That's how that happened. That's how that happened with Wayne Gretzky.
Because Roger Clemens, Andy Pettitte, I think Roger Clemens got traded too. Or Andy Pettitte.
Yeah, he got traded to he got traded
to the
Boston.
Astros.
Like no, we got traded to Boston from Toronto. Yeah,
I'm saying, but then you know, like how do these big market teams just end up getting these guys? Like this shit is a conspiracy at this point. Hey man, you know, boy, they put it on the books.
Well, you know, the different sports.
I'm gonna ask my question. My question was because somebody brought it up for Ox. Where's this idea? This is a short question. Where does idea that motherfuckers get like you capping for billionaires? Like, why does a billionaire or dollaire or thousandaire? Why does that shit matter? Like, what is
because we're supposed to be against the billionaires.
Yeah, we're supposed to be against the man, the system. Right, that's why.
What kind of poverty thinking is that, though?
Well, because everybody wants to be rich, but when they're not rich, they gotta hate on the rich. You know how it goes. It's just human nature. Don't even worry about it.
As a person's brain, like, what in your brain tell you that that's a good idea? Like, yeah, team up against the billionaires.
Kanye West.
Well, because the billionaires are the problem. They're the ones that ruin. They're the ones ruining the regular people. They're the reason. The billionaires are the reasons why people are sitting around with their feet up and not looking for a job. And, you know what I'm saying? It's their
make me the goddamn problem, Ox.
Having money,
I would love it. Hell yeah, right?
Not having it is.
You know what the concept is called? It's called false consciousness.
I'm sorry.
It's called false consciousness.
Right.
So that's why you hate your boss instead of his boss's boss's boss, who's really telling your boss what to say to you.
They hate them all. They hate them all. It don't matter, but it's not no big deal to me. I'm just saying the biggest comparison to stay on this topic, y'all. The biggest comparison for basketball is clearly DeMarcus Cousins, and we got Buddy Hield. So at least y'all got Anthony Davis down there. We got that fucking bum. So
all right, well,
Buddy,
anybody that has
he's a bum, Morrison. He was a bum with us.
Anybody that has somebody that is not performing up to standard in their life. And maybe they're moving slow, they're out of shape, and they need to lose weight. I got the perfect solution for you and that person. You need to hook them up with Factor meals because this is where big people go to lose weight and get in shape. I know you guys' life is busy with the seasons transitioning into Thanksgiving or into fall, and then you have Thanksgiving coming up. We got Christmas, we got the holidays, all of that good stuff. And I know if you want to get in the season, you're going to have to spend time and dedicate your life, which means you probably don't have time to do all that cooking, meal prepping, all of that good stuff. Well, you found the right place right here with Factor Meals, and you can get Factor Meals by going to factormeals.com/playerschoice50 off, and using code playerschoice50 off will get you 50% off whatever you get from Factor Meals. Trust me, this is the place to be. I eat Factor Meals every day. Jordan eats Factor Meals every day. Penn eats Factor Meals every day. And you should do the same thing too. At Factor Meals, they have more variety, more meals. You get to choose from a wider selection of weekly meal options. They'll support your wellness goals. Whatever your diet may be, they have something for you. You can savor global flavors. And more importantly, 97% of customers say that Factors help them live a healthier lifestyle. Right, Mars? Right. So you can feel the difference no matter your routine with Factor Meals. So here's what you need to do. Eat smart at factormeals.com/playerschoice50 off and use code playerschoice50 off to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. That's code playerschoice50 off at factormeals.com for 50% off plus free shipping. Get delicious, ready to heat and eat meals delivered right to your front door with Factor Meals. And then after you get full and eat your Factor Meals, it's time to get into the game. And there's no better way to do that than the easiest way possible with the Game Time app. You see, y'all, I went to a Mariners game a couple months ago when we were still kicking ass. And I waited to the last minute to get my tickets pinned. But lo and behold, the Game Time app came in clutch. You know, the thing about it is, with the Game Time app, you can set your favorite teams. And once you do that, the Game Time app will actually send you alerts when you have deals for good tickets. And they did that to me. I found some nice tickets out in center field, right by the field, and they sent me an alert, and I got the tickets 50% off. It don't get too much better than that. But on top of that, they have panoramic views so you can see your seats before you actually buy them in the app. And then also, too, there's no sneaky fees on the back end. They're not car salesmen over here. They're not Nigerians like Ox. They will tell you everything that you need to know. You'll get the fees included in your price, so you'll know upfront exactly what you're getting. No surprise fees when you check out. So once again, download the Game Time app and use code PLAYERS for $20 off your first purchase. And ultimately, use code PLAYERS in the Game Time app so you can get the best deals and the best seats possible. We'll see y'all in the game. And fellas, all of that was cool. Game Time, Factor Mills, Nico Harrison getting fired. But aside from all of that, y'all know what's about to happen in about 10 days?
You're finna get canceled. That's what's finna happen.
Oh, you get your Nigerian ass out of here. We are about to run the PCL King of the Court again, y'all. Season 3. Let's get it in. Y'all have asked for it. Y'all have wanted it. Y'all thought we was canceling the PCL. No, we are not. The first round of the PCL is November 21st, baby. We getting right back to it. King of the Court style. First place will win $1,250. Second place will win $500. Third place will win $250. And once again, it is 3 rounds. You got the first round Friday, November 21st. You got the semifinals Friday, November 28th. That'll be Black Friday. And then you got the finals, baby. Friday, December 5th. We back in the game. Mars is participating. Damo in the house. Damo's participating. Hey, we got some good names, y'all. We got a new group of guys that's gonna participate. So I'm saying that to say, y'all strap up your seatbelts, lace yourselves up, because it is going to be a hell of a ride to the PCL finals. You guys excited about this?
Let's do it.
Let's get it. Do we get Pirates back now?
I don't know. I'm waiting to get confirmation from each and every person. I don't think Pirates gonna be able to participate, but we'll just have to see. I don't know. I don't. But all right, Ox, can you not be a scammer and put those super chats on the screen that you were supposed to do?
Certainly. We'll start.
Thank you. And if you're in here right now, make sure that you like the video. Make sure you subscribe. Keep doing what you're doing in the comments. Keep sending through your super chats. We might not get to them immediately. We might not get to them when you want us to, but eventually we will get to your super chat. The next super chat is from No Longer Gape. No Longer Gape said, when y'all gonna be ready to Luka?
To talk about Luka being better than Steve Nash and Jason Kidd all time.
Is he better than Luka? Or is he better than Steve Nash and J Kidd?
Maybe, Steve Nash.
No. Nope. I'm not doing that. When you're responsible for what Steve Nash was responsible for and how efficient Steve Nash was, and you've done what he's done in that period of time, no. I'm not doing that. Nope. Not doing that at all.
This is Moses Malone and Wemby all over again.
No, it is not. No, it is not the same thing. And the reason why the reason why it's not the same thing is because you think that I'm going off of what Moses Malone did in terms of accolades. We're talking about because Steve Nash and Luka Doncic in terms of accolades at this point, I don't think it's the same.
What does Steve Nash do better other than shoot? What is he better at?
I think he had better ball handling than Luka. I think he's nicer with the field than Luka. I think he's more efficient with the ball. In terms of being a distributor, I think that they're right there. I don't think that they're that far off his passes. I think Steve Nash is I think Steve Nash is a better decision maker as a distributor than Luka. Yes, I do think that he's
Nash is a better passer
of his career.
Yes, Nash is a better passer and distributor.
I think he's about. I think he's right there, if not a better passer. I think he's right there. I think he's a better decision maker than Luka. His shot selection is better than Luka's. I think Luka gets downhill better than him. I won't argue that point. I think they're both what they are on defense. I don't think that should be. I don't think that should be argued. But offensively,
there's
but
levels to awful. You know, like Luka's not an awful defender. Steve Nash is a pylon.
yes, he is.
Okay.
Yes, he is.
He's not anymore. He was.
No, he's not anymore. Yeah, he's not anymore.
We can't be stuck in the past.
Stretches.
At worst, Luka's decent. Don't forget.
You know what? I would love for Steve Nash to have existed during the TikTok era and like the social media era.
Steve Nash would fry this era. What Steve Nash? Steve Nash would be awesome in this game today. Holy shit.
Okay.
Steve Nash in today's game.
Sure.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Mismatch hunting where I pick on your weakest defender. Yeah, I see what's happening to Trae Young.
And you know what I'm doing? And Steve Nash is dragging, I don't know, Isaiah Smith from Chicago 25 feet away from the basket and destroying him. That's what's going on with him. He's getting Rudy Gobert. He's definitely getting Rudy Gobert in the mismatch hunt. He's definitely.
You know who did get Rudy Gobert in a mismatch hunt and ended his series? Luka.
And you know who else would do that? Steve Nash would do the same thing.
Oh man, Luka is so much better. Y'all kidding me right now?
You want the next
like
one?
Luka's had like 5 seasons that are better than Steve Nash's MVP season already. Like the fact that he doesn't have an MVP right.
Which ones?
The last 5.
Do you remember what Steve
2020 Luka's better than peak Steve Nash?
Is that what you're saying?
Would define peak Nash?
Okay, 2005, 2006,
you're the one who said the
2007.
MVPs, so I was just
okay. Hold on.
So
2005,
2006,
2007,
06.
2020 Luka. That's Luka in year 3, by the way. Is that what you're saying?
I'm gonna have
is it year 2 or year 3?
I'm gonna have to let me walk it back because I always go a little bit too crazy. You know, shout outs to DeAndre Ayton, 45 centers better. Let me walk it back. Lucas had 3 seasons, at least 3 seasons, better than every season Steve Nash has ever had.
Okay,
so I would say
22, 23, and 24 are those the years you're talking about?
Yeah, and you know what? He's on the verge of authoring another one this year. So there's gonna be 4. But we haven't seen the 4th one yet, so let me not be presumptuous.
I'm higher on Steve Nash than everyone up here, so
no, you're not, Mars, because I'm right there with you. I'm sitting.
Mars,
you think he's better than Luka? That's cool. You're not right where I am. I can assure you of that. But my place in this conversation is Nash is the best of the 3.
Like I said, Mars, you driving the car, Mars. I'm sitting in the front seat with you. You might be higher on him, but I'm definitely in the car with you. No doubt about that.
Mars, can you drive? Good.
Put me in a go-kart. I'll do all right.
Penn, I don't think you remember how good Steve Nash was.
Y'all drive on the wrong side and everything.
And in 2007, he was actually better in 2007 than he was in 2006.
I think Luka's done more with less.
I
think Luka has done more with less.
What?
Pardon?
Nash had Amari, chill. Luka's never had
Nash had Amari.
And we never had Amari.
We all know how high I am on Sean Marion.
Because we're clear.
You know what Luka would do with Amari?
This is the nut shit that I'm.
Like, he probably ruined his career like Melo did.
You do know. So in them 3 years, do you remember when Steve Nash went the furthest?
I know he never made
the year that Amari didn't play. That's what he's saying. The year
that was the year that he didn't play, Mars, in 2006. He went to the Western Conference Championship that year. He only played 3 games.
Okay, so is your point right now that Amari Stoudemire is what was keeping Steve Nash out of the finals? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
No, my point is that y'all making it
How
making
did
it
you
sound like
that.
Because I'm being extremely disingenuous.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Just making sure that you are. Just making sure that we're clear on that. No, my point is that y'all making it sound like Steve Nash, the reason why he was as awesome as he was because he had. Why did I just draw a blank on his name? I'm sorry. The reason why he was awesome as he was because he had Amari Stoudemire. Okay, well he was
and
awesome
Sean Marion.
Okay, yes.
And Leandro Barbosa.
Right.
And Boris Diaw. And Boris Diaw.
And none of these guys.
Chill. I'm telling you.
That's a squad.
Chill.
Right. And
superstars. Okay. Okay. I know people don't like
Steve Nash wasn't even the best player on his team.
Okay, hold up. I'm not gonna go that far.
Welcome back.
I don't want to do that. But what I'm saying is, think about the championship cores. Think about the championship supporting cast that Tim Duncan had. Think about the championship supporting cast that Paul Pierce had, or Kevin Garnett, whoever's team you thought that was. Kobe Bryant. Nobody needed this much help to not make the finals. Steve Nash plus Amari Stoudemire plus Boris Diaw plus Leandro Barbosa. You telling me Kobe with
All
that,
of those guys
Kobe
are
with that crew
complimentary
couldn't have made it to the
players who
finals?
Steve Nash, all of those
Come
guys are
on,
complimentary
man.
players who Steve Nash enhanced
Complimentary
every last
my
one of their
ass.
games.
Those are max
Are you
players.
telling me that Sean Marion? Are you telling me that Sean
Bruh.
Marion wasn't a complimentary player? Is that
Yes,
what I'm understanding
I'm
from
telling you,
Ben?
Sean Marion
Are
is
you
not
telling
a
me
compliment.
are you telling me that Barbosa wasn't a
Complimentary
complimentary player?
to what?
Are you
Yeah,
telling
he
me
was.
that Barbosa wasn't a complimentary player?
Yeah,
What's
Barbosa
going on
was,
right
but
now?
not
Oh,
Sean
my
Marion,
goodness.
not Amari Stoudemire.
happening?
I'm with you
Steve
with
Nash was
Barbosa.
Steve Nash was responsible for almost 50% of their offense. Not their points, their offense.
By
The reason why that
design.
engine was
It's just
humming
the
the way
system.
it was
but this
was
is what I
because
don't
of
like,
Steve
Chill.
Nash.
I don't like this because you want to give someone credit for something, but you don't want to assign any of the blame to them. This is the
I don't
same
like
thing this is the issue that I have with the Nico Harrison thing with you. Is like you want to say, well, Steve Nash is responsible for 50% of the offense. Cool. You're responsible for 50% of the offense, and we're going to treat you just like the guy who shoots 55 shots and makes 15. We're going to treat you the same way, which is you took all the shots. If you lose, that's on you. Credit and blame go together. Okay. If you're responsible for 50% of the offense, then I need to know why your offense broke down in the finals or before the finals. I need to know why that offense
Their
so great in
offense
the
did
regular
not
season.
break down. Their offense
did
was great in
not.
the playoffs. The numbers.
You don't ask these questions about Jokic. That's
I just want to put that. I just want to put
that's
out there.
kind of odd.
The Suns
odd.
offense. The Suns offense from 05 to 2010, Steve Nash's prime, is one of, if not the greatest 5-year stretch of playoff offense we've
They
ever
were
seen.
awesome in the
Statistically,
playoffs.
How are
their
you
offense did not. Their
defining
offense did not break
statistical
down in the
offense?
playoffs.
How are you defining
Relative offensive rating. Relative offensive rating. You want to go series by series, it will pair out that way. If you want to go all in totality, 5-year runs, it's them,
Right.
the Showtime Lakers. I think the Warriors are up there. The Suns' offense was never the problem in the
They
playoffs.
had one of the
did not
most
lose because of
efficient
offense.
offenses.
So I just
in
want to
NBA
put that
history,
out there. I've stayed out of this conversation. Everyone knows where my horse is, but we're not gonna lie and act like Steve Nash's offense was what was letting down the Suns. It wasn't.
No,
Their
it
offense
was
was
not.
great.
No,
The only time I would say their offense wasn't great was when they played the Spurs, and I want to say 08. Was it the Spurs they played in
When
08?
people use
The Spurs in 08 was like the
offensive-
only time I would say that.
when people use offensive rating, relative offensive rating, you're understanding also that your roster is balanced towards offense. Your offense is quicker than everybody else.
Them down. Yeah, then
And
don't
with
say
the-
the offense let
Well,
them
the
down.
offense
right.
obviously,
So-
yo, man, like if you're an
repeat what
offensively
you
leaning
just said. The first
team,
thing that you just said. Repeat what you just said. I want to make sure I'm following you, Pin. Keep going. Repeat what you just
if
said.
you are an
right in the beginning.
offensively slanted team, which the Suns
Sure.
obviously were, right? They did
Yep.
not prioritize defense nearly as much as they probably could have. And later
Okay.
on, when they tried to add defensive stoppers, etc., it just wasn't enough to change their DNA. If you
Sure.
are an offensively slanted team, then your offense needs to be that much better in the playoffs to counteract it,
And-
right? If
and
you're
it-
you're one of the fastest teams in the league, you need to be that much faster in the playoffs to counteract the fact that the playoffs are going to be slower. I
Sure.
feel very often watching those games, and again, you want to use offensive rating, relative offensive rating, whatever. Yes, relative to the league, their offense was better because their personnel was way better. How many teams had 3 players like that? But when you talk about Steve Nash in the same conversations you talk about Dwayne Wade, is the same conversations you talk about Jason Kidd, I need you to acknowledge that those guys made it to the finals with less than what Steve Nash had. And it's not just
Dwayne
bad
Wade
luck
made
when
it
it
to the
happens
finals
this
with
many
less
years in a
than
row.
less. Wow.
Well, maybe
I'm
if the
sorry.
Suns are in the
I'm
East, maybe
sorry.
they could've made the
Jason
finals,
Kidd
maybe, I
made
don't
it to
know.
the finals with Kenyon Martin, okay,
Yes.
as his second best player. Kerry
Yep.
Kittles. That is nothing compared. None of those players hold a candle to one of those players. Sean Marion is
Are
better
you
than
saying
Kenyon
that?
Martin.
Are you
Considerably.
Respect.
Are you saying
That's
that-
fine, but like
are
you
you
also
saying
got to
that
factor in
Kerry
the 02 and 03 East is not the same as the mid 2010s.
Okay,
West. It's
fine.
Not, it's not.
And
it's
not
comparable.
only that,
But
not
also,
only
like, I
that,
just don't like I said this months ago. I don't like the idea that help is only attributed to offense. That Nets team made it to the finals on the strength of being one of the best defenses in the league. So yes, they were very
powered by
limited.
Jason Kidd, by the way.
Yeah, and I'm giving Jason Kidd as much credit as you can possibly because he was an
Sure.
amazing defender and he spearheaded an offense that was limited. But they weren't making it to no finals off the strength of no offense. The offense sucked. The offense was not good. So when we're talking about help, yes, offensively they were limited, same as the 01 Sixers. But the reason they were able to have any semblance of success getting to the finals in that Eastern Conference was because of the defense they put forth. And all the names you put out there contributed to that elite defense the same way all those names you're talking about with Steve Nash contributed to that elite offense. Teams make finals, teams make playoff runs. The Suns were limited defensively, but amazing offensively. And that's seen as all this amazing help. When the Nets or the Cavs or whoever who make the finals with weaker offensive talent, but are elite defensively make the finals, it's all of a sudden the best player on the team who's spearheading a bad offense has no help on the team. When the reality is they're winning because they're holding teams to 94 points. When you hold a team to 94, you only need to win with 97. The Suns were having to outscore teams because they didn't have a good defense. So Steve Nash is having to generate 115 points per game because they can't win if they only score 102. So help goes both ways. I'm not saying the Suns didn't have immaculate talent. They did, but they played in a tougher conference than all of these carry jobs that got to the finals. The 0-1-6s, for example, that's the Eastern Conference. We know if they were in the West, they wouldn't have made it close to the finals. They would have got obliterated in that conference. The 0-2 Nets, the 0-3 Nets would have got obliterated in the Western Conference. The 0-7 Cavs would have got obliterated in the Western Conference. The Suns played in 0-5, 0-6, 0-7, 0-8, missed the playoffs in 0-9, made it back to the conference finals in 2010. Yes, they were in a tougher conference. Maybe if they played in the 0-5 East or the 0-6 East, maybe they would have beat the Heat. Maybe they wouldn't have. Maybe they would have beat the Pistons. Maybe they wouldn't have, but they would have had a better chance. That's for damn sure. The West was a tougher conference. Everyone knows that. So you can't just judge teams based on, oh, this team made the finals, this team didn't. Because that's how you get to the conclusion of the 2018 Cavs were better than the 2018 Rockets, when everyone knows that's not true. But one had to play the Warriors in their conference, and the other one didn't have to play the Rockets until the finals. Conferences matter. We know conferences matter. Making the finals doesn't mean you're better than a team that didn't make the finals when one is in a drastically more difficult conference. The Suns were better than teams that made the finals in the East, but they just weren't in the Eastern Conference. Are you going to tell me the Suns weren't better than the 2007 Cavaliers? Like, are we seriously going to try and say that? Because
no, we're not doing that, Mark. No, we're definitely not doing that. But
chill, Pin. I'm sorry. I hate to have to step in. It is time to move on. We are going to jump into the title of the show. The Detroit Pistons are unstoppable right now. They're on a 7-game win streak. And speaking of teams with limited offenses, with a point guard that has to shoulder the load of everything, Cade Cunningham is doing exactly that. He just got the Player of the Week last week in the Eastern Conference. Cade was averaging 31 points. They went undefeated, 4-0. Once again, he was averaging 31 points, 9.8 assists, and shot 54% from the field. Cade Cunningham is playing spectacular right now, along with Jalen Duren. They seem like a dynamic duo that is going to be scary in the East, not just for this year, but for the foreseeable future. And also, Cade Cunningham last night had a career night, for better or for worse. So against the Washington Wizards, the Detroit Pistons were struggling, and they were on the brink of losing. The game went into overtime. And in overtime, the Pistons pulled it out by a score of 137-135. And Cade Cunningham had 46 points. He had 12 rebounds. He had 11 assists. He had 5 steals. He had 2 blocks. But here's the tricky thing with this whole thing. Yes, Cade had 46 points. He shot 18 free throws. And he made 16 shots of those free throws. But here's the real tricky thing. He had 46 points on 45 shots, fellas. He went 14 for 45 from the field. Fellas, I want to hear you guys' thoughts on this game last night. Cade shooting 45 shots. And right quick, Cade Cunningham's 31 missed shots in a single game is the new NBA record, passing Kobe's previous 30 missed shots. Fellas, let's talk about last night. Let's just talk about the Pistons and Cade Cunningham in general.
Question,
3 games in 4 nights will do that to you, man.
Yep.
Just a question, Ox. Are we boxing after the game?
Nah, because we won.
No, if you win,
no.
yeah.
We're not boxing.
No,
we're not boxing.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely gonna be like, if we're on the same team, I'm gonna lightheartedly talk shit. Like, damn, bro, like, But I'm not tripping though. Like, this the NBA, chill. You know what I'm saying? You got. I know a lot of people are efficiency merchants, but we got to win this basketball game, bro. And you had Cade, you did what you had to do. I'm laughing at it right now, but that's because I'm talking about basketball. You know what I'm saying? We're just up here talking about basketball. It's not real. It's not real. If we were playing, I'm going, if you were looking me off all night and whatever, and it was a close game, I'm like, bro, if you pass the ball, we won't be in overtime with the Wizards. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, though, I'm not really tripping though. Like, it's funny, and I'm going to talk shit about it because we're talking basketball. But it's a difference between talking about it and doing it. Okay, get them up, bro. We need to win this basketball game. I ain't tripping.
I mean, to be fair, he didn't have to take 46 shots last night. But
No, he didn't have to. But we have to win, though. We have to win this
it's
game.
Kind of like, bro, why you did all that shit, bro? But it just goes to my point of I just solely think it's too many goddamn possessions in basketball, bro. Like, it's too many possessions. Like, we playing 150 possessions because everything is fast, shoot a three, fast, get the rebound, kick, shoot, kick, get the rebound, kick, shoot. Like, goddamn, bro, you took 46 goddamn shots.
That's like most of NBA history by like 15 years, but I guess.
Yeah, I agree.
It was crazy.
They used to take them and to the point of back in those in the times of the 60s, Mars, where they were taking 46 shots a game. They wasn't skilled to where, like y'all say, skilled. If we skilled, one person shouldn't be taking 46 damn shots if the whole team is skilled. Some.
Well, yeah, they were missing a lot of their like guys. Like, shout out to Dennis Jenkins coming in off a two-way and having a huge night.
Shout out, my
but
guy,
like that's who
getting Jenkins right.
But like that's like their roster was depleted. Like Tobias didn't play. Obviously, no Ivy, no Karis LeVert, no Beef Stew, no Asar.
Yeah.
Like they were coming off 3 games in 4 nights on a back-to-back.
Yeah,
their roster was depleted. They had nothing. Like Cade was tired. Everyone was tired. They didn't have much.
I bet he was tired. 46 get you tired.
Yeah, and I look at most of his shots. We can all be 1000% honest. The guy shot terribly. Like, we're not gonna dress that up in any other way than you missed 31 shots. You did not shoot the ball well.
Yeah,
but it didn't feel like he was derailing the offense. Does that make sense?
He wasn't.
So like it felt like they needed him to shoot, but it wasn't like he was just throwing up nonsense. I actually liked a lot of his looks. You take 45, there's going to be ill-advised ones for sure. But I liked a lot of his looks. There was just
all 45.
There was just a lid on the rim for him, especially like at the basket, which is unfortunate. But for the most part, I liked Detroit's offensive. I liked Detroit's offensive process. Cade gave everything he had on both sides of the ball. The whole team gave everything they had, and it's unfortunate you had to give everything you had against a team like the Wizards. But ultimately, they come away with a win. They were tired, they were depleted, and I think overall, I would still say Cade played well, but he shot the ball terribly. That's kind of where I left that game with. But it's also a skill to be. Yeah, it's also a skill to be able to generate that many shots.
I mean, it is, but Mark, I mean, I'm not knocking. I agree with every point you just made. To be honest with you, like I agree with you. Like they definitely needed Cade to do all of that. I'm just saying that shit is insane. Like I was just kind of rebutting to Ox, kind of saying, that he didn't have to do that. If the league is supposed to be as skilled as what it is, you shouldn't be taking 46 goddamn shots,
Jordan.
But at the same time, he did have he assisted the ball well. Like Mars said, they had a lid on the basket for a little bit.
Well,
but
2 turnovers last night.
Yeah. Now he was assisting.
He probably would have had more if they was making their shots. He probably would have had more.
Jordan,
yeah, that's
12 rebounds, 11 assists.
Yeah, he had the ball that much.
There's
only turned the ball over twice and got like 7 stocks.
There's only 2 players, Jordan, in NBA history who have ever had 5 steals in a triple-double, in a 40-point triple-double. Can you name them?
I would let me guess. Scotty Barnes got to be one of them.
Nope.
Oh shit. Okay, now I know you're serious.
Somebody got background noise like crazy.
Is it me?
All right. No. Go ahead, Jordan. You good?
All right. So
I'll give you a hint. One of them is Cade Cunningham last night.
Okay, Cade Cunningham.
How many others?
James Harden. James Harden.
Not James Harden.
Draymond Green.
40-point triple-double with 5 steals.
Triple-double with 5 steals.
Michael Jordan.
Sounds like something lost.
It is Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
So those are the only 2 players in NBA history. Now, Jordan, this is where I think we need to talk about you talking about Cade taking all these shots, right? Because I watched the game back. Obviously, the sticker shock value. Oh my God, you took 46 shots, or that's crazy, right? It seems crazy, but when you think about the context of the fact that they were down all those guys, it makes perfect sense. There is another guy who once took 49 shots to get 64 points, but he also took 43 shots to get 49 points, 43 shots to get 43 points, 43 shots to get 41 points, 39 shots to get 29 points, and that is Michael Jordan as well. So the point is, it happened.
Did you take 39 shots for 29 points?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was.
Mars,
That's what I was trying
don't
to get.
start.
It was
Let's get
against
to the point.
the San Antonio Spurs in 1997, and it was towards the tail end of his career. The 43 shots to get 43 points was against the Houston Rockets and Hakeem Olajuwon.
Michael Jordan
So
shot 50% for his
My
career,
point,
so.
my point is sometimes your
What
team
we
is
doing?
down and you just need to find a win. Okay, like it doesn't matter how you do it. It doesn't matter. Kobe had plenty of these games. I honestly, if you asked me this 10 years ago, I say that's shot chucking. But today I've grown, and to be honest, I think he played a really good game.
But why?
It's not an A+ game.
But
It's
to
an
your
A
point,
game.
but Pin, to your point, it's funny that you say that because you said today I would say he played a really good deal. But my thing is, that actively goes against this. It's more skill now because, like, why can't other guys take shots?
Because the other guy's Duncan Robinson. Like,
Exactly.
bro, like he was down so many
why
guys.
can't
Ron
other guys take
Holland and
shots?
Duncan
That's more
Robinson.
skill.
Like, first of all, I don't think the Wizards are not. They're not 1-9 bad. Okay, like they're a bad team, but they got some players, man. They got Chris Middleton. They got, they got some dudes, man. They got some dudes. This is not the Charlotte Bobcats, okay?
Yeah,
Like,
but
they're
what
a bad team.
Can I ask you though? What does that mean? I ask you,
bro, they're bad relative to the competition. I dropped.
Well, to be fair, the rest of the team shot 69 shots, so they did shoot.
Yeah, it was just a high-paced game. It's just sticker value. It's a shock value. You know what I mean? It's like
you took 45 of them joints. And he didn't shoot well.
But Jordan, though, like we all know,
he could have got 81.
Could have got.
No, he really could have if he would have made his shots. But like Mars, you remember I asked this question? I think it was a couple weeks ago. I said, who shoulders more their offense, Giannis or Cade?
Mm-hmm.
Like when we talk about offenses in the NBA, Cade probably has the most responsibility. It'd be Giannis, Jokic, Cade. Like they literally have, and Jokic actually has help. They just run the offense through him like crazy. But Cade has to do stuff like this. Like honestly, like 3 months from now or next month, if I was to see another game and I seen Cade shoot 45 shots, I would not be surprised because Cade, he doesn't have to shoot 45 shots. But if he does with this offense and with this team and the way that they're relying on him, I won't be surprised. My only thing is, Cade, buddy, I'm not mad that you shot 45. You just at least got to make 20 of them. Shooting 45 to make 14 is ridiculous.
He shot bad.
Ridiculous.
He was 4 for 5 for 17. Let me rephrase that. Because I was watching that.
In 2002,
how do you shoot 17 threes and you only made 5?
In 2002, Kobe took 47 shots to make 41 points.
Yeah, but do you understand the criticism that Kobe get for that shit though?
Yeah,
yes.
But
he also gets a lot of praise.
To be fair, if the Pistons lost last night, I think
he get a lot of praise because he got a lot of trophies. He got a lot of rings.
And there also are people criticizing Cade for last night,
Cade's
or
like
at least
20,
saying that like.
Yeah, those people are.
That doesn't matter. You can't throw his age out there. You can't do that. Like if you're gonna shoot that many shots, you just got to shoot better. That's just all it is. Even with Kobe Bryant, if Kobe Bryant was playing today and he would do that, I would say the same thing about Kobe. If you shoot 40 shots and only score 35, yes, you're Kobe. Yes, you're still dope, but you got to shoot better than that.
In 06, 05 and shit, when Kobe was doing that, we were saying the same thing about Kobe when he was doing that shit. Nobody was like, "Oh, it's great, Kobe's shooting." We was all like, "Damn, you like pass the ball." You know what I'm saying?
It doesn't make him any less of a player, man. It doesn't.
They do it to AI now. To be fair,
I just feel totally different about.
So we did it to AI then too.
When you take that many shots, like I understand that you burden a lot of responsibility, but it's not like you taking the same coverage that the rest of your teammates are. This is not like, oh, the Wizards are like, let's put the best defender on Cade or let's put the best defender on Duncan Robinson. No, it's like we collapse on Cade. Now, Cade did face a lot of single coverage last night, to be fair. There was a lot of single
good at defense last night.
No, they weren't. And so you can call it what it was, but you can also focus on the positive. If you focus on the positive, it was third game in 4 nights. His team was down a lot of bodies, and he found a way. And, he came up huge. He was one of the biggest reasons why they even came back into that game. They were out of that game. Just to be clear, beginning of the fourth quarter, they were done. They were cooked. It was like, oh, wow, I can't believe, the Wizards are actually going to win this. But, you're missing Beef Stew. I think he's one of your best players. You're missing Asar Thompson. You're missing a lot of really good dudes, okay? And the fact that Cade is still able to generate that kind of rim pressure, that kind of shot quality, and find energy on the third game in 4 nights to push this game to overtime. Now, once at overtime, for sure, he had his struggles, and the rest of his teammates kind of came through, but he got them there. So it's not just about like it's not how many you scored, it's when you scored. You scored when the game was out of reach. You brought them back. So that's why I think he deserves a lot of credit. And he also played defense. So, a lot of these dudes, like, frankly, if I'm being honest, a lot of these dudes that we talk about a lot on this channel, like they don't play defense. They be scoring 45, but they don't play defense. It's hard to score defense.
I watched the games last night. I watched a game. I'm seeing a lot of badass defense from nobody. Like the worst defense that's being played in the NBA right now is fucking transition defense. Like motherfuckers just trot back in transition all the time, and the game is played in transition. So that's some of the worst defense I've seen. But I kind of want to shift it a little bit because I kind of want to ask, and I don't want to make this an old head segment or old head conversation. But Chill and Ox and Ron too, just playing in college. You would think there would ever be a time where a motherfucker would be like, we played 3 games in 4 nights, and that's all you do, and you would be like tired, like exhausted, like from playing a game of basketball.
You're supposed to be tired. Like you're gonna be tired, especially playing at the NBA level. If you're 48 minutes is a lot different. Let me answer real quick. 48 minutes is a lot different than 40 minutes of college basketball. 12-minute quarters is a lot of basketball.
They don't play 48 minutes.
I know, Ron. I know they're not playing, but still, it's a longer game. You're gonna play more minutes. You're gonna play more minutes in the NBA. So, all right, but still, regardless. 3 games in 4 nights, you're going to be tired. You're supposed to be tired. You're an athlete. You play. You are an athlete. This is your job. So while I'm saying that, they're tired, I don't think it's a big deal though. Like if I'm not.
I'm not saying. And my bad. I phrased the question wrong because I don't want to say that they're not tired. Like you'll be tired. You'll be banged up. You know what I mean?
They're supposed to be tired at
that
level.
Basketball, you get your body banged up all the time. Like just playing pickup, you do. But I'm saying like 3 games in 4 nights, and you got guys who sitting out. Now, if you got like a hamstring injury like Jalen Green, I think you should be very cautious with them type of injuries. But for motherfuckers that was playing healthy and hooping their ass off the game before, and then now you sitting on the sideline, like that's the shit I don't understand. But for Jalen Green to ball out 29 coming off a fresh hamstring injury, and then the next game they play him when he just had a hamstring injury, it's like, that shit is backwards to me because y'all sit a motherfucker out with nothing wrong with him. Nothing. And when somebody really got something wrong with him, you pushing them. So I asked that question because it's like, number one, Cade shouldn't be playing all them damn minutes. Like Cade been playing 37 minutes a game damn near for the last couple of games.
They've been playing. He's averaging 40.
Bro, that's crazy. Like, why is he playing
Jordan,
40
that's
minutes?
Not that crazy.
No, 40 minutes is crazy.
Like,
that's insane.
It's really not though. These dudes go through a training camp. Cade trains with high-level trainers all summer. Like I'm telling, in what is Cade, 23? Like, Chill. I know you remember this.
He's a baby.
Chill. I know you remember this.
Yeah, but
I was with you.
Never now.
I was with you. We used to practice, and the practices were harder than the games, by the way. So I'm throwing this context out. So you guys aren't like, well, the practice ain't the game. We used to practice with the practices being harder than the games. 3 hours Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and sometimes Sunday. We will practice 3 hours. That's scrimmaging. That's doing drills, defensive drills, weight room. And on top of that, you got conditioning. We run 626s, suicides, 17s. If somebody fucks up, get on the line. We don't let coach be mad and don't let somebody do some dumb shit. We're running 6 of them back to back to back to back to back. We used to do that every day, Monday through Saturday. The practices were harder than the games. Oh, and by the way, guess what? We practice Monday through Friday, and guess what we're doing on Saturday? We're playing a game. I'm not giving these guys a pass, and the reason why I'm not doing it is because I've done it. I've been in their shoes. I played multiple games a week. I used to play back-to-back games in my conference. I'm not giving them a pass. 40 minutes is not a lot. You guys think it is, and you guys are entitled to your opinion.
I think it's a lot over 82 games, though. I think it's a lot over 82 games.
But you have.
I don't think they want a pass.
You were tired and you had no legs. Like you've
right, and that's the point.
Yeah,
that's my point, Marsh. I don't think
40 because of it.
I was just talking about.
I don't think these dudes want. I don't think these dudes want necessarily a pass run. I get what you're saying, and I understand your question too, Drench. But I'm saying like, I know people might be like, "Oh, they're tired," but as athletes, these dudes grew up on that. Like Cade Cunningham has played way more minutes in 4 days than he just did. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like,
sure.
you got to remember these dudes. Like, we all been in those circuits where you're 16 years old and you're playing 7 games in 3 days.
Yeah,
you know
that's
what I'm saying? You've gone to a city and played in two different tournaments at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Or might have played for 2 different teams. These dudes have done this before. This ain't no big deal for them, and I don't think we should make a big deal about it. I think obviously in 4 nights, 3 games is a lot, especially when you're a star player like Cade Cunningham.
I think.
Right, but even when you're a player like Cade Cunningham, you're going to play a lot of minutes, especially in 4 nights. But I think it's obvious that it's a lot on him, but I also think that's okay. These are world-class athletes.
But Ox, like I was saying, I don't want to make it seem, to Mars' point too, I don't want to make it seem like I'm saying they're not going to be tired. Like, yeah, you're going to be tired. Like that's something that coaches has always looked out for. Like, guys, we got 4 games in 3 nights. We're going to look to the end of the bench a little bit more. We're going to play a little bit more guys, which I think coaches should do. You should do that. But I'm just talking about like the guys like sitting out. Like, the fuck you doing sitting out? And we got 4 games in 3 nights. Like, what are you sitting out for? Like, now, once again, I do want to iterate. If you Jalen Green and you just coming off a hamstring injury that kept you sidelined for 2-3 months, you want to be very careful with a hamstring. We all know growings, hamstring, calves, all of those things take time to heal, and your body got to get used to what it's going to go through to heal itself. So Jalen Green probably should have sat out the next game. But I just saw Asar and Tobias Harris just playing. What the fuck they doing sitting out this game? And K got to go play 48 minutes or however many minutes he played, and he got to shoot 45 shots. I don't get that. Now, let's say in game 25, Ron, and Cade is averaging 40 minutes. Yeah, he's young enough to do it. But he averaging 40 minutes and they playing more possessions. The game is a lot faster. I think that's part of the reason why these guys get these injuries a little bit. Now, game 25, Cade banged up. Like, what are we doing? Like, that's part
of it, though. You're supposed to be banged up.
No, I'm talking about banged up to where he got to sit out for a couple weeks and a couple months. When we were practicing and everybody was going through the ringer, we respected everybody getting their ass up every day, like Ron said, practicing Monday through Saturday, going hard in these drills, defending at a high level in practice, and we expect everybody to play. You look at your teammate like, God damn, this motherfucker don't want to play. Like, that's the shit I think that's like, that I don't get it. You know, and I don't want to bring Michael Jordan up, but I will, because he said one time in an interview about him playing 82 games that he like, shit, I really want to play all of them because I just love playing basketball that much. Like, I love playing basketball. Like, I just want to play all the damn games.
What's a sufficient amount of minutes that a guy should be playing? Let's talk about just particularly a top 10 player. What's a sufficient amount of minutes in today's game that Kevin Durant should be playing?
I mean, as many as he think about it, like you think.
What's comfortable for you? What do you think is comfortable in terms of minutes?
So for Kevin Durant, for me, I would say if I was managing Kevin Durant, I would say if I'm watching KD move comfortably and I'm talking to him and he's saying like, "Oh, I'm good. I can play 33, 34." I'll let KD play 33, 34. If he moves like KD, don't have no issues going on. Now 3 games in 4 nights, he's not going to average 40 minutes, or he's not going to average 34. Some of them, like we up 14 in the 4th. I'm gonna let KD sit down a little bit longer until that lead get down to maybe 7, 8. But I'm watching Devin Booker beating the hell out of who they played the other day. We was watching on playback here. They beating the hell out of was that New Orleans that they played? I can't remember.
Yes.
No, it was the Clippers. They beating the hell out of the Clippers. Devin Booker is in the game in the 4th quarter. The whole starting 5 is in the game in the 4th quarter, just getting their shots up. What are we doing? But then guess what? When it come down to 4 games and 5 nights, they gonna sit out. Oh, he rested. Like it's something off in this shit.
The thing about that, Jordan, is if you check in the game, if you're playing in the game as opposed to resting, like if you're not playing, that goes on against your average, that goes against your stats. And you know these dudes have to have their stats right.
See, that's what I'm saying. So this shit
but for them it's about all NBA, it's about the accolades, it's about getting that money. So you know there's more that goes into it. And even if we disagree with it, we gotta understand it, and to some extent we have to respect it because that's their livelihood. So if I'm gonna play today, if I'm not load managing, meaning I'm not playing, I'm not checking in, it's not gonna go against my average or whatever. But if I check in, if I'm playing, I got to get my shots up. I need 24. I need 25.
Yeah, but you don't need to be in the game when y'all beating the Clippers by 20.
I need my average up.
See, that's what but then again, you gonna look, but that's what I'm saying. So it becomes like basically forget the fans.
What I'm trying to make sense of is what's sufficient. I just watched Wemby, and I know we're gonna get to this game, Ron, but I watched Wemby go 38-10. He only played 3 quarters. That's it. He played 3 quarters last night.
You wouldn't be different though. I agree with Mars. We got to get Wemby out of
minutes, right? They're not.
Yeah.
How many minutes did he play?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's
36.
it.
What did he play? Like 20?
36.
He played 3 quarters
That's a lot of
worth
minutes,
of minutes. So
12
12 times
30,
3.
30,
That's what he's
a fair
saying.
amount of minutes.
That's it. He played 3 quarters. Giannis is barely playing half the games. Giannis is barely playing half the game. He's playing 33
Giannis
minutes.
Is averaging like 30-something minutes.
I think
He's
he's averaging
averaging
35 minutes a game, Mark.
He's averaging. So he's
That's a lot of minutes.
He's playing a little bit more than half the game, and I understand physically what it is with Giannis. Like when I think about Cade Cunningham, and I think about when you're talking about being an all-time great, and like there's gonna be stretches when you have to play like this because to your point, we were shorthanded last night, and unfortunately, who was shorthanded?
I'm talking about the Pistons. The Pistons shouldn't have been short-handed like that.
Yeah,
why was Tobias sitting now? I get Saw rolled his ankle, right? But why is Tobias sitting now?
I think he's been out of the lineup for a couple of times for a while now. Like Tobias Harris hasn't been out now. Beef Stew got a knee injury and an ankle injury too.
Which fellas just banged up. I think they just banged up.
Yes, fellas. Go ahead, Ron.
I'm gonna change. We're gonna stay on the same page, but I'm gonna just go ahead and switch lanes with the Detroit Pistons because as of right now, once again, they're on a 7-game winning streak. They are 9-2. They are at the top of the conference, and I just want to ask you guys: can they keep this up? Can they? I don't even want to talk about playoffs. I just want to talk about regular season. Can they, in fact, maybe finish number 1 in the East? Or is this a fluke?
Not with their point guard shooting as much as he's shooting. He's got to be. I don't think he would shoot that much if he was more efficient. Like last night, to Mars's point, I mean, he was 5 for 18 at the rim. That's where he was last night, 5 for 18. If he's making more of those shots, Cade is a willing passer. If he's making more of those shots, the defense collapses. With the defense collapsing, he's getting other people involved. A lot of that stuff at the rim last night was one-on-one, and he just couldn't convert. So he's got to be more efficient as a bucket getter. If he could be more efficient as a bucket getter, then I think that he would open up more offense for the rest of them dudes because he would demand double teams. The defense would collapse on him when he's going to the rim, and he'd get guys more efficient shots. Last night, I don't know if that straightaway 3. I don't know what it is about that straightaway 3. He doesn't like that straightaway 3, but he still shoots it, and it doesn't work. He's not good at he's good on the left wing at the break sometimes, but he wasn't last night. So I feel like some of his offense, and particularly scoring, if he could be better at the rim, I think that would open up a lot more of his scoring. And to your point, Ron, can they keep this up? Not with my point guard shooting that much. No, that's gotta change. And just so you know, Ron, this not beef stew, I'm sorry. Jalen Duren handling the basketball in transition, this is a thing. I'm letting y'all know that right now. This is 100% a thing. When him getting the ball off the glass, just like I told you, that beef stew shooting the long ball is a thing. Jalen Duren getting the ball off the glass and being a ball handler for them, it's 100% a thing, and it's effective. Yes, it is.
Hey, chill. Jalen Duren's an all-star this year. If this keeps up, Mars, up until February, Jalen Duren is easily an all-star.
I don't
easy.
Hate it. I don't.
19 and 12, doing what he's doing.
I don't hate
and the Pistons winning like this. Hey, you could go ahead and he a shoe-in, guaranteed.
He's got a 20-20 game. He's a double machine.
Now he got more than 20-20 game. Didn't he have he had like 28 or some shit like that?
So his last 5 games,
he was hooping.
His last 5 games, he had 14 and 9 rebounds against Memphis. Won that game. they won all these games, so I don't even got to do that. But he had 14-9 5 games ago. He had 22 and 22 the next game, 7 offensive rebounds. The next game he had 30 and 11. The next game he had 21 and 16. Last night he had 19 and 14.
Yep.
Now Jalen Duran been cooking that barbecue, boy. He been that
Glass
shit
cleaner.
He been killing.
He on that grill.
They doing what they
Glass
supposed
cleaner.
to do. I ain't gonna lie.
Yep. Glass cleaner.
Pin, how are you feeling about the Pistons right now and where they stand in the East? You muted, Pin. You muted.
You muted, Pin. Yep. Let's get you back.
So
My
whatever
bad.
you got off, just keep going.
Okay, good. Yeah, I think they're better than I expected them to be, because I thought they were really going to miss Malik Beasley. I thought they were really going to miss Tim Hardaway Jr. Cade's been amazing in the fourth quarters. He's been awesome. Like I think he's leading the entire league in fourth quarter scoring. He's been really good as a playmaker. And Jalen Duren feels like, is it crazy to say he's like one of the top 3 strongest players in the league right now? And he's still a baby. Like he's like 22, right? So yeah, I mean, they cooked up, man, and they haven't gotten Jaden Ivey back yet. Just remember that top 5 pick that's on their team. He hadn't played yet, right? They haven't been super healthy. I'm liking what I'm seeing from Ron Holland. I love what I'm seeing from Beef Stew. They're a really good team, man. They're really good team.
Ron, you know how when I talk about players and I say that this guy reminds me of this guy, I ain't saying that this guy is that guy. When I watch Jalen Duren, he reminds me of a less athletic version of Antonio McDyess. That's what I'm looking at when I see
That's
him.
just wow.
When the glass cleaning, how
We
he
ain't
is
gonna,
around
we ain't
the
gonna do
rim.
McDyess like that. Nope.
I knew Jordan was gonna say
Nope, we ain't gonna do that. Nope.
He's just he reminds me of a lesser athletic version,
He
but
don't
more
remind me of
dirty
McDyess.
guy.
He's so
that's what
much
he remind me
bigger
of when
than
I'm watching.
Antonio McDyess.
And McDyess is so much more skilled than Jalen Duren.
Yeah, I gave him Dwight Howard comps when he came in.
Hmm.
Now, I think that was more so just because how he was built, more so than how he plays. But he's like a souped up Dwight Howard, DeAndre Jordan type to me. But I don't know. It's just really good. But I've liked Jalen Duren for a while. Just once he figures out like the low IQ plays from time to time. But he's young. He's 22.
Like dribbling the ball up the court.
Next week.
Probably need to scratch that.
But
Yeah,
even
I mean,
then, though,
it's cool to explore. But
his passing ability, his feel for the game, like Jalen Duren is just scratching the surface. To be 22 years old, averaging 19, 12 rebounds, a steal, and a block per game. And here's the icing on the cake, y'all. He's doing it in 29 minutes.
No, I like that. Ron, see, I like that from Jalen Duren, but I'm all for the guy. Like, I think to your point about his passing, he's a good passer. Like, I look at, like, I know a lot of people talk about Donovan Clingan. I've been saying it since Donovan Clingan was in college. Like, Donovan Clingan is a good passer. Like, he's not a flashy passer, but for a guy that big that can hit those pocket passes, that knows what he's doing with the ball, love it. Jalen Duren is the same way. I just don't think we need Jalen Duren to bring the ball up the court, because he'll get, like Mars said, them low IQ plays. It's like a switch. Just come on his shoulder and say, yeah, motherfucker, cross over. When he cross over, he offers somebody foot. And it's like, bro, run the lane, post early. You don't get it. We come to the elbow, and then I'm cool with Duren handling the ball or, making great passes, but getting it off the glass, chill. Him and Beef Stew, let's scratch that shit. Let's scratch that. We don't need to do that. Like, I'd rather you get that ball to a guard and sprint that lane. You trail, somebody maybe go rim run, and we get post earlys. I think we could take advantage of that. And Cade assist numbers would go up if they could do that. Jason Kidd was very damn good at that shit, bro. Like, Jason Kidd was very good at, you run, I'm wrapping that thing to you in a second. And I'm going to get it back because I'm the point guard. But at the end of the day, Cade could get 7 assists off both of them just by running and stealing early.
Which is fair. And I do understand that. But I had to graduate from the time that I was in. It's not 1995 anymore. It's not 2005 anymore.
Yeah,
Big
but
fellas
they work. It still works.
Big fellas get the ball off the glass and they can go with it. And Jalen Duren can handle the basketball in transition. I can appreciate your logic that when you get the ball, I think you can get the ball off the glass, and I think you can pitch it out to Cade and you can run. But there are times when Cade is playing defense, he might be too deep. It might be where he can't come back, and I get the ball off the glass, and I can go with it, and he can fill a lane, and I can get the ball to him in a second. I can get the ball to him a little bit later. I don't always have to when I get the ball off the glass,
obvious moments. No, chill. Of course not. Not obvious moments. Like if Cade is the only one up the court, yeah, Jalen Duren should pass the ball up the court, or whatever the case may be. Or if it's, everybody just took off and it's him by himself. Okay, obviously. But for the most part, I need a guard. If I'm a coach, I need a guard to come back and get that damn ball from him and Beef Stew.
You're just slowing down the offense.
Huh?
You're just slowing down the offense.
That's exactly what you're doing. What I don't want to do, Ken, is I don't want to limit us when I'm doing that, and I feel like that's what I'm doing.
We limit.
I feel like I'm limiting us.
This is kind of the point that I have with this. It's like we equate playing fast to good. Like we play fast and we got a turnover. So what does it matter if I slow down the offense or I got a turnover? Like
it's not equating playing fast to being playing good, but
that's what you're doing when you say you're slowing down the offense because I don't let Jalen Duren push.
But early offense is better than late offense because late offense factors in against the shot clock and against the set defense. Transition offense is typically. Yes,
but we're not always turning it over.
The consequence of playing
with
fast.
Jalen Duren bringing it up, you're probably going to turn it over more than not.
But
that's not true.
Once again, no, that's not true at all, Drenchy. You're not.
Do the numbers, yo. For every 100 times he brings it up, you're saying he's going to turn it over 45, 55 times.
I'm saying a lot of the time.
You said more than half the time.
Hold up, that's not what's going on, though, Drench.
I'm going to hold you to what you said. You said more than half the time.
But that's not what's going on, though, Drench. But that's not what's going on with Jalen Duren.
Because he doesn't do it a lot.
But he does do it though, and then but he does do it, and when he does do it, he's effective. What you want to do is
what do you mean he's effective? What is he effective at? What is he effective at when he do it?
He's effective at taking the ball off the glass and going with it and creating early offense.
He's a good passer.
I got that big man behind me.
When do we do that? When do we
did it last night? He did it last night.
If you can dribble, pass, and
what is the numbers on Jalen Duren getting the ball off the glass, bringing it up and saying, "I got this. I'm initiating." What are the numbers for y'all to come up with this?
Okay,
I know what I saw, and y'all making up shit. This is what I'm making.
Stop right there. Stop right there. I'm not making up anything. Penn brought the numbers in. I'm talking about when I watched.
Bring no numbers up because it ain't no numbers on it.
Okay, I ain't even talking about
numbers. You brought the numbers up. Hold up, L. Gaslighting.
You brought numbers up. You said go to the numbers.
You said
you didn't go to the numbers.
More than half the time it's a turnover. That's specifically what you said. Okay, you said more than half the time if he bringing it up, it's a turnover. I'm telling you that ain't the case.
That's not true. That's not
because if it were even close to the case, he wouldn't be allowed to do it.
Let's keep going. Let's stop because you want to try to speed talk through that. I ain't gonna let you do that. I said he don't do it a lot for y'all to be coming up with these type of analogies that y'all got.
Actually, he does. He does it enough where he's effective. That's just not true, Drench. And last night was evident of that.
Okay.
The numbers say Jalen Duren's had 18 transition possessions this year, and he's turned the ball over twice.
He turned over how many times?
2. That means for every.
Okay, so 18 transition turnover, and I got the little.
No, 18 transition.
Hold on, 18 transition possessions.
Hold on, chill. And I'm glad that Mars brought that up.
That's not bad, Dream.
Hold on, because if I go to the
11%
transitional possessions, I'm gonna tell you a lot of them ain't gonna be Jalen Duren going boom. Watch out. It ain't gonna be.
I agree. A lot of them are gonna be him running the floor and getting dunked.
It's gonna be stupid shit that y'all think that those numbers matter. I know because I be looking at that shit when I'm trying to do some.
I'll watch all of them now and I'll let you know how many times he's dribbling the ball up and I'll tell you.
And initiate, in creating like they saying where we.
Yeah, I'll let you know. So of the 18, I'll let you know how many are Jordan's situations.
Right, because again, I know we got to move on, Ron, but stop right there, Drench. Yeah. Okay, creating. I ain't saying that he's Scottie Pippen. No, I ain't saying that he Giannis. What I am saying is that when he gets the ball off the glass and he goes with it, when he gets the ball off the glass and he goes with it, I'm taking pressure off my other ball handler. I'm making life a little less difficult for them.
Just starting the break, right, Chill?
That's all I'm doing, Ox.
If they don't get a break out of it, they don't get a break out of it.
That's not okay. So once again, that's not true. We can get some early offense when I get the ball across half court, which is what he did last night. I seen him dribbling the ball, grabbing the ball off the glass, and going with it. When he goes with it, he's advancing the ball once he gets across half court. We're playing fast. In addition to us playing fast, we get something good. Plus, my big man is running, so he'll run to the rim, which he did that last night, and he got some easy buckets around the rim. So if I'm creating fast, if I'm creating early offense, and I'm benefiting from it, which he did last night, why do I want to take that away from him? I don't want to take that away from him. In fact, I want that to be
you want it to go up. You want it to go up.
I want that to be a part of our offense. I want him to do that. Yes.
And I'm saying when it goes up, guess what the defense is gonna do? Just put somebody on him, and then he gonna
And
turn
you
it
know what?
over.
And whoa. Stop right there. Stop right there. I'm glad you brought that up, Jordan, because like you just said, when he puts something, when somebody gets on him, hey, big fella, right here it is. That's when I get off the pill. That's when I get off the basketball as the guard, because I know that now you've game planned for him getting the ball off the glass and
All
going.
right. Hold on. Because I think we speed talking through scenarios where
We're not speed.
where
talking.
no, hold on. I
We're
think
not
we speed talking through
fast at all.
scenarios where y'all are saying him doing that is creating anything. I'm saying more than not, them 18, and I ain't even looked at them, Mars. I'm saying them more than not, them 18, probably not creating shit. It just he just
Yeah,
bringing it up.
most of his 18 are runouts. I'm gonna let you know. So I want to clarify. The situation Jordan's talking about is off a rebound. Jalen Duren gets the rebounds and dribbles the ball up the court, right? That's the situation Jordan's talking about.
Yeah.
So everything else is different transition, like when he gets the rebound, pitch ahead to Cade and runs the floor. That's not what anyone here is talking about.
Right.
That exact situation, the get the rebounds, push the break. Jalen Duren has had 2 of those. That's his 2 turnovers. I'm just putting out there. So when Jalen Duren that's only the attempt. That's only the possessions that require usage. So either he shoots the ball, draws a foul, makes a shot, or turns the ball over. The only 2 turnovers he has in transition are exactly the 2 times he grabbed a rebound and tried to push the break. So
I don't know,
all right,
100%.
No, Mars. I don't know, ball.
Yeah, so I'm just like,
all right, fellas.
so that's
we gonna get into
100% turnover percentage. I'm just putting that out there.
We're gonna get into the crunch time chats. It looks like Jordan just cooked, chill, and pin, but it happens to the best of them.
We ain't gonna slam the hammer after they just been yapping this shit. And I told you we ain't gonna do that.
Can I say one real quick thing?
All right, no, Pin, we gotta move on. We get into these crunch time
Wow.
chats.
Damn, I
Yo,
didn't even get to get my Jordan, my take off with the Jalen
It's
Duren
all
thing.
good. Actually, we might circle back around to it. But as of right now, y'all, we got about an hour left in the show, a little over an hour. We still have a lot of games to talk about, and we still have a lot of super chats. We are going to prioritize you guys' super chats from this moment moving forward. We may get to our hot take segment. We may get to the fast breakdown, but I know one thing. We are going to get to you guys' super chats. And right quick before we do that, tonight we will be on playback. So if you're liking what you're hearing right now, and if you've never been over to playback to watch a game with us, make sure you pull up early so we can give you a VIP to be able to watch the game. Denver versus the Sacramento Kings. And this game is going to be at 11 p.m. Eastern time. This is the NBA on NBC coast to coast night game for the West Coasters. If you are an East Coaster and you're able to stay up late, tap in with us. If you're on the West Coast, you don't got no excuses. 8 p.m. East or West Pacific time. Pull up, enjoy the game with us. We're going to have a good ass time watching Jokic get cooked by Sabonis. I know he's questionable right now, but we know he's going to cook him if he does play. All right, Big Ox, what you got for me?
Nah, DeMontis ducking Jokic. You know, he's scared of Jokic.
Noah Bonga said, wondering how each of you watch games. It's not possible to watch every possession. So do you guys watch some of the games and then watch the highlights? Especially for you, Mars. Do you just not sleep?
I watch whatever game I want to watch. And then if games are close in the 4th, I'll turn those games on. And if there's a game I miss, I can go back and watch the possessions on NBA.com. Doesn't take too long. Or if there's only like individual players I want to watch, I can watch their specific minutes or their specific possessions, depending on how in depth I want to go. But last night was just a night of me, because I actually didn't plan on watching much basketball last night. Then I saw all the 4th quarters were crazy close, so then I had to start tapping in.
What you planned on doing?
I was chilling.
You ain't planning on watching basketball. Nah,
I wasn't. I was chilling. I was chilling.
You was watching Attack on Titans last night?
Absolutely not. But I was chilling. Then I checked the score. I think the first game I noticed which was the first game of the night that was like crazy close. It might not the Pistons game. It was the one before that.
You talking about Cleveland, Orlando?
No, it was
Miami.
Blazers Orlando. That was the first game I noticed.
Blazers,
Yeah,
Orlando.
Blazers Orlando. That was the first game I noticed. That was close. And then obviously check the box score. See my guy Shaden was hooping. So obviously I had to go look at the possessions. But I watched like the closing of that game, and then I started just going through the league and realized that last night was an amazing night of hoops. So shout out to
As
the NBA.
evidenced by the
Doing a good
fact
job.
that I just mixed the 2 games together. That's crazy.
Yes. But yeah, the games didn't finish until like, because that Clippers Hawks game didn't end until like 6 a.m. something like that. So
that
All right,
last
Big Ox,
possession
what
defense from
6 a.m. is crazy,
from
boy.
Cleveland.
That's crazy as hell.
That last possession of defense from Cleveland was just egregious. That was terrible. Shout out to Eric
Facts.
Spoelstra though.
Was it egregious or was
Yes,
it?
it was. You when
Yes,
when
it
it's
was
when
awful.
it's
It could be a great play and egregious defense. Both
no. It was because when it's 0.4 seconds, you switch everything. You switch everything. You should never be able to be screened. Nothing. You switch everything. No matter who it is, because you can't do anything with 0.4 seconds.
And Davion Mitchell, man. Davion Mitchell set that screen, which unlocked Andrew Wiggins going downhill, and Sam Merrill just didn't respond. So my question is actually,
my point. You switch everything.
Okay, I get what you're saying. Why Sam Merrill on the court? If that's the situation that we got, why is Sam Merrill on the court?
Yeah,
that's another reason why it's terrible defense in the last possession.
Did Kenny Atkinson get thrown out that game?
Yes, he did.
Does anybody know? He did?
Yes, he did.
Maybe that's why.
Yeah, but Ron, I would have put.
Well,
more
then Johnny
centers
Bryant
and power
needs
forwards in the game
to
than Sam
not
Merrill,
put
though.
Sam Merrill on the
I
court.
just put big motherfuckers in the game. We switching everything, and I got big motherfuckers in. You ain't getting a shot off. You know how you got to adjust your shot when a big dude close out on
Hold
you,
up.
rather than the little guard.
0.4 is still enough time to get a shot off. So you
Right,
cannot have such big guys on the court that you also lose your mobility.
But
Sam Merrill shouldn't be on the court. Okay, if it's less than 0.4, it can only be a tip at the rim.
Right, we know that, Pin, and that's the point. That's the point. It's okay. How unmobile do you think they're professional athletes? I can stay within arm's reach of you. You know what I'm saying? That's all I need to do. On top of that, Donovan Mitchell, when it's that much time on the clock, right? If you're guarding the inbounder, you don't turn your body. You're supposed to be angled out of position to where you have to pass the ball that way. Donovan Mitchell jumping around, going over this way. But what are you doing? You stay up here, up and down, make the ball go that way. It was just undisciplined, bad defense at the end of the game. That's all that was. Undisciplined, bad defense.
And for those of you guys that don't know,
let's see websites.
For those of you guys that don't know, that didn't watch the game and don't know what's happening, we are talking about the Cleveland Cavaliers playing in Miami against the Heat. The game went into overtime. The Heat pulled out the game in overtime due to Aaron Wiggins getting a play drawn up for him. Andrew Wiggins getting a backdoor alley-oop on an out-of-bounds play to essentially win the game. It was 0.4 seconds left on the clock. Aaron Spoelstra drew up some magic, some sorcery, and Andrew Wiggins got a backdoor oop.
He actually credited
apparently Eric Spoelstra said it wasn't him. It wasn't his play. It was his assistant.
It was Quinn.
And a lot of times the assistants
former player.
The assistants damn near do everything. The head coach just in basketball, a lot of times the head coach is just yes or no it, but the assistants create the whole damn playbook damn near.
That's why I said I stay away from talking about coaches.
A great coach is supposed to be a great delegator, but that's the whole point. You're supposed to know who to listen to. You have 8. Look at it this way. I know a little bit about the coach, right? So you'll have a specific coach that'll get a scout for a certain team. So that's your job. You do the film study with the film department. You do that. You develop the game plan. You develop the defensive strategy. You give me the book that I need to run down with my team in morning shoot around. Okay. Now, if you come up with a bad strategy and I don't agree with you as a head coach, that's my job to disagree, to push back, to adjust, to amend. But really, a great coach, especially if you have a really veteran-laden coaching staff like Eric Spoelstra does, good coaching staff, established coaching staff, you should listen to dudes when they give you good ideas. But at the end of the day, if it doesn't work, it's you. If it does work, it's gracious of you to give them credit, but it's still like,
I think that's an argument that we don't even have to really harp on.
It's like having a research
all the
assistant.
coaches. All the coaches in the NBA do the exact same shit. Like Popovich didn't draw.
No, they really don't.
Like Popovich didn't draw no plays when he was coaching the San. You rarely seen Pop do that.
That's not true. That's not true at all.
You rarely seen Pop do that, bro. You have Dave. Hold on, let me finish my point before y'all start talking. God damn, you rarely see when you go back to it. You saw a lot of times Pop in the huddle talking about what he wants them to do, and then you'll see him hand the clipboard to the assistant. A lot of the time, even Steven Jackson even said it. He said Pop a lot of times was just a voice. But they have guys like Ime Udoka who was on the staff that was drawing up shit. Even when Becky Hammond was on the staff, she was drawing up shit. Like Pop did a very good job of saying, guys, this is a pivotal possession. We don't want this, and then he'll hand somebody else the clipboard. And
That's delegation. That's what we're talking about.
Yes, but that's exactly what I'm saying. So we don't like a lot of times the head coach, most head coaches in the NBA allow their first assistant
Jordan
to do that.
Sure.
I know
That's
you.
fair.
Okay, Jordan. If right now, right? If right now you are the head coach and we are your assistants, and you've known us all for about a year now, right? So when you come up to a certain situation, like 0.4 seconds to go, inbound play, you know which one of us you're going to hand the clipboard to, and that's why you're
usually the first assistant.
No.
It
doesn't have to be, because what if my specialty and my entire life I've been the genius in these situations? What if I'm your fifth?
No, you wouldn't be.
No,
not necessarily.
Because your first assistant might be your best
staff.
development guy. Your first assistant might be your best defensive guy. You have a special guy that you know in this moment. This guy, that ATO that he showed me over that coffee shop 4 years ago. That's what actually Spoelstra said. He said Quinn been having this in his pocketbook for 4 years. This play that they've had in their back pocket.
Which coach is he? Which coach is he though? I don't know. I'm that genuine.
Chris Quinn. He's a former player, man.
No, I'm saying which coach.
I know what Drenchie's talking about. I don't think he's their first assistant.
Who is?
Let's see. They got let's see. They got no, Carter's not over there no more, but they got a bunch of different former players. I'm not sure if Quinn is there.
Is Karan still on the staff?
Yeah, he's still on the staff. Karan's still on the staff.
I know. I think at one point
Quinn might be.
Shit, he
Quinn
is.
might be
Okay.
there. He might be their first assistant. He might.
So
be.
that's why he got.
So,
That's why he
head
got the
coach-
reason to do that.
Well,
But
not
it-
necessarily, man. Like he might go to
Let me
Eric
ask you a
Glass. He
question.
could go to
So-
Wayne Ellington. These are former players. He could go to
If
Caron
we-
Butler.
So Drench.
That's why I just must know.
Okay, and I appreciate you. I appreciate you knowing basketball, but I'm asking you if because we go over stuff. We 100% go over stuff in practice.
Yeah.
And let's just say that we got an out of bounds play. The ball is underneath the basket and it's 0.8 seconds on the clock. You know what? I'm pretty good at this. I'm not your first assistant though. I'm maybe your second assistant. And we've gone over this and you hand me the clipboard.
A lot of chill. Let me tell you why this don't happen. Let me tell you why this don't happen. A lot of times this doesn't. If it does happen, it's every blue moon. A lot of times it doesn't happen because it's not your role yet. It's not your time yet. Like that like they wait. They have assistants that they train up from player development to maybe you only run a scout team at practice. Like every coach got these ideas in their mind that they can draw this shit up. It ain't your turn yet. So I'm gonna let this assistant it's his turn to say, like Chris Quinn, who been having it in his pocket for 5 years. Why do you think he's having it in his pocket for 5 years? Because he hasn't been in that situation where it's his turn. So now Spo is like, you did your work. It's your turn. Here. Pop did the exact. That's why Pop coaches started to get head coaching jobs. Like, you got to wait your turn. That's what this is about when it comes to
the thing what I was going to say with
after this, Ox, we moving on after this statement. Ox, go ahead, do your thing.
All right. The thing with the coaching, you know, it's different, you know, with different staffs. But a lot of times, for instance, like with Pop, you know what I'm saying? He's implementing the system. You know what I mean? He's implementing this is what we run, this is what we do. But in specialty situations, like of course, that's the reason you have all these other coaches. You know what I'm saying? It's for specialty situations, regardless of first assistant, second assistant, whatever is on there. It's like somebody your specialty is out of bounds play. And I told you last season, like to your point, the season before, or even during the summertime, like, hey, I need you to come with what, you know, situational stuff. You know what I'm saying? What are we going to do when it's 5 seconds left? We got to get one shot off. Or what do we do in the last 2-minute drill? You know what I'm saying? 2-minute drills aren't only for football. You know what I'm saying? You got to have 2-minute drills for basketball as well. So it's, you know, that's the beauty of being a head coach, and that's why everybody can't be a head coach. That's why it's a lot of guys that a team will gravitate to on the coaching staff and be like, man, we wish you were the head coach. And then they get their head coaching job and they realize, like, oh shit, this isn't what I thought it was. Like, you have to be at a certain level to be able to delegate to great basketball minds. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's where Greg Popovich was so good at, and I think that's where Eric Spoelstra is going to be so good at as well. Already good at, but even still growing in his role. So to your point, Mars, I get you on that when you're saying that's why I don't just put it on a coach for certain plays, but that's a part of delegating, though. You know what I'm saying? Is knowing who can do this for me when I need it done. You know what I'm saying? I might just be the defensive guy. You know what I'm saying? You could be the head coach and shit. I don't got nothing to do with what we running on offense. You know what I mean? So That's just a part of the game, and that's I think that's even more what makes basketball at this level so great.
I agree.
All right.
By the way, Ron, Chris Dunn is the associate head coach, which he's the first assistant.
Chris Quinn.
Chris Cran.
Chris
Yeah.
Quinn, I mean not Chris Dunn.
Chill, how did I know that without knowing? Because when he said that he drew the playoff, that's how I knew. They only let certain people talk at those moments like that. For real.
All right, y'all. If you are watching this on Facebook right now, make sure you like the video. We only got 1 like on Facebook, and it's from Mars's favorite person, Alex Nutt. So you guys follow in Alex Nutt's footsteps and like the video as well. If you are watching on any other platform, Twitter, salute to you. Retweet the stream. It's real simple. You already watching it. You on Twitter watching it right now. Retweet it. Get it out there to everybody that you know, everybody that you follow, and everybody that you rock with. All right, y'all. Dev Lyons then sent through a super chat. It said the only PGs better than Icewood Cade are SGA and Luka. Fuck Wardell and fuck Brunson. They are not better. Also, Dallas trade was always ass. L Ox, L Kings. Damn.
Act like I traded the nigga, man. I ain't had nothing to do with that shit.
So
I was
is
shocked.
K the top
I was
3-point
shocked
guard?
just like y'all.
Shit, that would look like K the
I
top.
don't know. I might be willing to entertain Brunson. To a lesser extent, Steph.
You know how I feel
He
about
better.
that.
He better than Trey. He better than Trey.
I've been done off the Trae Young stuff in terms of K.
Is he better than Donovan Mitchell? Is really the thing. Is he better than Donovan Mitchell?
No.
All right, I just asked you, Chill. Dang, you ain't gotta get
And
up
I'm answering and I'm answering your question. No.
All right, I want to ask Mars now. Mars,
I ain't blacking out on you. No, nigga, he ain't. No, I ain't blacking out on you. You asked the question.
Hey man,
Mars,
I know the
David
Pistons.
and
I know the Pistons are the 1 seed and the Cavs are the 4 seed. That's why I know.
Is K better than D Mitch?
No, bro, he's not better than D Mitch.
Wrong.
Yeah.
He no better than Josh Giddey according to us.
It's definitely
Wait. It's a new week, Mars.
Yeah, now
Hey, it's a new week. But I know one thing: Josh Giddey ain't gonna miss 31 shots. So
He's not going to take 31 shots.
because he got and once again, Penn, I'm not gonna get down on K for shooting that many shots. I made my take on that. I'm gonna stand on that. I don't think it's a good idea to shoot that much, but he did what he had to do to win the basketball game. I just don't think K. I don't think a guy like I think Josh Giddey got more sense than that. I think he's a better facilitator, better point guard in those terms. Now K might be better at a lot more things, but as far as getting everybody else involved and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? I think Josh would have done better than that. But Mars, it's a new week, and you know how that goes. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
All right, I got another super chat from Cowboy Bobby. Cowboy Bobby said yesterday, Marine Corps birthday Wimby, playing like a 5-year vet. Today's Veterans Day. All vets get your free meals today. Also, Knicks play tonight. We need a win on the road. Laughing my ass off. Go New York, go.
Who the Knicks play?
They're playing Memphis. They're going to get that win.
Oh, okay.
Wait, aren't the Knicks at home?
I'm pretty sure Cowboy Bobby know, but
No, he's wrong.
Yeah.
They're at home.
oh, Cowboy Bob don't even know his team. Cowboy, get out of here. You not no real Knicks fan. All right, Drink More Water sent through a super chat and said, I said when the trade happened, what this will be the gift that keeps on giving. This trade will be talked about and brought up 10 years from now. There might be a documentary and series on this move.
Especially if he ends up in Los Angeles and he does what everybody thinks that they're going to do. Like they end up building around him and they end up winning championships, and Dallas just goes to the bottom of the Western Conference 100%.
Sure, that's the thing though. That's the thing. I would argue that Dallas is poised to win more championships than the Lakers in the next 5 years.
They are not.
With DeAndre Ayton over there ruining that squad, Pin, are you sure?
I mean, he's going to be gone soon. It's going to be
So
Luka
they're
and
going to
AR.
do it with Jackson. They're going to do it with Jackson Hayes.
No, they'll do it with whoever free agent the Lakers cartel signs because they'll free up some money. And, they got Jake LaRavia. Shout out to Jake LaRavia. They got Austin Reeves.
Shout out Jake LaRavia.
Now, shout out Jake LaRavia.
Are they going to pay Austin Reeves?
They better.
See, that's the thing. But now, so what you're saying is now it makes sense to have Jake LaRavia. But when they didn't, it was like putting your life savings on 36.
Sure. No, it's not life savings level consequences with Jake LaRavia. Okay, it's a $6 million deal. It's not trading. Look, man, the NBA has a salary cap, so we don't know what these guys would be paid if there wasn't a salary cap. Let me put it into perspective for you. If there was no salary cap and Luka was a free agent, the way he's playing right now, someone's offering him $200 million a year. Okay, that's the level of player. Not $6 million a year, not $8 million a year, not $14 million. $200 million. That's
So he
based
getting
on
that
office
Shohei Ohtani.
value.
But
Luka
Pin,
is
how are they
box
gonna
office,
do
bro?
it?
Like,
Pin, yeah, he's
all
box
this
office. Pin,
talk-
I
all
understand
this
that, but how are they
talk-
gonna win? Pin, how are they gonna win with the old ass, washed up, bum ass Marcus Smart?
Bro, this is
You know,
a
right?
business,
How are they
okay?
gonna? How are
This
they
is
gonna?
rage
Well,
bait, Ron. This is
it's
rage
not
bait,
it's
Ron.
not rage bait. I'm
100%
asking.
rage bait.
It's
This
not
is.
rage bait because I don't think that.
She has 7
no, it's
steals
not.
yesterday. Stop.
Chill. I don't.
Stop.
Chill. Don't. No. I'm not gonna
And
stop.
you're
I'm not
gonna
gonna
get my
stop.
blood pressure up.
I don't want to get your
Right.
blood pressure up because
Not
I don't
too
think that. But I'm talking to Penn because he thinks that. I've been supporting Marcus Smart for a long time and I still do. I'm asking Penn how are the Lakers going to do this with all these issues that he keeps pointing up? The washed up 31-year-old Marcus Smart, the criminally terrible DeAndre Ayton. How are they going to do all this? I'm curious to know. I've been supporting the Lakers more than most Lakers fans. So I think the Lakers are a pretty good basketball team. So I'm just curious to know how are they going to do this with all these terrible players they got in the Lakers?
They got
That's
a
all.
You got
I'm
any answers, Spin?
Yeah, they got a superstar in his prime. They got a complimentary player in his prime, and that's enough, in my humble opinion. With if you look at how the draft is going, everyone wants big playmakers. The Lakers got two of the best big playmakers in the NBA between Austin Reeves and Luka, and they are enough that if you put competent defense, if you draft well, and they're in one of the biggest markets, the second biggest market in America. So they are going to get players who are going to want to play with these two guys. They're going to get guys on discounts, which the Lakers always do. They're going to be a player in free agency, which they always are, right? Sunny California, Hollywood, marketing dollars. This is a business. Every time you sit there and try to make some false equivalence between Luka and AD, what you always miss is that Luka is box office, and this is a business. This is a business, by the way, that y'all were talking about yesterday. NBA Europe. Who's one of the biggest European players in the world? Luka. Who is the access to China? Who is the access to Slovenia? All those untapped markets in the East, all the markets in Europe. This guy is a mega star. I was talking to somebody the other day, and we were having a debate about whether this guy's a superstar or that guy's a superstar. And he said, ask yourself this question: can they sell tickets on the road? If they can't,
we
they're
know
not
Luka's
a
a superstar. Pin, you don't need to sell us that. You don't need to sell us that. I want to know. I want to know how this. I want to know how this Laker team went from you saying how bad they were to all of a sudden just because we're having. See, you switch your argument depending on what we're talking about. So initially, no, because I've been saying how I feel about this Lakers team. I think they're pretty good. I think Luka's the MVP this year. You were telling us how bad this Lakers team is. So when I say, well, Dallas is poised to be better than them in the near future. Now you want to switch it up. Now it's this. Now it's that. I'm just curious to know: are you going to stand on your nuts, or are you just going to jump around based on what you want to support today?
1 second. When this trade came down, not only did I tell you 2 days before it happened that Luka was going to go to the Lakers, not only did I tell you the day after it happened, oh my God, I can't believe it happened this early. I also told you this is the dumbest trade ever. And I did.
Right.
Yes, I did. Chill.
So how were the Lakers going to be?
He alluded to it.
No, I didn't allude to it.
Hey, Pin, we got to move on. So, yes or no? Are you going to stand on your pebbles, or are you not?
No, he's not.
Yes,
no,
I
not.
am, because I'm the one who told you that Luka in Los Angeles was going to work. What the hell's wrong with you? Just because I don't like Marcus Smart at 31 years old as a long-term fit, and because I don't think DeAndre Ayton's a good basketball player, does not mean that you cooked. They are not winning.
I'm not
games
trying
right
to
now.
cook. I'm trying to be educated. I'm asking you to educate me, Pin. And you're folding under the pressure of educating the brother.
Luka had 38 points last night. He is creating the most efficient offense.
It's a quiet 38 too, by the way.
Yeah, a very quiet 38 in a blowout. in what was
Damn, it wasn't a blowout. It was a 10-point game.
Okay, it was a blowout. If you actually watch the game, it was a blowout. Okay?
Against the Charlotte. So you're telling me that them beating Charlotte by 10 proves that they're gonna win championships in the next couple years?
The Lakers should be worried because
telling you
every
the
game the
essential
Lakers win.
component of winning a championship.
What?
Yeah, this is Mars is right, y'all. Nash Incognito sent through a $20 super chat. It says Sean Marion was an all-star before Steve Nash was in Phoenix. Complimentary player? Question mark. Nash was awesome. Best point guard of the 2000s, in my opinion. But let's not pretend the Suns weren't loaded. Luka, quite clearly the better player compared to Steve Nash.
Easily the
Is
better
also
player. I don't even know why we
misspelling
even
Sean Marion is
Marion
crazy.
was like that, yeah. I love Sean Marion. I think he's amazing.
Me too. You notice I stayed out of that Steve Nash debate, primarily because every time I say something about Steve Nash, they call me a Steve Nash hater. So
I don't mind it. Jordan.
I stayed out of it for the most part, but everyone knows my opinion already. So
yeah, I know how you feel about Steve Nash, and I feel the complete opposite about Steve Nash.
yeah, so there's nothing to really rehash. Everyone knows.
Yeah. There's no need to.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. The next super chat is from DSG Piccolo. DSG Piccolo says Shaden FC. I think after that he meant to put "we up, nigga," and then he said we leaving here with something. Drew sold that masterclass. Crazy. These niggas love stressing me. Great slate of games last night. Drew got a walk to New Orleans for selling though.
Hell
Go bounce
no.
back.
They're not walking New
That
Orleans.
game is on the refs, if I'm being honest. Denny Avdia clearly got fouled on that second three that he hit. Clearly. He's looking at the referee like he was going to punch a hole through his head. And the fact that they don't give him that, the fact that they get all these things, Paolo choking at the line multiple times.
He did, yo. He 100% did.
They
Yes, he
gave
did.
them the game. It was like on a silver platter, and the refs were just like, nah, we're not going to let Orlando lose tonight. Go home, Blazers. They fought hard. Jeremy Grant played well. Shaden played great, and Denny was amazing down the stretch again. Denny has been putting together some massive fourth quarters, man.
I didn't think.
Hold up though. Before y'all try to slander Paulo, I do just want to say yes, he missed 2 free throws, but on the very next possession, he came back and got an and one.
And what did he do with that free throw?
And then
he missed that free throw.
But wait. He missed the free
And
throw.
then he got
But
the
on the
steal,
very
and then he got
next
the steal,
possession,
yeah.
he ripped Drew Holiday on defense.
That's
So
why I said
before y'all try to
that's
say
why
he
I said
choked,
he was simultaneously the least clutch and the most clutch player ever in like the same game. I don't know what happened. Because he's the one who fouled Jeremy Grant on the M1 as well. So he fouled Jeremy
he
Grant.
did, huh?
But then he got the M1. So he missed free throws, fouled Jeremy Grant, then got the M1, but then missed the free throws again.
Then got the steal.
But then got the
Drew
steal.
Holiday.
So it's like he was simultaneously.
You know
like,
that last
I don't
play
know,
was
it
drawn up for him as well.
interesting.
I was cooking the food and burning the food at the same
That
time.
play, that,
Yeah,
that,
you
that
can't eat the
Desmond
bottom
Bane,
of the pot, but if you stay in the middle, you can eat, chill.
that shot that Desmond Bane took. Desmond Bane said after the game that play was drawn up for Paolo initially.
Mhm.
So
They guarded the
I mean, he
window.
could have had a chance, but honestly, I'm gonna tell you this: if Desmond Bane doesn't hit that shot, we having a very, very serious conversation about Paolo Banchero's last 4 games right now. Very, because he has been
playing kind
ass.
of ass, yeah. But John Morant take the cake with all of that. That motherfucker been playing like straight garbage, boy. God damn, boy. I just get disappointed when I see this shit now. So
It was a much needed win for Orlando. Though. Shout out to Desmond Bane. Couldn't buy a 3 the whole night and then makes that nonsense. Shout out to Desmond.
That was the
Bane.
only one he made.
6. Yeah,
That was the one that he
Shout
made.
out to Desmond Bane, man.
That was it.
What did
that
Shaq
was a
say? I
prayer.
make them when they count, right? That's the same
Mhm.
thing. He makes them when they count. You
Facts,
don't need to
facts,
shoot.
facts.
that's all that matters.
Well, we was talking about my.
What would you
Yeah,
rather
man.
do? He shoot 5 for 6 and he missed the one that counts? Shit, man.
We was talking about
Well, I could
Miami,
argue with
Ron,
5
and
for
I
6 they
think
would've
that's
needed
also
that
the
last one.
case. The way how fast Miami plays, I don't understand why, with the amount of turnovers, even though Orlando's defense is not nearly as good this season as it's been in the past. In fact, it's been bad. They don't play as fast as they should because of the amount of turnovers that they create. And that's one of their biggest problems. Getting easy buckets is a big deal when you're trying to create offense. It opens up your offense even more, right? So when Orlando, with the offense that they run, it gets stagnant in the half court. They really don't have a point guard outside of Anthony Black. I know how Moss feels about him. Outside of Anthony Black, that can really get downhill consistently. But other than that, man, I think that a lot of their buckets in transition, it should be more. It should be way more than what they're getting now. And I think that they could be better at that. The Miami Heat, I promise you, Ox, if Davion Mitchell could score the basketball a little bit more, I would love them in the Eastern Conference Championship. I would love to put them in the Eastern Conference Championship. Yes,
he
I
does
would.
so many other good things, though. I mean, he gets out of the way. He sets great.
He did a great
screens.
job on Donovan Mitchell last night. He did a great job on Donovan Mitchell. Blew up a bunch of different
Yeah,
players.
Yeah,
but
the real
got around
teammates. Yeah, the
screens.
real
So
teammates.
Yeah,
a
it's
lot
gonna
has
get a
been
little
made
tricky in
of
the
the fact
playoffs,
that the Magic under Paolo have never had a top 20 offense, right? Like they haven't. They in fact haven't had a top 20 offense since Dwight Howard was there. Fun fact, right now they have the 20th ranked offense. So they have
Ooh.
finally cracked it. Right now they are the 20th ranked offense after last night's game. It's probably going to go right back as Paolo, shoots 12 for 30 in the next game, but that's where we're at.
I mean, all the shit that we addressed with Paulo in the offseason when me and Mars were talking about his shot selection and shit like that.
Bro, you
motherfucker
trade
still
5
doing-
first-round picks to go from 27th offense to 20th offense.
Bro,
Shout
that
outs
motherfucker
to Jeff
still
Weltman,
doing them.
man.
Paulo still doing that fucking ball handling shit in the game. That motherfucker go between his legs, front crossover, between spin, step back.
That's his game. What do you want him to do?
He need to lose that shit, and that's why he needs to.
What do you
stop
want him to
doing
do?
that
You
shit
want him to
right
be a catch and shoot guy? You want him to be Jeremy Grant? What
now.
do
Bro,
you
you
want him
don't
to do?
got pin. You don't have to do all of them moves to be effective. Like, why are you saying? What do you want him to do? Not do that. Like, he don't have to do all
So
that.
how
Do
would
that
you
shit
use
to be
Paolo?
effective. Huh?
How would you use Paolo? Just as a post player?
I would use
Mid-range
him.
spot up
I
jump
would
shooter?
use him in multiple ways. I can use him every way that I want to use him. I'm talking about why do he need to go between the legs, spin move, crossover before he shoot a shot? Why do he need to do that?
Because he got a disease called Jordan Poole syndrome, where he
He do that shit more than Jordan Poole shit.
he can't decide what's a good shot and what's a bad shot. He can't discern it. So he just sees an open pocket. He's like, okay, pull up jump shot for me. He makes
That
up his
motherfucker
mind
get
too
to that
early.
top of the key, and he got to get straight into his back. It's like he get to the top and start thinking, what did Chris Brinkley teach me? Between front cross, left to right, spin, fade away. And then he go down the court like, oh, I'm cold in the motherfucker. And then the blog's gonna post it. He's 6'11", by the way, doing this. Like, yeah, show when he fucking miss all that shit, though. Like,
All right,
why?
y'all. The next super chat I got is from Eric Espinoza. Eric said, shout out Wim VP for willing his team to victory on back-to-back clutch threes in a thriller. I'm very proud of this young Spurs team. This young Spurs team learning ways to win. In the words of Coach Prime, we coming now.
Or in the words of Charles
Pause.
Barkley, we coming. But at the end of the day, I'm pleased with Wemby. I'm pleased with Wemby. Even though he shot 9 threes last night, but he was making them. When you making them, you gotta shoot them. But Wemby been doing this thing.
How
man.
are you gonna make them if you don't shoot them?
No, when you start the game off 1 for 5, probably do a little bit more when you Wemby. Now when you Steph, that's a little different. But when you Wemby,
keep shooting.
38.
Nah, man, I ain't gonna lie. When Wemby making threes, that's like
It's over with.
TV right there.
It's over with. But what
We in
was
the
he last?
clutch,
What
he
he was
isoing.
6 for 9. He was 6 for 9, right? From 3 or some shit like that.
Yeah,
I
he
think it
shot
was
a damn
5
good
8,
percentage.
but I can check.
And then he had 38
He
for the
took
game.
19 shots to get his 38 points. That is the beacon of
Yeah,
efficiency.
but he made 6 threes. Shit.
Yeah, he only played 30.
Yeah, 6 for 9 from 3.
Yeah, you see, that's what I'm saying. I'm cool with him
I'm
shooting that
starting
many
to get
shots.
emotional thinking about this shit. And the reason why I'm starting to get emotional thinking about it is because I'm thinking about why they changed the rules for Chamberlain. Because everything that he was doing, it just wasn't fair. Ox, I live in a world where we're running ISOs in the meat and potatoes of the game for a 7'5" dude 30 feet away from the basket, and he's cracking threes to go ahead and win the game. I'm in the matrix.
Hey, chill.
I am in the matrix right now.
Chill.
That's what's
question,
going on.
Chill. My question is,
Wemby
and I know
the
y'all
one?
saw the game.
Is he
I know y'all
Neo?
saw the game last night, but like the 3 that Wemby hit, I think to kind of ice it, he hit the between front cross step back. As a guard, why are you sitting back on a 7'5" dude watching him just dribble the ball? Like,
What are
why
you
wouldn't
supposed
you
to do?
just? Why would you do that? Like, what do you think he's
Supposed to
about
get
to
up
do?
under him.
Like, yeah, bro, I gotta make him put his goddamn head down, bro. Like, come on, bro. It's no way I'm gonna let this 7'5" guy size me up, size the goal up, and then I think I'm gonna contest. Motherfucker, you can't contest. Like, he's 7'5". You cannot contest. Like, what are you doing? Like, it's like the dude was waiting to contest. To me, that didn't make no sense at all. None. But
If I'm trying to get under him, contrary to popular belief, Wemby is strong as an ox. Even if he is 7 foot,
nah, not as
he's
I.
still strong. And if I got a guy that's smaller than me that's trying to get up under me, I can swing through. Your natural reaction when I swing through, it's to back up off me. That's your natural reaction.
Not when he dribbling.
It was Nikola Vucevic. Like, what do you want Vucevic to do?
I want
That's
Vucevic
number
to
one.
get up.
That's
If
number one.
Vucevic
Number
presses
two,
Wemby, he's going by him.
Good.
The game's tied. What do you mean good? It's not like they needed a three.
Because look, I'm gonna tell you why it's good. Because if Vooch goes up on him, he blows by, and we converge. We gotta make Wemby get that ball out of his hand. We gotta make Wemby kick it. I'm not letting Wemby go 1-on-1 and he 6 for 9 from 3.
The backline help was
5
Isaac Okoro. If they converge, Isaac Okoro is 6'6".
five.
Wemby's a foot taller than him.
You talking about for helping?
Yeah.
Good.
If he gets by, if Wemby doesn't need to kick out, if Isaac Okoro is the one helping.
Hold on. No, this is the point I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. I'm not talking about the backside help. I'm talking about the moment Wemby goes by Vooch. You know what the Thunder do when somebody go by him? Everybody close that paint off. They try to get.
Yeah, but that's why they had De'Aaron, because I've watched this play a lot because it's ridiculous. But that's why they had De'Aaron in the strong side corner, because if you help off and you try to shrink that driving lane, it's De'Aaron one pass away.
Good though. That's better than Wemby. Wemby.
I just watched De'Aaron close out the last game.
No, hold on. Listen, Wemby is 5. I'm talking about the point of this time. Wemby is 5 for 8 from 3. I think that was his last 3.
Yes,
5 for 8 from 3
at that point.
He's hot. He's hot right now.
Okay.
So I want to press as soon as, and it's not just one help, it's everybody that's helping. As soon as he drives by, I'm sending the house to make Wemby either try to do some Euro step bullshit and turn it over, or kick it to somebody else who not 5 for 8. De'Aaron Fox only made, was what, 2 for 7 from 3 last night?
He was 1 for 6.
He wouldn't need
Why
a
the fuck
3.
would I want De'Aaron Fox shooting it then?
But it's
They
not
didn't
about
need
a
a
3.
three
It's
at
about
that point,
you
though.
don't need a 3. So let me just, the game's tied. The Spurs, that the way they were spaced was you had Castle and I want to say Harrison Barnes on the weak side corner and wing. You had Luke Cornett in that dunker spot. You had De'Aaron Fox in the strong side corner, one pass away.
Yep.
The only way this would work is if Vucevic presses him but sends him left, because then you're sending him into the crowd. Cool.
That's what I want to
I'm
do.
with you. Yeah, okay. But what I'm saying is, if Vucevic presses Wemby, and let's call a spade a spade. Vucevic is not the greatest perimeter defender in the world.
Right.
If Vucevic does anything but send him left, you're giving up a guaranteed bucket. Either Wemby's getting all the way to the rim because he's drove right and there's no help on the right-hand side, or there is help on the right-hand side, which means De'Aaron Fox is now wide open in the corner with no one near him, which means either wide open 3 or he drives the closeout for an easy layup and you go up 2.
May not be
the
easy
only
layup.
way this works is if you send Wemby left. I just don't trust Vucevic to be able to do that.
It may not be an easy layup. But I think no, hold on. No, I'm talking about for De'Aaron Fox. But I'll say
but it would be over Isaac Okoro coming over.
No, but okay, but still, that's better than Wemby. What I'm saying is this:
even then, it could be a Luke Cornett dunk when Isaac Okoro comes over.
The
way the Spurs are spaced, I'm not gonna lie, they were probably gonna get a bucket.
No,
the step back 3 was probably the best defense they could have played.
Drench, how are we? Drench, how? You in the huddle, you know this play is coming because you've seen it, because you watch film. How are you stopping Wemby in this?
I'm gonna tell you what I would say. Number one, I would do exactly what Mar said. First of all, we sending them left into where we got the closest help defender, right? Second of all, I'm timing. I'm letting my team know after 1 or 2 dribbles, he's trying to find the rhythm. That's all Wemby wanted to do on that shot. He made up his mind he was gonna shoot it over Vooch as soon as he saw Vooch, because he knew Vucevic wasn't gonna move. Like, he knew he wasn't gonna move. So I'm saying after that first dribble or second dribble, we sending a double. We getting the ball out of his hand. If Vooch can't get up, let's say now Vooch is on him, we getting up on him and we pressing him. And we trying to make him blow by. Y'all don't realize this, but if I promise you, the Thunder do this to damn near everybody they play. Damn near everybody they play, they have an exact scouting report what they want to do with them. And a lot of times they make you go by them. That's why they have constant ball pressure, because they want you to go by. Because when you go by somebody, you got to speed up. Everybody isn't capable of making these plays like how y'all think that they can make. Always wide up. It doesn't register to your brain like that when you got pressure and the game is tied and the clock is running down. It just doesn't register that fast. So that's what I would have did. I would have just said, Vooch, I know your big ass 7 foot and you can't move that much, but he's 7'5". If you let him and you allow him to get a rhythm dribble, that's an open shot. That's a shot you practice.
So what I'm doing with Wemby, what we doing with Wemby, Vooch is going to crowd him. As soon as he gets the ball, Vooch is going to crowd him at the long ball line. We're not letting him get into that rhythm.
We cannot.
We're not letting him get into that.
5 for 8 at this time from 3, Chill. contact.
So we're not letting him get into that rhythm. We want him to put the ball on the floor, immediately put the ball on the floor, and go to the basket. And we sending him to the side where the help is.
Yeah,
because we want the ball out of his hands.
He got 38.
Rewatching the play, I agree with Jordan. I'm rewatching it now. I agree with Jordan.
Okay.
I also want to say I made a mistake. Isaac Okoro wasn't in the game. It was Jalen Smith, so my bad. But yeah, rewatching the play, I'm more so on Jordan's side. I think they probably should have tried to. Vucevic just got fried. I ain't gonna lie. He stumbled. It's bad, but in theory, I agree with Jordan. In practice, I don't even know if Vucevic could do it. He just started stumbling on crossover. But in theory, I do agree with Jordan.
I'm just saying for the context of the game, like he can't be 5 for 8 for 3 with 35 points, and you're gonna allow him to take that shot. Something wrong with you.
That sure is ridiculous.
They're gonna have to change.
All right, so Jordan's 3 for 3. He has been cooking this episode. Jordan. Hey, we'll see if you can finish the game off like Wemby. But as for right now, JDC6354 sent through a super chat. JDC said, Dallas fan here. First, Nico fired the best medical staff in the NBA who Luka was close with. About owners, they don't care about the NBA. Only reason they purchased the Mavs was for casino.
Yeah, they didn't get the casino.
Yeah, I hear people talk about the casino thing a lot. I don't care too much.
There's no way they was going to get it in Texas, Morris, by the way. There's no way they was going to get that in Texas. I guarantee you it wasn't going to happen.
That's why people do trades, Damon. What the hell am I? Am I losing my mind? The reason why people trade is because they think this is going to work. Hypothetically.
There you go. Pip named Slickback said ownership wanted Luka gone. I have a bridge to sell you if you think it was Nico alone. He was the clear and obvious scapegoat. Now ownership gets to save face when they were the ones behind it.
Yep.
Jordan, your daughter get the same face when she crashed the car. Well, my father gave me the keys.
Shit.
He gave me the keys to the car, so this is his fault.
I'm gonna say she stole that motherfucker from me. I'm putting all the blame on her.
At any point, you could have been like, "Give me them goddamn keys." Hell no, you ain't taking that car. No.
What is a bigger fumble? Fumbling Steph Curry to Nike or fumbling Luka on the Mavs?
Damn, Nico do got a bad history of doing some
bullshit.
Don't
worry about some shoes. What the hell?
I mean, Under Armour and Steph getting the most marketable NBA player. Damn.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Willie Bobcat said this trade made it so the Hawks won the Trey and Luka trade. Think about this trade made it so the Hawks won the Trey and Luka trade. Think about how bad of a GM you have to be to make the Hawks look competent.
People got some conspiracies in this world.
The Pelicans did it last year.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to the Pels, man.
Shout out to Dyson Daniels.
All right, the next super chat we got is from SMN RNDM. SMN said, can't trust Nico because he's biased. He's biased towards winning. I know it sounds weird, but it's true.
How can you be biased towards winning? That's kind of
you can be.
But that's why he said he knows it sounds weird. So you could hear him out. Go down.
I know it sounds weird, but it's true. He staked his job when traded Luka, basically to win now. Winning is about pushing at the right time. Nico will push regardless of risk.
Maybe Nico traded Luka to the Lakers so he could sell more shoes because he about to go back and work with Nike. So maybe that's what he did. He about to go back be the chairman of Nike and shit like that. So he said we need to get this motherfucker out of Dallas. They ain't buying no bullshit ass Lukas in Dallas. Only where they would buy them damn Lukas.
Average Joe, no,
it's in goddamn LA.
Cat is under 30, and Evan Mobley is under 30.
Cat's Dominican.
Let me break.
Cat
is under 30. Cat is from New Jersey, born and raised.
Cat is Dominican.
Okay, his mother is Dominican. His father's black, and he was born and raised in New Jersey.
Cat is Dominican.
So that's that. God rest her soul. His mother is Dominican.
You know his mother still?
I don't know his mother, but I know she passed away from COVID in 2020. From COVID, and she's Dominican. His father was black. He was born and raised in New Jersey. So
Chet Holmgren, he's American. Chet Holmgren,
definitely. That Holmgren is for sure.
Chet Holmgren,
Evan Mobley is American.
Chet Holmgren,
Evan Mobley is Bahamas.
Chet Holmgren look like goddamn Abraham
No.
Lincoln.
Evan,
But Chet
Mobley,
Holmgren-
Evan
yeah.
Mobley is LA. Okay.
Chet Holmgren, yeah.
Chet Holmgren look
You know
like
his-
goddamn Abraham
you know his
Lincoln.
father played in the
hard
NBA,
for
right,
show
Miles?
American.
Right, and his father was
Okay,
born
good for
here.
him.
His father was raised
Good for him.
here.
Okay.
So
Good for Evan Mobley's father.
Evan,
What's that
and,
got to do
Evan,
with
and Evan Mobley was
Bahamas.
born here. He was raised here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Bahamas.
ain't no way you think Bam Adebayo is American. There's no way you think Bam Adebayo is American.
It's actually Idris. It's actually Idris.
Huh?
but-
Yeah, he actually is. And Bam,
Idris
Bam is
Adebayo.
American. He was
Idris
Bam was born in
Adebayo.
Bam was born in Jersey, and he was raised in North Carolina. He's American.
So is he not African?
I'm
Oh
African.
my God.
What the hell I got to do with anything?
You can't.
Yeah,
you
Jordan,
can't.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. You go back for all of you guys up here far enough, you're gonna find Africa.
I ain't going back, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Me too, Mark. Damn.
Yes, everyone. You go back far enough, yeah, everyone gonna have Africa somewhere.
Be
That's
pulling
not
up
saying
those
much.
family trees from like 2000
that's- yeah,
BC.
that's not-
Okay, sure.
That's not saying like anything really. But
They said
All
Bam
right,
is
y'all.
Nigerian. I think he is Nigerian for sure, though, Chill.
Mhm.
He did
The
play on
next
USA
super
team, though.
chat is from Ansa Yarinki. Ansa Yarinki said Pistons didn't have guys just sitting out. They have legitimate injuries. Asor has a sprained ankle, and there's no timetable for Tobias to come back. Cade also got hurt last night.
They would beat
find
up.
a way to keep winning games. Yeah.
Yeah, they would beat up.
I think Cade fell trying to get a layup, fell on his back.
No, he didn't. He got. Well, I thought Cam
Undercut?
Whitmore. It was a clean block. They ended up calling it a flagrant because he ended up standing over him. But I mean, he fell on his tailbone. That's what happened. But he came back into the game, though. Yeah, he did end up coming back into the game.
All right, Randy Balin sent through a super chat and said Lenny Wilkins, RIP, was the best combination of a great player and coach that the game has ever seen. Agree?
Yeah, shout outs to Lenny, man.
For real.
Really good memories of him.
I'm trying to figure out
in
who was
Toronto.
a great player and a great coach.
Yeah, that's what
Doc
'cause
Rivers.
Lenny
You
Wilkins.
don't get a lot of them.
I don't
great.
think
Bill
Doc's a
Russell.
great coach, but
Yeah.
Doc.
Yeah, I was gonna say Bill Russell's the obvious answer, but I didn't want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not.
Chauncey
not
Billups,
obvious,
bro.
but-
Too soon?
It's
Too
absolutely
soon?
Bill Russell.
Too soon? Okay, cool.
Well, I need to. I don't know Chauncey Billups, but Lenny Wilkins made top 75 on the NBA.
Larry
list,
Bird
so
was a
he
great
won.
coach and a great player too.
He won Coach of the Year, right, with Indiana.
Yes, he did. Mhm.
Why did he step away though?
He said he just didn't think he was good at it, which is nuts to me because he won.
Yeah, that's
Coach
what I'm
of the Year.
saying.
He was-
We know Magic
was
Johnson
awesome.
wasn't. Magic Johnson had quit on everything.
Jason
No.
Kidd. Jason Kidd's a great
Mhm.
example. Jason Kidd's a good coach. He's a
Yeah,
know.
all of these guys are way better players than Lenny Wilkins was, so like that does factor in. Bill Russell had some
Jason Kidd is up in the air
multiple
now.
championships as a coach. Well, how many championships? I think Bill Russell won 1 championship. No, 2 as a coach.
You develop Giannis, you get my respect for life.
Yeah, y'all can say he developed Giannis. Sure.
And he made it to the finals. Come on, man.
Yeah,
He's
but
a
all that
good coach.
developing
He
Giannis
won
shit,
three.
we
He
might
won
need to take a
66,
rain
he
check
won
on that, chill.
68 and
Who's the
61.
better coach all time? Jason Kidd or Mike D'Antoni?
Mike D'Antoni is a better coach than Jason Kidd,
Okay.
Didn't even
my
know that was a
opinion.
question, but okay. Whoops.
in my opinion. But I'm biased though. I'm biased because
Yes, Houston. We get it.
I just like Mike D'Antoni coaching style. He
I
don't-
didn't know people thought Jason Kidd was a better coach than Mike D'Antoni.
Apparently, you know, Penn thought so too.
But also,
Mike
like I said, I stay away from talking about coaches nowadays. But I just think Mike
Hey,
D'Antoni.
man,
is
J.
more-
Kidd-
Mike
clear.
D'Antoni is the reason why I wanted to become a coach. By the way, just say that. Mike D.
All right. The next super chat I got is from Nash Incognito. Nash said the Luka trade is the single worst trade in NBA history. It's comical how y'all try to justify it. Penn is right. You make or even suggest the Luka trade, your career as an executive should be over. Wasn't that Morris?
I'm just with Ox. 'cause
Well, I
Ox
said
brought up
that.
an
Well, I
interest-
said that. I said he should get fired.
Ox brought up an interesting point that why are we doing this now? Because what it sounded to me like is she hinted cheating on you, and you ain't do nothing about it at that particular time. Then you found out that she was in these streets heavy, and then you go, you know what? I want to break up with you. Well, why did you break up with her when she told you that she was kind of going that way in the first place?
You know what?
Why did you
Chill.
end it right then and there?
You know what?
Is
Chill.
there anybody up here going through that?
No, but I will say this: if you are going through this, I will say this, and this is a segue for the Players Club sooner or later. But listen, why does society punish men so bad for cheating and getting cheated on? Man get cheated on, they start talking about, well, you wasn't doing something right. You cheat on the motherfucker. Oh, he full of shit. Why when you not cheat on the girl, why you don't say she ain't doing nothing right? You ever thought about that? Men get
I've never thought about that day in my life, Jordan.
Heavy is the head, man. Heavy is the head.
But a man got to go through it both ways. If a man get cheated on, the first question they're gonna ask him, bro, you ain't. What was you doing? What the fuck?
So what happens if a man? What happens if a man cheats on his boyfriend? Then who's to blame?
I have no idea.
That's double blame. That's double blame, Morris. That's double blame. But the thing, Jordan, the thing we have to remember, y'all, is that the blame doesn't matter. It don't matter who gets blamed. It doesn't matter who's at fault. You know what I'm saying? Just live life and move on. You know what I'm saying? Just enjoy this thing while we got it. You know what I'm saying? I don't care who gets the blame. I don't care who gets the credit. Let's just, you know what I'm saying? Let's just share in the spoils of victory. And when we face with adversity, man, we'll be all right. Don't worry about it.
Hey, but Big Ox, in the words of, it was one of them great presidents. I think it was George Washington. Might have been Ben Franklin, Thomas Edison. One of them, I don't know. One of them great people.
They were not presidents.
I know. Okay. One of those. My bad. I said president. One of those great people. One of those great people. They said something like, "Cheat first before you get cheated on." Something like that. So I pass that on to you guys. You guys make sure that you cheat first before you get cheated on.
That was Martin Luther King.
Terrible life advice.
One of them great. Yeah, Martin Luther King. Another great president. Awful. But all right, y'all, we got some great members that have joined the chat, enjoying Player's Choice.
You don't know if you love you unless you cheat on the first. So there you go.
So I want to shout out our members. Copanda. Shout out to Copanda 354. Obviously, as you can see, a Thunder fan. Shout out to Lionel02. Lionel.02. Lionel had some choice words to say about a certain person up here, and I agree with them. Shout out to Lionel.
I don't agree with that one.
The Baller Shot Caller 1999 also became a YouTube member. Shout out to the Baller Shot Caller. Elijah Mendoza also joined up. Shout out to Elijah Mendoza. And Hunter sent through a super chat and said, the only trade that I can say is worse than a Luka trade is when we traded Arenado for 2 toothpicks, 1 paperclip, and gave them $50 million. But that's a whole different sport.
I don't even know what sport that is.
Oh, it's a baseball player.
No.
I think he played shortstop. Nolan, was it Nolan Arenado? I think.
I only know one Nolan.
Traore on the Brooklyn
Shout
Nets. Yeah.
Shout out Nolan.
Ryan.
Because you be buying that meat. The Nolan Ryan meat. Nolan Ryan got his own meat.
Y'all don't know Christopher Nolan? Come on, man.
Chill. I know. We ain't gonna do no pause. I know you done went to the store and bought some Nolan Ryan beef for sure.
I have not.
Some ain't
Jordan, that's probably a Texas thing.
Yeah, probably.
He probably only has.
I didn't know he was in the. I didn't know he was in that business, Jordan. I bullshit you now. I did not know.
He was out here slanging beef.
Yeah, Nolan Ryan out there slanging beef for sure.
I did not know that. That's news.
Boy,
I thought y'all only ate Jimmy Dean down there.
Hey, just look it up. Go to Google.
I thought y'all only ate swine down there.
Well, he heavy in that.
Man,
Nolan Ryan got them burgers too, boy.
This is not Friday, man. I don't know what's going on right now.
All right, well, regardless, I appreciate Jason Simmons for joining up on a Tuesday. Make sure you pull up for Friday, Jason, because like Mars alluded to, that's when the panel really panels.
That's slaying plenty of beef down there around Nolan Ryan Parkway.
Look it up. Nolan Ryan meat, boy.
Yeah, boy. Arlington, Texas, baby.
Yes, sir. That's probably where it started at.
Drink More Agua sent through a super chat, $9.99, and said VJ had his little run to start the season, and it felt like he had Rookie of the Year wrapped up already. Khan has been just as good, in my opinion, and had a damn near triple-double last night. You're looking wrong so far, Jordan.
What I said about Khan Knipple, yeah, I was wrong about that.
What you say about?
I was wrong. I want to make this clear because y'all think I'm just obnoxious and I just ignore when I'm wrong. When I'm wrong, I for sure say I'm wrong. I was for sure wrong about how many Hawkheads. His ass been hooping like a motherfucker. Every time I say something about somebody, they start hooping. I said Reed Shepard looked like he need to stay in college 4 years. This motherfucker had 2 good games.
Can you
What we
please spend some
doing?
time talking some shit about Emmanuel quickly, please?
Nope.
Nah, you
Because I
good,
want
you
you to
good.
sub. But listen,
Jaime
I have been saying
Jaquez.
Bronny James, and I've been waiting for him. Now he got a little bit better since I called out Bronny James. He got a little bit better. But
Let's
shit.
talk about
No,
Jaime
no,
Jaquez.
I mean,
Let's
hockey
talk
is
about-
hooping his
Let's
ass.
talk about Jaime
Jake
Jaquez.
Ravier.
Let's talk about
Yeah.
Jake
Oh.
Ravier.
Hold on, I'm looking up what Jaime's doing this year.
That shit
Jaime's
is
averaging
insane.
17 points, 17.7 rebounds, 5
Shooting like
assists,
50%, right?
57% from the field.
Oh,
He's shooting,
shit. Damn near 60.
shooting 21 from 3 though.
Can
Can
Jaime
Jaime Jimmy
get-
Butler? He on his Jimmy Butler. He don't need to shoot.
Can Jaime get MIP?
Not if
Is
Jalen
he
Durant doing
eligible?
what he doing.
Yeah,
He
of
is
course.
eligible, but if Jalen Durant keep averaging 19 and 12 and they winning like this, you can hand that to
Oh,
Jalen Durant.
we came back to it, right? Because
you-
I
hold on.
didn't get to get into that Jalen Durant conversation. Y'all was so hyped about it. I want y'all to just be prepared with him not getting better. You know what I'm saying? He's good right now. If he stays at this level of play or even tones it down a bit, he's still going to be just as good. So I don't want y'all to get overexcited about the Jalen Durant thing. He's a really good basketball player, but let's not think that next year he's going to take another leap like this or another leap like this. You know what I'm saying?
You saying that this is
maybe-
it, Ox? Is that
I'm
what
not
you're saying?
saying
This
that.
might
I'm
be
not
it?
saying that, but I
This
just
might
want
be it.
y'all. I just want y'all to
Saying
get your
don't set your
mind-
expectations too high.
Yeah, I want you to get your minds prepared for that because I don't want y'all to come back and be like, oh, well, I thought he was gonna be this or I thought it was gonna be David Robinson. Like, it's just y'all. You know what I'm saying? Just
Who
relax.
thought he was
You know
going to
what
be
I'm saying?
David? Who
yeah,
thought that? No,
doing
but
that.
he is definitely going to get better.
Why?
Yeah, he ain't gonna get better at bringing up.
But
bringing the
why,
ball down
Pin?
the court, though.
Why
Y'all
is he
thought I
gonna?
was
Why is he gonna
leave
get
on
better
that.
than this?
Right?
This is great. This is great basketball he's playing right now. I don't think.
Because he got
we should
better
just-
when he was 18. He got better when he was 19. He got better when he was 20. He got better when he was 21. He got better when he's 22. And last I checked, guys don't stop growing at 22, Ox. That's why.
Some people do.
I mean,
Why-
some
like
guys
why?
do, but those guys have
Well,
to be pretty lazy.
I mean,
or
how
have
could you
injuries.
possibly know that? I'm just,
Okay.
and not once again, I want to just make sure because we know,
I peaked at
we know
16.
how it goes. Everybody doesn't just continue to get this much better every time.
Sure.
So all I'm saying is he very well could turn into
Ox,
point.
hold
on, Pin, because he could turn into point Duran like you think he's going to, or he could keep dribbling the ball off his foot. You know what I'm saying? You know, he could just be this good, which is really good. How good he is right now is so much better than he was years previous. So if he does stay at this level, I don't think that's a bad thing, is what I'm saying. He's a really good basketball player, and he might not get much better than this, but if he does, I don't want y'all to come back and be like, oh, well, he's no good because I thought he was going to be David Robinson. You know what I'm saying? He's a hell of a player right now, y'all. Let's enjoy it where he's at, and let's not expect superstar. You know what I'm saying? Let's just let the kid be who he's gonna be. Is all I'm saying.
I don't
man.
think that any
Don't
of us-
don't apply some made up formula to him and say, well, you know, judging by my calculations, he's gonna be this when he's 25. It might
No,
not be
Ron.
that,
I
you
mean,
know?
you're supposed to add the per 36 because Scotty is averaging what 60 points on
See,
per
now we're
36?
trolling.
Per
Now,
100?
now what
Per
we're doing is
100,
we're
that's per
trolling.
100.
Yeah,
Okay,
that
so-
shit killed me.
Yeah, that's
Pin
not
said
nice,
that
Jordan.
shit
That's
at
not
10
nice.
o'clock in the
I'm not-
morning. That shit
I'm not-
killed me.
I wonder how many shots Cade shot per 100 yesterday. That's what
Okay.
I want to know.
50.
I'm not one of these people.
You know,
I'm not one of these people. Real quick, Pen. I'm not one of these people that just equates guys as all-time greats. I mean, I think that he could be one of the better bigs of this era. I definitely think that. I got him on the Olympic team in 2028. Do I think he's going to be David Robinson good? Do I think he's going to be Ewing good? Let's chill out on that. Hang on for a second. All right.
That's
I do
all I'm
think that
saying,
he.
shit.
I do think that he
I
can.
imagine
I
he
do
is.
think that he can improve because again, where we are today, considering where we are today, Ox, in 2025, the game is different than what it was in 2020, and you do have to adapt to the game. And I feel like Jalen Duren, with his skill set, even though he's a little stiff, and he can be a little stiff, I do think that he can adapt to the game. I ain't looking at. I'm not. You never heard me say that Jalen Duren at his best. That's 27, 12, and 3 blocks. I ain't going that far. Hell no, I'm not doing that. But I do think that he could be one of the better big men of this era. I do think that.
When you show me that you come into shape in camp every single year, you stronger every single year. When you show me that you can go from 61% from the free throw line as a rookie, and you can go to like 80% last year or whatever
Clearly
this
working
year,
on your
this year
game.
80%. He's
Clearly
working.
on your
Okay,
game. Yeah.
you're
So you
working
think he's
on
gonna
your
shoot
game.
93% from the free throw line next year?
I am kind of sick and tired of you inventing like stupid arguments and then standing tall and being like, but I told you he wasn't going to be David
he
Robinson.
mad that you 6'8".
How about you tell me when I said he's going to be David Robinson, when anyone up here said he's David Robinson?
I didn't say that. I didn't say you said that. I'm saying,
I just want to prepare all of you. No. I let you talk. How about you let me talk? I just want to prepare all y'all.
That's not even realistic.
No. How about you let me talk?
Just not realistic.
You told me to let you talk.
You're living in this fantasy land, bro.
No, I'm not living in a fantasy land. So he doesn't need to turn into Nikola Jokic for him to get better. He can get better at a lot of things. He's getting better at a lot of things. What I'm trying to say is when a dude gets better and he's 22 and he's gotten this much better across 4 years, it's not crazy to assume that he'll continue to get better. It's also not crazy to say, if you're going to say, oh, he might not get that much better, but there's nothing in his career so far that's shown that to be the case. He's not showing regression across anything. He's become a better playmaker. He's become a better defender. He's become a way better defender. I didn't think he was a good defender in his rookie season. He's become a much better defender. He's gotten stronger. He's making better decisions. He's more scouted.
It's not about him working. Nobody's denying
whatever,
that. Nobody's denying that he's working.
That's
you know
cool.
what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's really cool. It's really cool. What I'm saying,
Did
chill. What I'm saying, chill.
Get better after
What I'm saying, chill. He's not DeMontis. DeMontis isn't him. What I'm trying to say, chill, is that yes, when you keep working, that keeps you in the league. You know what I'm saying? That makes you sharpen your tools. What I'm saying is I don't expect the guy to continue to get better at the same rate, at the same pace all their life. For instance,
who said that? Who said he was?
For instance, chill. What I'm saying. For instance,
so why
chill,
are we arguing if you agree?
I'm not arguing. I'm talking just about simple basketball. And what I said was not an argument. I just opened up this conversation about.
I know what you're saying.
I think Jalen Duren is a really good player. I just don't want y'all to look too far ahead just so that y'all can double back and be like,
you know what?
Oh well,
I'm gonna go the other way.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Chill. So it's like if a guy starts at shooting 66% from the free throw line, and then the next year shoots 81% from the free throw line, don't expect him to come next year and shoot 94% from the free throw line.
Nobody does.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, chill. That's all I'm saying.
Let's hope nobody does. Only stupid people expect.
Essentially, what Ox is saying is this might be it. He ain't saying this is it, but this might be it. And if this is it, he's a fine player.
Fine player. Chill. If the Olympics were this summer, he should be on the team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I agree with you, chill.
Warvy Room said, anyone who doesn't think the Dallas ownership knew and signed off about this is an idiot. Nico just a fall guy for dumbasses.
Facts. Nobody can trade a franchise player of this magnitude, of this like consequence money-wise, without getting a sign-off and a buy-in from ownership. I don't want to hear nothing about how Nico sold them on this.
So in January, Miles, when I walk into your office and I go, hey, Miles, I'm thinking about trading Nico. I'm thinking about trading Luka. Am I fired on the spot, or are we even having a conversation?
Instantly.
You got to go.
And I'm still going to blame Nico. If Nico Harrison brought this to the Dallas ownership, it's his fault for being dumb enough to think that trading Luka was a good idea.
I'm going to be real. The way that guy looked, the owner, whatever his name is, he looked silly. But I'm pretty sure it was his idea. If I'm going to be honest, I think.
And then part two, if the owner went to Nico and said, hey, I need you to trade Luka, and Nico didn't quit, he an idiot for not quitting.
Yeah, because I would have snitched on him. I would have said, hey, this motherfucker wanted me to trade Luka.
I would have quit and I would have went to the media.
Yeah, I would have snitched on his ass.
He tried to get me to trade Luka.
And I quit.
Yeah, I'm never going to get hired by an NBA
team Pablo again. Torres. How you say his name, Max? How you say that? How you say his name? Pablo.
I don't say suck
What's
his name.
Chill?
Pablo Torres.
Pablo Torres. I would have went to his ass and rolled the story, but I think it was. I'm gonna be honest.
You trying to get me to trade Luka, right?
I think it was the owner.
Either way,
I think it was his idea. To be real, I think it was his idea.
You know,
well, I mean, Nico built a perfect team for Luka, so it would be weird for him to build a crazy team. You know, Joey might be on something.
I think it was his idea. I've been saying this for a while, though. I think it was the owner's idea. They did not want to pay $350 million. That's what they just did not. The Texas teams don't really do that. They don't really pay that much money.
Luka generates more money than that. That's like saying you don't want to pay for Shohei.
They got a new ownership group, though. He mean generate too much money. Mark Cuban stole some of that shit. He ain't generating too much.
Jordan, there's an old saying, billionaires are billionaires for a reason. Yeah. Like they
And if you don't
speak in
think that,
money.
Jordan, you're an idiot. So you should probably stop talking.
No, billionaires.
Well,
are
the
billionaires.
reason they're billionaires because they're unethical is what I've been reading today.
Yeah, I can't. I don't.
Well-
and people be saying that don't know any billionaires, but for sure.
All right.
But at the end of the day, I'm just
Do you?
saying this.
Do any of us?
No, I do.
This right here, Ron.
about-
This right
What are
here.
you
This
talking about?
next-
this right here. 100%.
The next super chat. The next super chat is from Average Joe. Average Joe said, Ox, why are they even guarding the inbounder from that angle with 0.4 seconds left in the game?
Well,
It makes zero sense.
Well, you want to
Hold
make
on,
the
let
pass.
me
You want to
finish
make the pass
It ma-
difficult. but-
It makes zero sense. Put Mobley under the rim and switch everything.
Well, if anything, you put Evan Mobley on the ball, on the inbounder. With 0.4 seconds left, you have to guard the inbounder because you don't want him to get an easy look. That was such an easy pass for Jovic to make. It was right there because Donovan Mitchell played it wrong. Anytime you have that amount of time left on the shot clock, you absolutely want a big, long defender guarding the inbounder play and blocking the rim as hard as possible, jumping up and down, but not jumping side to side like Donovan Mitchell did. So I understand like that could be a good way to do it, but if not, then somebody just gets dunked on. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to guard the
To
inbounder
win the
right
game,
there.
by the way. To win
Right,
the
you have
game, by
to
the way.
guard the inbounder, but you have to be like at an angle. You know what I'm saying? Angle to make the pass go that way. So, I mean, that's just my philosophy. But there's plenty of different ways to play basketball and play defense. So you can run it however you want, I suppose.
All right, Dennis Smith sent through a super chat and said the Mavs firing Nico is just compounding organizational failures. Now they have a GM coming in that didn't hire the coach. They will ruin Cooper Flag.
Who played well yesterday?
He did.
He did.
He didn't play point guard.
Who played well yesterday? Might not be on Magic Johnson trajectory, but he did play well. So
Speaking of Magic, Gavin G sent through a super chat and said the Magic starting five is first in net rating. Paulo is shooting a career high at the rim and a career low in the mid-range.
in terms of frequency, I assume. Shout out to the Magic's depth is trash, and I'm blaming Tyus Jones because I'm a hater. So yeah. Oh, Tyus Jones.
It's Chris Jones sent through a super chat. It's Chris Jones said, for those of you that had Dallas going deep in the postseason, how much more of a hole can they put themselves in, or can they get in pre-Kyrie and AD return before you're out? Chill, you want to address this?
I gotta see this thing play out. That's why. More than anything, I gotta see this thing play out, and it doesn't look good right now. But I gotta see this thing play out, and then I'll make another decision. But as of right now, this does not look good. No, it doesn't.
Chill, you're 14th in the West. How much worse can it look? The Pelicans are starting to turn it around.
15th in the West. That's how much.
Will
worse
that
it
be
looks.
the day
15th
you're
in the
out?
West.
That's going to be the day you're out. If
No.
they hit 15th, no, you'll continue to hold.
No.
Okay.
Well, 14th in the West in November isn't as bad as being 14 in the West.
Yes,
February.
it's worse.
Yeah, all it takes is like a
Oh.
little 4-game winning
how
streak,
was-
and all of a
how
sudden,
was it-
Sorry,
how was it
I
worse?
didn't know where you were going with that. I thought you were saying it's not as bad as it is in the East, and I was going to say it's worse because the gap is growing. The thing that I care about is how far are you away from the plan? And right now, you're not that far from playing. You're one game.
Right now,
They're a
they're
game out of the
back.
plan.
Yeah,
They're
You're
a game out of the plan.
plan, right? But
Yep. They're a game out of the plan.
Memphis is stumbling.
They're 4
The
games
Clippers
out.
look horrible. So
Sure,
we
yeah.
all thought there were going to be 13, 12 good teams in the Western Conference. There might not be 10.
It might be 7, 8. That's okay.
Hmm.
Hey, Pin,
And you know who's not one of them?
I hate when I do that on trivia night. Like when they answer the question, I'm like, oh, and they'll be like, oh, I wasn't even asking that question, and I was just sitting there like, damn, I thought I had one. Actually, me and Mars was cooking on that in San Francisco.
That's dope.
Oh yeah.
All right, y'all. The next super chat that I have is from Jonathan Frazier. Jonathan Frazier said, assist leader, elite setups, get Ron off of social media. He fooling the people. Also, Ron with the Iron Man Award is not a good thing. He sucks.
What are
You know what,
tricking people
Jonathan?
on?
You know what, Jonathan? I actually agree with you. But the numbers don't, nigga. I'm the assist leader. I got elite setups. I'm throwing alley-oops left and right. So you know what, Jonathan
Yeah,
Frazier?
we got that
You know
Utah
what?
Jazz scorekeeper. That's all it is. Yeah. Okay.
Hey, man. Hey, you said I'm the Black John Stockton? Hey, with that being said, Jonathan Frazier, you know what you can do? You can eat it, hater. And in case you don't know what to eat, come up to Seattle. I'll point you to the hot dog stands, the ones that puts the cream cheese on the 12-foot glizzy. Eat that one, brother.
The bacon wrap
Eat
ones?
that. The bacon wrap one.
The
With the
Glizzies.
jalapenos on it.
I really thought you were about to plug Factor Meals there. That's how elite that
No,
transition would have been. But
don't eat
damn.
Factor Meals, Jonathan Frazier. Eat something else. All right, the next super chat is for another one from Average Joe. Average Joe said Nico bet on AD being healthier than Luka. You can't say, quote unquote, oh, these guys got hurt as an excuse when he bet on them being healthier than Luka.
correct.
AD's played 16 games for the Mavs and he's been there for 9 months.
Well,
This
9
thing's
months,
not
but you're,
going well.
you're including the
Yeah,
whole
yeah, but
summer.
it sounds funny. 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 It sounds funny.
448 Damon sent through a super chat and said, almost a year later, and y'all still trying to justify this? Laughing my ass off. Yeah, y'all ought to be ashamed of yourselves.
Facts.
And y'all know
Disgusting.
who you are. Real D Moon sent through a super chat and said, at one point or another, all y'all doubted the Lakers before the wins. Nobody standing on business about those Clippers. Those Clippers takes or Warriors except chill.
It's just
Well,
too early
my
to- I
grand
was wrong.
take of the offseason for the West was that the Spurs were going to be better than people realize. That the OKC Thunder are still amazing, and the Denver Nuggets are going to come out of the West. Those are the 3 top teams in the Western Conference. And if you hit me up privately, I'll let you know what the Powerball numbers will be tomorrow.
I did not
See,
know.
you know what, Chill? You know what, Chill? That's the problem with some of y'all. We're 11 games into the season. Y'all already walking back takes and shit. Yeah, I would love to play poker with y'all because I ain't folding. I'm talking about I'm sitting this whole thing out. I'm going out with a jack high. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm still like I said, I'm still on the Dallas train. I am until the season is over and I was wrong. Then I'm wrong, but we'll see what happens.
Respect.
It doesn't
Let me
look
know,
good
y'all.
right
Let
now.
me know when y'all want to play poker. I'm gonna be looking like Chauncey Billups in here. I'm kicking all y'all ass. Y'all gonna be out here with a flesh and folded and shit. What is wrong with y'all? 11 games into the season, you ready to walk back that Clippers take? They just start playing. They warming up.
New information.
What's up with
The
y'all?
Clippers started the
Stand-
season this
stand
badly
on-
like 2 years ago and ended up being like a 4 seed. So I mean,
Stand on your nuts, man. Damn.
but they started the season like this like 2 years ago and ended up being the 4 seed.
Man, I know one thing. I know y'all girl asked y'all a question. Oh my gosh, man, I wasn't there. It ain't happened.
They be
I don't
ratting
know
on
what you
themselves.
talking about.
They rat on
Exactly,
themselves.
exactly, Driz. Oh my God, babe. Hell, what? You saw who? Shit.
Bro, I'm so firm on my takes, Chill. If I said something 7 years ago and my girl asked me about it to explain it again, I'd be like, bro, I'm not explaining that shit again because you're going to try to misscrew what I said
You
7 years
can't.
ago.
Hey,
So
Jordan,
nah.
you can't do that.
For
One
sure.
slip up, that's your ass. Hey, Morris, you might say a word that means the same thing, but it's not that
Yeah.
same exact word.
Fact.
She gonna get the
I do that
press
shit
of
all
you.
the time.
Hey,
She
hey.
like, now tell me
you-
what you said happened that time. Bro, I already told you. I'm not
Don't
finna
do
keep
that.
going back and forth with you on what I said.
Pen,
Because
I
Yo,
said
I
it
better not do
already.
that.
Jedi mind trick
Pen,
because
I
you gonna
said that
try
I
to
got
use
Dallas
one date to miscrew what I
losing
said.
to the Denver Nuggets in the Western Conference Championship. I got the Denver Nuggets beating Oklahoma City in the semifinals, and I got the Cleveland Cavaliers beating Denver in the NBA championship. That's what I said. That's what I'm standing on.
Dope. And I mean that Denver looks amazing. Hey, the one thing that I could probably want to walk back on is Orlando being really good. I thought they were going to be amazing. I was gassing it up all off season. Thought I would make up for some of my Paolo haterade that I've been spewing the last 2 years. But Paolo's stinking it up. We back on.
I'm running
I
a
ain't
poll
walking
right
shit
now,
back.
and I'm asking you guys: are the Mavs officially cooked this season? Y'all go vote on that poll, and while you're voting on that poll, like the video, then subscribe, then become a Hall of Famer. The Trib One said, "I gotta say though, if kids started off the season with the proper lineups, this team would probably be above 500. There's blame to go around. Dub Nico." Dub Nico.
So
Good job, Nico. Nico saved the season for us last season. I think y'all forget that how weak the season started, and then Nico kicked that shit off. I'm telling you, man. If anything, I'll always appreciate that from you, Nico. Always. I will never forget you for that, Nico. You set the season off for us, man. Shout out to Nico. If we never see you in the front office again, Nico, I got your back, dog.
And I just shouted out our Hall of Famers. I'm gonna continue to shout them out name by name. Shout out to Rob Deere. Shout out to Delsky, especially shout out to Delsky because y'all know. But shout out to Delsky. Shout out to Teddy Hart. Shout out to Brett Bovia. Shout out to R Wade. R Wade, my man Rez. He might just be in the PCL. Shout out to Jarmar Skeet Nielsen. Shout out to Small Boxes. Shout out to Kingster. Shout out to Vale. Shout out to Bulletproof. Shout out to Cheese. Shout out my man Worldwide Base Television. You still got to pull up for
Billy Vale, what's the
Hall
word?
of Fame Friday. And yeah, definitely shout out to Jason Grills. And then also shout out to Multi Kenny. Salute to all of y'all. Salute to all the Hall of Famers. All right. I got another super chat from the Trib One. The Trib One said 8 first, 6 seconds, J-Dub, Lou Dort, and any other piece besides Shea and Chet for Wemby and a contract that matches the money. Who says no? Lakers in 4 now.
Say it again.
Ben?
4 or 4?
4.
You West
8
Coast
first,
niggas
2
always trying to be from
seconds,
the South.
J-Dub, Lou Dort, and any other piece besides Shea and Chet for Wemby. Nope. I say no.
You know who
think
says no?
Wemby-
San
do you think
Antonio says
Wemby
that.
is-
San Antonio
do you think
says no.
Wemby is able to be traded for? Do you think it's possible?
Yes.
Like, forget
Yes.
like the financial aspects. Just
Mhm.
in theory, do you think Wemby could
Yes.
be traded?
Yes.
Yes, I do.
Hell no. That's like trading Michael Jordan.
Yeah,
No,
I wholeheartedly disagree. But
Hell
Like,
no.
it-
It's
it
no
could be.
Only way
It
Wemby is
won't
traded
be.
is if he wants to be traded, for sure.
No, first of all, it can be, it won't be, but that's a totally different argument. Like if you tell me
But
that
we're not
there's-
arguing semantics. We just want to argue like
This is
if
logic.
you're
not
gonna tell me, yeah, I
semantics.
offer you prime LeBron, prime MJ, and Shaq. Okay.
No, I'm not
In the
talking
fair-
about players
in
that
the
don't
fairy
exist.
tale land, yeah.
Did we not just see Luka get traded? Did we not just see Luka get traded?
Yeah,
And
Luka,
I think the
Wemby
league has
ain't
learned
fat, though.
that
Hold
yeah,
up.
we're not doing that.
So,
Yeah,
so
but
you're
and
telling me,
Wemby's not a chubby fat fuck either, though. So.
Yeah, Wemby ain't fat.
And he's
yeah,
better,
but
so,
he's
you know.
hold up. He's also a 7'7" player, and there's a lot of people in
7'5".
this league that have concerns about the longevity. He's also a player coming off a blood clots. Let's not get trapped in prisoner of the
Are the
moment
Spurs
bullshit.
that team?
Okay.
With those concerns?
Well, I mean, they're
Yes,
the
they
ones
are.
that
Because the Spurs
diagnosed
have to
it.
be the ones to
They
trade Wemby.
diagnosed his blood clot. They're the ones
are
that know
concerned.
that
They
he
are
is
concerned with
actually
that.
7'7"
they are.
instead of 7'4" like they list him. So yeah, I'm not saying that you should trade him. I'm not saying that I'll come up here if you do trade him and defend you regardless of what you get for him. But you're telling me that Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, like let's just say hypothetically, we were to
Shea
do
will never
Wemby
be
and
traded.
Fox, Wemby and Fox and Harrison Barnes for Shea plus Chet plus 5-6 first-round picks. You saying no to that? You're insane. You're insane.
No, I'm definitely saying no. That first of all, Shea
Okay.
is not getting traded. That's for sure.
I'm insane. I'm cool. I'm cool.
Yeah,
I'm
Shea is
Cool.
definitely not getting traded ever from the Thunder unless he wants to go. Unless he's later on in his career and he's just just trash. But Shea today, if he stays the same for the next 7-8 years, not happening. But
Matt, but hold on, no Drench, because if you give me Chet, J-Dub, in like
said
5
Shea.
first,
I
I
said
know what you
Shea.
said. I know what you said. I'm talking about for me. If you give me Chet, J-Dub, in like 5 first, and I got Foxy over here,
I ain't even entertaining nothing with Wemby.
I might
Ain't gonna lie,
sit down and
somebody
think
pick
about
up
it
the
for a
phone,
day.
chill
Is
with me
this
and say,
because-
hey,
is
where's
this-
Wemby? I'm gonna be like, what you looking for Wemby for? Like,
He
Wemby
not
at home
here.
right now.
Him
What
not
you looking
here.
for him
Is this
for?
to suggest that Wemby could be traded, or are we just making this up because the Trib One just said, would they really do this? Why in the hell would the Lakers trade at that time Jabbar for Moses? Because that's essentially what you're doing. That's basically what you're trying to do right now. You're trying to trade Jabbar for Moses. No, we're not doing that. What are we doing that for? Now, could Wemby be traded at some point? Yeah, I think he could be. Right now, we're considering what Wemby is doing. Click. Don't call me. I'm good. No. Mm-mm.
All right, Jason Young, I4U said, chill. You said one of these need to hit with the Nets. That's not exactly what he said, but
No, he
similar.
didn't say that.
Uh,
Yeah, I see
he
that
said-
clip like once a week. I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I just go to it just to see what you actually said and see like how could it be misinterpreted.
That wasn't misinterpreted.
No, I wasn't. He definitely just went on the tangent, man. Man.
Yeah,
Say it one more time, Chill.
We can't bust on all 5 of these dudes.
That's crazy right there. That's right there. That one crazy.
So that's what Jason Young meant to say, is that Chill said what he just said. And then he said, my early contender is Drake Powell. I don't know if y'all watched him this weekend. He has some nice potential. Did anybody tap into Drake?
He can be a cool little 3-and-D player. That was kind of what it was viewed as anyway, in my opinion. I don't know. Maybe people view more upside than that. But nice athlete, good positional size, can shoot the ball. He's the only playmaker they drafted. And I would argue he's been the only one who's shown anything positive.
Yeah, you're them in the head.
I don't know all 5 of them dudes.
Yeah, Jaeger had moments where he was making threes.
Trish,
Yeah.
you're such a fucking kid sometimes. I swear to God, yo. You a
That-
15-year-old. You really a grown man. You really a 15-year-old in you. I swear
I'm
you
just
do.
saying,
That's
though, that shit is crazy. Like,
Draft
that shit
picks
got my
are
mind
busts.
boggling.
That's what they do.
You guys
Draft
know
picks
Nick Claxton is the Nets leading assist. He has the most assists on the team. He averages the most.
For
assists.
real?
Bring
Like
back
per
the Chris
game or
Bosh
just
talks,
in
bro.
totality?
Yeah, per game, he averages the most assists. on
Did
the
Chris
team.
Bosh ever lead a team in assists?
How many?
Nope. That's what I'm
3.7.
trying to say. That's what I'm trying to
The
tell
bullshit
you.
starting. See, Ox? This is the kind of shit that matter of fact, Ron.
I ain't
you know
saying
what?
nothing.
I'm gonna say this in closing. Ron. So they all pass away in threes. So Paul Tagliabue, the NFL commissioner, he passed away, as you guys know. Lenny Wilkins just passed away not too long ago, and Michael Ray Richardson just died. So
Damn,
I just
Michael
wanna
Ray
put that
Richardson
on
just
there.
died?
yeah, Michael Ray Richardson just passed away.
Damn.
So
Yeah, that's sad.
with that, he was 70 years old. So with that being
Thanks,
said,
yo.
fellas, I'll get with y'all dudes tomorrow.
All right,
Later.
Chill. Don't start busting on nobody when he got off that motherfucker.
Yeah, let's just keep moving before we have to.
448 David said Luka is just the better and younger player. Laughing my ass off. I don't even know how this is still a topic. Right, guys?
For
I
real.
agree.
That nigga don't know shit.
If the trade was like 2018 Anthony Davis for 25 Luka, I'd listen to that. I think that's fair. Everything else, nah, I'm good.
We got another super chat from Jonathan Frazier's bum ass. Jonathan Frazier said, yo, chill. On top of all the defensive team, get Luka in the dunk contest. Musa Dia who? Mars? Musa Dia who?
Yeah, about
That's your GOAT, Mars? Dunked on his head. That boy goat cheese.
Dunked on his head is interesting. But I got a new Musa. Shout out to the Mavs, man. Musa Cisse.
Musa
I like
Cisse.
Musa Cisse.
Mars, what does
I
Musa
like
mean?
Musa Cisse.
What does Musa mean? Do you know?
But I know
don't
it means they produce amazing basketball players.
Nah, you
shout
know,
out
a
to
lot of
Musa
times
Cisse, man.
the Nigerian culture, their names be mean and stuff. I got a lot of friends that's Nigerian and they name be meaning crazy shit. Well, not crazy stuff. It be meaning cool stuff, but like the way it sounds, it be long as hell.
Yeah, a lot. I could look it up. I honestly
Yeah.
just don't care that much. But all
It
I know
seems like a common
Musa
name
Cisse.
though.
Yeah, I think so.
Cause they got
Yeah,
another
I
Musa or something
love
like that
Musa Cisse.
at Colorado. Ain't that dude from Colorado? His name Musa, something like that. He probably like
Look.
paying to be, and then you might want to close your ears, pen. I know they say he a freshman at Colorado. That motherfucker.
Oh
40.
my god. I was waiting for you to I was waiting for you to tell me Musa means
man.
fake passport.
Nah, I
Shit,
wasn't gonna
bro.
say that. I wasn't gonna say
Not
that.
fake
I'm just saying
passport,
that-
fake birth certificate.
Hey,
If he
hey,
was
that
to
boy at
say that, you
Colorado,
know, I
Mars,
wouldn't.
Same
Mars,
shit.
that little joint at Colorado. Oh my god.
You know? Hey, P, what they say, where there's
Don't
smoke,
be a
there's
grown
fire?
ass man in college moving like that.
I mean, sometimes.
Where there's Musa, there's fake passports. All right, Tresmania sent
Yeah,
through a
that's
super
crazy.
chat and said, Jordan, my brother, sincere request. Please slander the Slovenian Teletubby to the third degree. 77 FC needs the first MVP and finals MVP this year.
Hey, nah, I ain't been slandering Luka all season. I like Luka. I told y'all I like Luka. It just
Yeah.
y'all, when I talk about people, I will talk about my mama if I have to. If it's the truth, it's the truth. It is what it is. And I ain't gonna feel no way. Matter of fact, she ain't gonna feel no way. If it's the truth, it's the truth. So, you know, it ain't no big deal. I think I was born with this ability to separate the truth from my feelings. I think I was born with that. I think that was a gift God gave me when I was like very, very small.
You know who else he gave that gift to? Jesus.
Oh my god.
Oh man, here you go. See, I didn't do that shit, but let's go. I'm just saying, I have the ability to step away and look from a lens where I can like you, I can love you to death, but if something wrong about you, it's wrong.
If I give you some water, could you turn it to wine?
No, what are you talking about? What that got to do with what I just said?
Water into wine.
He's testing to see if you're the Messiah.
Oh, what?
Oh, for real?
You know, I don't need to be. You don't have to test me.
Because
I'm not.
apparently he's meant to be coming back soon, so maybe it's you.
Hey,
Jesus did have
hey.
a beard similar
Get
to
on y'all
I
Zoom.
don't know,
can
man.
see it,
A
Jordan,
certain I know a certain demographic wouldn't be happy if he came back and he was looking like Jordan's complexion. But
What
you know,
demographic?
Sure, they wouldn't be
is that,
happy. I
Mars?
know a certain one that wouldn't be happy if he came back looking like Penn.
First of all, he did look like Penn.
Oh, you better not say that. Boy, that
he
mom
absolutely
Come
did
on,
not.
y'all.
I can guarantee that.
We moving
He
on.
absolutely did not. But I mean,
We
hey.
moving on.
coming. That mob coming, Penn. That mob coming.
What mom?
Average Joe said, "It's a result based business. Like, come on. Off that alone, Nico had to get fired."
It's been 11 games.
Shrewd of Jordan is hilarious.
The next super chat is from Alistair or A-lister. I'm gonna go with Alistair. I like Alistair better. Alistair said, "Y'all mentioned the 95 Rockets Spurs playoff series doing irreparable damage to David Robinson's legacy. What other series damaged someone's legacy?"
What if he looked Mexican? Is funny.
I mean, that would just mean his name was Jesus. Technically,
That would just mean he'd be like,
No.
ah. He'd be like, I'm back. Ah. Oh man, boy.
is it any trade that
Hell of a day.
was made that
It's a hell of a day.
messed
boy.
or any playoff series that messed up somebody's career? I got, since you guys don't want to participate, I got one.
Oh,
It was
Ben
a
Simmons.
series.
Ben Simmons.
Yeah,
That's the obvious
Hawks.
one, right?
Yeah, because I was finna
Yeah,
get
Ben
my
Simmons.
bag.
Yeah, Ben Simmons.
Oh,
There you go.
man.
Ben
Yeah,
Simmons.
Ben
Ben
Simmons.
Simmons.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
DeMar
because we don't want to talk
DeRozan,
about
all of them.
2007. Shit.
That didn't do irreparable damage though, so that's
Hey, man. Hey. Let's
Hey, this who you was just talking
why
about?
he can't be top 5.
Yeah. How old is he? How old is he, Ox? He's 36 right now. He in his goddamn prime.
Shout
He
out
be
that
laughing.
boy.
36 in your prime. Hey, shout out to LeBron Jr. What the hell?
Exactly.
about-
Hey,
That
nah,
fool-
boy,
that
they got
fool,
some demons over
he
there.
about he about 27, maybe 28.
Hey, Ox, he be doing
Hey,
that
it's
shit, and he be
27-year-olds in
laughing
college.
at- Like, he don't
Yeah,
That's
no
that's
doubt,
damn
no
near the
doubt,
new
no
norm.
doubt. He about a cool 27 for sure.
Mark,
man.
I
That's
saw
the
him.
boy.
I saw somebody just throw the ball up, and the defender was just looking, and he came out of nowhere. He wasn't even close to the goal. He reached his arm around and slammed that bitch. He wasn't
Mark-
he just be laughing after too. It don't even be like passion. He'd be like,
Mars, 19-year-olds don't move like that.
exactly.
Have you guys seen Dominique Wilkinson? He's in college at Georgia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah,
Seen that
got bounced.
alley-oop windmill he got the other day?
He a freshman.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got bounced. But he ain't
All right,
coordinated
y'all.
for real, like how he is. Not that strong.
Riddell PPB said, fire Nico. Can't believe some people caped for this trade when it happened. Now, hopefully, Mavs fans can embrace Cooper Flag in the rebuild.
That's so petty. You couldn't embrace Cooper Flag because Nico was there.
But nobody believe that foolishness. What the fuck?
That's so petty.
Bro, when they sing the national anthem, they get louder on the flag part. So I don't know what the hell y'all talking about. When they be like, when the flag was still there, then they get back to common things. So
I wonder if the Mavs got the draft pick they was projected to get, which I think was like 13 or
he
whatever.
probably got fired.
It was dark days in Dallas.
Yes.
That's what it would be. Dark days.
Hey, boy, hey, Ak, you know how American Cooper Flag got to be for them to get that shit off? That's when I saw that, I said, oh, yeah, he that boy. I don't give a shit about none of that Magic Johnson talk. He that boy. They don't play like that. So for them to get that off, that boy is that boy. He's the American child for sure.
Shout out Coop, the new Great White Hope.
The old
The
boy.
baller shot caller 1999 said, yes, if only Jerry Jones would fire himself too. I've said it before. The Mavs would have gone far with Luka last year.
I ain't gonna lie. After I've watched the Jerry Jones documentary, I'll be rocking with Jerry now. Jerry put too much into them Cowboys. Let somebody come over there and just run his shit. I'm rocking with Jerry. I suggest y'all go watch that Jerry Jones documentary, and you'll see we
I'm
capping
good.
for billionaires
I'm
on
good.
that one. Go watch that one. You seen it, Mars?
No, I don't care about no Jerry Jones.
Oh, boy, that's a hell of a documentary right there.
Either way, like when you put that much money or whatever into it, you got to be able to protect your investment. So when you but by protecting your investment means that you have to realize you might not be the best person for the job and let somebody else do it. You know what I'm saying? Like I respect, you know what I'm saying, like putting your time and everything into it, but you gotta know what's better for the team also. And if you can't get the job done. You know
I mean, to be fair though, Ox, he been right a lot of times. Jerry been right a lot of times. So I will say this though, Ox, have you seen the documentary?
No, I didn't see the documentary.
I'll go watch. I've seen my mind on Jerry.
Yeah, I've seen different specials like and stuff like that on Jerry before. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just like how he got the team and all that type of stuff. But
yeah, it's on Netflix. You got to check that joint out. That joint fire. I changed my mind on Jerry after I seen what he kind of how he envisioned that.
I don't really have no problem with Jerry, so I don't really need to. You know what I'm saying? Get my mind changed about it.
Yeah, I ain't necessarily have a problem with it, but I was under the impression that he just old running this shit. He old, like that ain't the case. Like nah, Jerry do very strategic things.
Who I really like is Carly Ursay. That's why.
For the coach.
That's
yeah.
She doing her thing.
I respect that.
She doesn't need to be on the sideline.
Yeah.
She don't need to be on the sideline. But she out there doing her thing. She's learning. She's
got
taking
that
notes.
on.
She out there trying to get better at the job and learning what's going on, man. I respect it. Could you chill, bro?
I'm saying go Colts.
Nah, bro. I'm
saying what you saying.
Nah, I'm serious though. Like, I'm talking about just strictly like from that point of view. Like, I really respect that.
Yeah, strictly from my point of view.
I respect that she's out there trying to learn and know what's going on and being fully entrenched on there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel that. I feel that for sure.
All right, the next super chat is from Dub Ballout Highlights. Dub Ballout said, "I'm not gonna lie. Who gives a fuck about the Luka trade? It happened. Get over it."
Orange juice. You spill your orange juice.
I'm with you too. Ball out. I'm right with you, bro.
Tupac Westside said, "Pin. Marion and Amari were great players, but they heavily relied on Nash to create for them because they couldn't do it well themselves."
Sure. Hey, Pin, I got a question for you too. Whenever you get some time, let me know if you're ready to answer. Because I'm serious. Like, I'm dead serious about this question. And you Serbian, so I want to know. Like, do all of y'all last name end with itch? I'm serious.
No.
Okay. Well, what other ones do we need to be aware of? Like, that's common.
I mean, most do, but occasionally they don't.
Occasionally. So not sometimes they don't. Okay.
Like 1 out of every 100 won't.
Damn. See, that's why I asked, because I don't know no other version. I'm serious. Because y'all put that IC on the end, boy, that motherfucker be on Oxovich. Marzovich. Swipovich.
Drinchovich?
I might be liked more if I did. You never know. So I'll be Drinchovich.
All right, Ron left us, so I got y'all. Whereas Cheesevich says, Bane called. Did he already do this? He already did this one, right? Oh, well, I'll read it anyway. Bane called game. A near cinematic disaster in the fourth quarter, but let's build on this, please, Magic Nation. Better luck next time. Tomani Fciovic, we up.
Nemanja Bjelica is from Serbia.
Bjelica, that's right.
Bjelica from Serbia?
Yeah.
And he not Bjelicevic, so you know.
Oh, that's cold. Bjelica. Where is his folks from though? Is his folks from Serbia?
Man, I don't know his family history, man. I know you know.
I'm just saying though, but P, I wasn't trying to be funny. I'm
Nemanja.
I was serious about that. Like I was thinking about that the other day.
It's Nemanja.
Yeah,
It's
Nemanja. Same shit. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to the boy Nemanja. Hey, shout out to Nemanja Nedovic too over in the EuroLeague. That's one of my favorite EuroLeague players.
Is his last name for real,
Sparkling.
Nedovic?
Yeah, Nedovic. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know
Nemanja.
him. I don't know.
Nemanja.
But I like Marco Guduric. I like when they say
Shout
that.
out Guduric. Hey, shout out Big Guduric, boy.
I call him Marco Guduric Harden. He take them step back threes, boy.
Talk about, hey, Jordan, I was in the house. I seen Guduric in Turkey, in Fenerbahce Stadium. I seen Guduric put up.
Bro, I see it.
Oh man, I seen Guduric. Now they lost by like 30, But Gudovic,
Gurich think he hard. Gurich
he
think
had about 40.
And he got an Adidas deal too. Gurich unstoppable over there. Boy, he think he hard.
Shout out my dog Guda.
And Misic. Don't forget about Misic too.
I think Poku's Serbian as well, and
Who?
he's not Pokashevsky. Remember he
Pokashevsky is Serbian
I
too.
think he's Serbian, yeah, and he's not Pokashevsky, so there you go. That's two.
Damn, Mars, you 2 out of 200. You doing it, boy?
Serbian
Goon.
basketball knowledge.
Yeah.
Goon King forever said, respect Nico. I met old boy back in the day in a club, and we were running a crazy 2-man. That's my boy. Respect him, please.
Ain't no way you was running 2-man with Nico. Nico probably, I ain't gonna lie.
Did he sell
Nico
you on the 2-man?
Nico got them eyes. Nico probably for real be, the art of seduction. He doing something with them.
Shout out Nico. Jamal said, hypothetically, where would 04 KG rank in this pace and space era? Surely top 3, right? P.S. Musa is the same as Moses, just the Arabic version.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know that. I definitely didn't know that.
Look, he's at top 20. He's at top 20.
Sorry, Jordan. I was just thinking about this. Vlade Divac.
Oh, he is Serbian. Okay.
Like, yeah.
I didn't know that either.
Whole time I thought
Yeah,
Vlade was
that's
Russian.
No. And he played for the Kings, bro.
I don't. What that mean?
You a Kings fan? You don't know where your players are from?
I ain't gonna lie.
No.
I know Scotty Barnes from West Palm Beach. You don't know where Vlade is? What country Vlade's from?
I know where Hedo Turkey Glue is from.
Turkey.
Is it because his last name was in?
I know. No, it's just it just don't matter to me. I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really.
I mean, to be fair though, Vladimir Zivak.
It's not Vladimir.
His name's Vladimir, or you just make that up?
I don't know.
He made it up.
I see VLAD as Vladimir. I don't know. See, no, but for real, I just don't. This is not that big a deal to me, because I don't. So not only do I not see color, I don't see nationality. It don't matter to me. You know what I'm saying? I see a basketball. I see a basketball player.
You know what's funny, Ox? Hedo Turkoglu, also of Serbian descent.
Really?
Okay. I'm not kidding. Actually, he speaks Serbian fluently.
Yeah, but he's from Turkey. He speaks Turkish too. That Turkish get up.
Family is from Serbia. Yeah.
Shout out Hedo.
Let y'all know that.
Yeah, but I mean, shout out to Vlade too, brother. I don't care where he's from. Shout out to him, man. Shout out to where he's from too.
Oh man.
I guess I've been. Hey, Mars. I guess you just taught me some things, man. I guess you just showed me. Hey, well, I'm gonna be on the lookout for them Serbians without the itch. They don't got the itch factor. Oh, that's a bar. The boys don't got the itch factor. That's a bar. That's a bar.
On gas out of him.
Yeah, well, yeah, Jordan. If she itching too bad, brother, make sure.
Oh man.
Closest average Joe said closest thing to the Luka trade is new addition, basically trading Bobby Brown for Johnny Gill. Johnny is tough too. Just saying, this is my comp.
Hold on. No, sir. Now, mind you, shout out to Bobby, but we gonna put some respect on Johnny Gill. We definitely gonna put some respect on Johnny.
If he don't got the itch factor, we ain't putting no respect on him.
We already found the perfect comparison, which was Wayne Gretzky. Wayne Gretzky's trade was even more egregious because he was already a 7-time MVP at that point. So,
but did he have an itch factor?
It was Gretzky. It was really Gretzky-ovich. Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
DeMarcus Cousins for sure.
But you put that on your last name?
Jordan, you talk to me long enough, you're going to find out everyone in the world that you ever heard of is from Serbia somewhere down the line. We claim them all, man. Luka, his father's from Serbia. Vlade's from Serbia. Everybody from Serbia, bro.
I think hold on, no. I think
if they white in the NBA and they can shoot, I guarantee you somewhere way
they gotta be white pen. I think
Flagovich.
My grandpa he took a vacation out there one time.
Barnesovich, bro.
I might got a little bit. I might got a little bit of Vitch in me.
Could you shoot?
I could do anything, pen everything. I'm all around with it. I got a little Vitch in me, maybe.
I don't know about that.
Stojakovic. Oh, that boy had that itch factor. I'm telling you, I figured it out, Ron. I figured this shit out just like that.
Better ask about me, pen. Y'all better claim me now before it's too late, brother.
No, we
all right, y'all. Pimp named Slickback.
I don't want to be a bitch anyway.
Mavs fans.
Ugly ass bitch.
God, that's
Big
crazy.
name Slickback said, Mavs fans, if you think it's bad,
Goddamn.
try being a New York Giants fan. We missed the playoffs 13 times over the last 15 years. Certified dog shit.
Shit.
I mean, yeah, I guess so.
After that, build a time machine. Go be a Bobcats fan, bro. Like shit.
Average Joe said, can we get to the games, especially the Miami/Cavs game, and why teams still guard the inbounder with less than 0.5 seconds on the clock? It's so dumb.
Well,
I
average
think
Joe,
you just
you're
got to
wrong.
guard it different, Joe. You just got to guard it different. I think you do need to guard the inbounder play, inbound passer in that situation. You just got to guard it better and, have a bigger body there maybe. And switch everything. Switch everything. You know what I'm saying? Switch everything, y'all.
DSG Piccolo said, Cade was doing his best Joe Folks impression. Hashtag Shot Chucker Hall of Fame. Y'all know who Joe Folks is?
Mm-mm.
I never heard of him.
All right, shout out Joe Folks. Transmania said, slander him. Don't praise him at all, Jordan. I'm gonna wait for Jordan to get back to read that. Goon King Forever said, Prime Stacey Dash versus Halle Berry. Who wins? Both have elite longevity, but I'm not sure who peaked higher as a playmaker.
I'm not in the business of ranking women, dog. That's extremely
I will.
chauvinistic of me, and I don't get down like that.
I will. Halle Berry clears.
Ron, what you was gonna ask me?
Give me Stacey in her prime at her peak.
Ron, that's
Longevity though.
super factor you was gonna ask me?
Halle got the longevity factor. Nah. Tresmania said, slander him. Don't praise him at all, Jordan. We need the reverse jinx of your statements. 77 FC can't be passed by French
Baguette.
now after SGA.
Well, I'm gonna say this: the Lakers ain't gonna win
French
shit.
baguette?
If I'm gonna say this, the Lakers ain't gonna win shit if every time they win, Luka got to score 35 plus for them to win. I've been saying that they ain't winning shit. So take that.
What about Austin Reevesovich? He balling. So
Yeah, but if Luka got to score 35 for them just to win by 10 or win by 5 or win by 3, you got bad news. Just saying, you got bad news.
Average Joe said, I know MPJ saw those 45 shots and smiled. ... Saw the inspiration he needed.
Well, I'm gonna say this though, Ron. I'm gonna criticize the shit out of Cam Johnson because y'all lied like a motherfucker. MPJ
you
is
lied to
15
me.
times better than him, boy.
I don't even understand how that was ever a conversation.
I tried to tell him. I tried to
Now
tell him,
Cam Johnson could be better for this team, but who's better
He ain't
between
better
them
for
two?
this team.
Is-
He not even
well,
better
I
for this
don't.
team.
I don't know. It's still early. All I'm saying is like 1-to-1, and I understand why they made the trade. I understand
money.
all
It's
of
about
that.
money.
That doesn't go over my head. I'm just saying that Michael Porter Jr. is clearly a better basketball player than Cam Johnson. Now, they might be better for the certain team, whatever. That's fine. I'll accept that. But let's not pretend like Cam Johnson's a better basketball player than Michael.
Nah,
Porter Jr.
I mean, I
Please
said
don't do
that, but I'm gonna be right. I'm gonna be 2 for 2 this year on 2 of my takes I made last year. One, I said Michael Porter Jr. would average 25 if he was on a different team. He damn near looked like he about to do that. 2, I told people that Michael Porter Jr. was just better than Cam Johnson, in which he is. And all that tertiary ball handling shit Swiper was talking about, that shit don't matter at all with Denver. At all. No significance. But, hey, do what you want with that.
Average Joe sent through another super chat and said, Pin, if you are bad relative to the competition, doesn't that mean you are bad? We aren't comparing them to the public. Come on, bruh.
I would love to know, what was this in relation to? This was something we talked about like 3 hours ago, I feel.
Yeah, it was a while ago. But shout out to Average Joe, though. And shout out to being bad relative to your competition. And shout out to everybody that's still sticking around from earlier in the show. And shout out to Splash Sports. 448 Damon said, yeah, that's why y'all careers are over before the players today. Laughing my ass off.
Talking about what you was talking about the plan.
No, my career is over because I just wasn't as good as Cake.
I was just about to say that.
Right, like, what?
What's good? Yeah,
You know what it is.
Sorry,
You know what it
I
is?
wasn't Russell Westbrook.
You know what it is though, Ron. A lot of people
What's up?
hear us talk about basketball and they think like we'll be embarrassed to admit that I wasn't good enough to go to the NBA. It's as simple as that. Like I don't got it like that.
Facts.
Like, it's really that simple. Nothing else to it.
I ain't ashamed of that shit at all.
I'll cook you, but that's
I
not
was
saying much,
good.
though.
I was good enough to go further than 99 point. I'll probably say 99.
You was good to go for
98.
99.99968 too.
Shit, I
Percentage
just
of the
wasn't. I
world.
just wasn't like that, yo. I'm sorry.
I know one thing. Hey, I got a couple checks to hoop. What did you get?
Oh man, that's it, man. I just wasn't. I
That's
just
the
wasn't good
ultimate
enough.
flex.
I got a couple checks and I checked a couple niggas. What did you do?
Hey man, talk about it, Ron.
That Delsky versus Ox coming soon, y'all. Be ready for that, man. That's going up. Delsky finally somebody that want to play me. I done seen. It's been professional basketball players up here that done ducked me many a time. I've been trying to get a game for 3 years up here. Finally, somebody with some nuts, man. Finally, somebody with some nuts, man. Shout out to my man Delsky, man.
Ox, I'm fine tuning my right hand shot. It's just I don't know if I'm gonna be able to fix my stance because I'm left-handed. But that wrist, hey man, no matter what, as long as that wrist, like Ox say, follow through and finish high. Y'all saw it. Y'all seen the proof. I shot it with my right hand. I'm making 3-4 in a row. Cash.
Mm-hmm.
Hey man, I'm telling you. From the 3, I did a step back, side step. Hey man, I just put my left hand on there, you know.
East side. I'm talking about Ticket. I'm talking about Dale. I'm talking about a whole bunch of motherfuckers that came up here and talked that good shit and then didn't really want it. That's what I'm talking about, East side.
All right, I got another super chat from Average Joe. Average Joe said, now that I think about it, didn't signing Grant Williams cost the Mavs 2 picks? Took a pick swap to sign him and another pick to get rid of him for PJ. Damn, Nico.
That's fair.
Yeah. Grant Williams
They got PJ though.
That's
But he
He got
flipped it for
PJ,
PJ.
right?
Is Grant Williams
Like-
is Grant Williams still in the NBA?
Yeah, he played for the Hornets. He just hurt.
Didn't PJ miss some free throws last night?
PJ had
Burners.
38 last night.
He be
Yeah,
balling.
38?
No, that wasn't PJ. That was Miles Bridges had 38 last night. I be getting them two mixed up.
Burners said 1 million seconds equals 11 days. 1 billion seconds equals 11,574, 31 years.
Hey man, so that's why you should always get to a billion. You're either gonna be a second man or a billion man.
Hey,
But
and
if
I
you
bet
don't-
you didn't know that.
But if you don't, you can always just blame a billionaire for why you don't got no money.
Yeah.
Seems you could just do that. Damn billionaires.
I got another members chat from G Grants 28. G Grant said Paulo's last 7 games, he has a 62.9 true shooting percentage. Nothing.
Yeah, but his last 4, he sucks.
Nothing. All right. Ridge Maddox said hashtag Luka Nation. Stop hating.
Luka Nation is crazy, but who the hell was hating on Luka? Just because we talk about the trade, don't mean nobody up here hated on Luka not one time this episode.
Yeah, not anymore. I shouldn't.
Yeah, not anymore, but nobody's
You
hating
gotta
on Luka just because we trying to understand the trade. I don't think there's no correlation to that.
The last super chat of the day is from H-Town T. My dog T from H-Town said, I know y'all hate the Rockets, but shout out to Josh Okogie. Boy, been a great addition.
Hey man, shout out to the Rockets. And I told y'all we need to put Josh Okogie in that starting lineup. I said that after game 1. I was like, Josh Okogie need to be in that starting lineup. But hey man, shout out to them Houston Rockets. Shout out to the good old great state of Houston. Notice I said great state of Houston because we so big in Houston.
Great state of Houston. That's he.
Yep.
Oh, one more just came through from Void Century YT. Void Century said Jaime Jaquez for MIP and 6th Man of the Year. He got action at both.
Hey, Void, I'm going to stamp that. No more Jaime Jaquez hate. I'm going to stamp that. I run back my homie Hawkins hate.
All right, y'all. We got a couple new members. I just want to shout them out before we get up out of here. Shout out to Ryan and shout out to Jamal. Appreciate y'all for becoming members. If you're not a member yet, become a member. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. If you don't follow us on TikTok, follow us on TikTok. Follow us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter. Y'all know where you can find us at. Follow us on all of those platforms. We will be back tomorrow at the same time, same place. Y'all know where to find us. Oh, and by the way, you will find us tonight on Playback, 11 p.m. Eastern time, watching the Kings and the Nuggets tip off. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a late game, but it's going to be a hell of a time. Pull up, join the chat, and tear everything up in there. All right, y'all. We will see you soon. And, oh, by the way,
After dark.
this show is brought to you by Splash Sports. Download the app and make your picks. The link is in the bio. Compete against fans, not the house. That's what amateurs do. We out. See you on Playback tonight. See you same time tomorrow.
Peace, y'all.